I'll start YouTube again.
Trying to kind of get him out, but I think they've pretty quickly realized. And I want you to look, Faker's flash timing.
Dude, anyone who's watching on YouTube ain't getting a good viewing
I think he
experience
flashes
to do
over
that.
the wall. He probably is fine, but instead,
It's like a
flash
camera.
isn't up.
Oh.
And the moment that Junja finds the Q flash, obviously nothing that Faker can do. And CFO,
But I press stop recording and it's still
really
going.
Getting the full value, skirmishing around. And as we
bugged?
said, if this Lucian gets ahead, the game becomes
Should I
so
import
much
from
harder.
Hex Dump?
Contesting
What the hell is
mid-wave
that?
when Doggo has
I can't click any of the
form of
options. I
backup.
can't click save. I
It's hard
can't
to say
click
that as
open.
Laning 1v2,
All the
doesn't need
options
help.
like grayed out.
Although, does
And
he?
I press the stop
That
recording and
matchup
it's just,
has appeared
it's not
as
doing anything.
Doggo is still really hurting.
It just says
And I think,
live
again, I wanna
capture
call
in
our minds back
progress.
to the mid lane matchup, because I think HonQ getting
But
a
it
lot
looks
of support, but
laggy.
doing
It
well
looks
with
like
the
it's like
resources he's been given,
very
and for the
laggy.
second game in a row, finding these leads over Faker early on. Now Rise is a champ who scales fantastically into later stages of the game, but HonQ in a good position to make the difference. And it's
Change
insane
the
to me
HUD?
how
Bro, I
consistent
can't change
Junja
the HUD.
is the player
It's
we
just
have to
like this
watch.
now. That's just our life now.
Right? Has really stepped up, as we see here. The gold at 14, even in game number 1, wasn't going the way of Faker, but he also
I don't know what to do about it.
fall.
It's like I'm like the
That's
T1 of
actually
this
behind.
game.
think
I don't know
was
what to do
mostly
about this
kills that
game.
were found, right? But he
Actually, we should
wasn't
just fight it.
dying on repeat.
That's what we should do.
He already has died as many times as he did in the entirety of that previous game. And unfortunately, I think for Faker, we're really seeing what we saw in the LCK domestically as well. After 2 years where his spring split domestically was really top level, only eclipsed by Chovy, the struggles that he found outside of specifically the playoffs seem to continue, and CFO making excellent use of that, continuously finding these plays on him.
But even if he doesn't have the gold leads in the early game, we saw what he could do mid to late on the Annie. Rise, set up with the Realm Warp, still a champion who scales fantastically as the Realm Warp now comes in. Owner looking to find his target. HonQ locked up for a moment and trying to make it out of safety. Owner a quick retreat though. So Alti traded for Alti. Fakers as well, so 2-for-1 trade in favor of CFO.
Yeah, the moment they see Junja, like, oh, wait, we don't want that heat, that's too much. Doran hasn't backed yet.
On the way.
Rest has, but
I tried to close it. It's
if there was
laggy to close
anyone
it.
here in top lane, he's dead. By the way, but they did see Junja, so
I pressed
think
the
Doran
cross
feeling
button,
a little safe. That's the only
and it did
lead
nothing.
there for T1 right now. And some of the matchups, I think, to be expected, particularly again the jungle matchup, and Junja with the way he's been playing. Owner pre-6
It's
doesn't get
just
to
not
do that much, and
responding.
we
It's
need
just
to
still. I
start
think it's
seeing
lag. I
for
think it is
T1 some of
literally
these
lagging.
skirmishes, because otherwise I think CFO, the only thing they have been
Probably
able to do
with
is stack the
streaming, it's
Drakes,
lagging a
and
bit,
in
so I'm
about
gonna
40
leave it
seconds,
be.
they should
I'm
be
gonna leave it
starting
be.
that.
Can
All right,
this
chat, lock
team
back in. Yo, I
replicate some of the
apologize.
same
No, we're not getting
team
ads.
fights
What
we
do you
saw
mean
in the
ads?
previous match
Fuck
where they were
off.
attacking from multiple angles? It's harder on the Renata. This time you do have the Kalista to keep you safe, but it's not the same level of engaged threat.
Bro, Twitch sees a new
Nico
stream and they're
breaks
like,
through.
we should run ads now.
Doggo and Kaiway
Guys,
continuing to
can
trade
you
in
not
the
run
mid
ads?
lane. Doggo happy to have a 1,000 gold lead. Not even a full
Boy.
completed item from Guma, as Keria is taking an immense
Carry's
amount
fun.
of damage. Heal just for the movement speed to try to get out of the culling.
Yeah,
This
the
is what we're
2v2
talking
of Doggo and
about. Once you get
Kaiwing
ahead
is good.
on this
Like,
Lucian,
it's running good.
Big chunk.
With the electrocute.
Massive chunk.
The funniest part is that there was obviously a large time where Nami took electrocute back when that interaction still worked, so you could
Yep.
proc it. For your spouse.
forward.
Oh
Carry.
my god.
Oh my god, HonQ.
Forced to flash out, flash for flash trade. And again, this is something
That's
that we've
Drake.
seen
They're
this tournament
forcing.
so far, is just chipping away at these
They're
cooldowns
forcing
before a
well.
major fight. Drake going to be picked up by Junja. HonQ
Okay.
sticking around in mid
Owner
lane.
trying to
knowing
fake
that
the
ulti
engage.
was used in the previous fight. It's just 5 seconds away. But
Rise is
already
coming
getting
up.
chunked out, and CFO
Dragon's being
running
soloed right now by
right
CFO.
2,000 gold in the lead at 14
Oh,
minutes.
Guma was hit by that.
Drake taken as well.
Wow. Okay, CFO are
And unlike
exerting
in the
pressure so
previous
well.
game, the team
Dude,
fight.
T1 are getting
I
run a
think,
bit.
For T1, not a given. The last time around, they
T1 are getting
were
run a
very
little bit in
firmly
these early
control, but
games.
that mid lane turret
Owner
falling early
ulting
as
now.
Owner caught out
HonQ
for a
just
moment.
killed him.
HonQ. The burst damage is there, but Faker now
It's
wants to take
Faker,
out Kaiwing, but he
but
might
what's
be
he
the one
gonna
who's in
do?
trouble.
He's gonna
Flash forward,
kill?
gets a little
But
bit
now
extra
what?
movement
Now what,
speed,
Faker?
But the phase rush isn't there, and HonQ grabs another T1. Try to get something back, but
That
They
was
are
just
getting
worry.
destroyed.
Flashing for that kill, just trying to desperately get anything. Meanwhile, Junja is just wrecking a turret. It's breaking the vault.
Get through.
And credit to CFO again. Top lane changed, but top lane isn't where the action is happening. Although, as I say
He's
that,
starting
Keria
to believe.
getting things kicked off. Q3 ready to go for rest.
Well,
Doesn't look like
no,
he's
I
got
don't
the easy way out of
believe.
this.
I
Hoping
just
to find
think
the
I
ulti,
think
and he will at
CFO
least be able to
playing
take
well,
Doran
but I'm
over
just
the
worried
wall.
about
That's
mid
healing
game
coming
again.
in. Omnivamp on the ulti, but he gets
Their
away
mid game
from
was
the
an
Pathmaker.
absolute throw
That's
fest
the
last
crucial
game.
skill.
Doran
Rest
has
back
enough
and
mana
can't
to press
cancel
W, and
early.
that's all he needs, right? Or E.
Q3 taking some time. Doran in trouble.
Shut down
but
for
manages to
Doran.
get the
Flash
shutdown.
away
HonQ
from
on the
HonQ.
way.
It was a good
Doggo
flash.
chasing as well.
Guma's
Keeps
dead.
going. Guma in trouble. Knockdown there. Doggo!
Guma's dead.
The electrocute Brock finishing it. He's John Wick.
He's
just
John
shooting
Wick.
it down, and he's the dog. It shouldn't be allowed.
He's
man.
John Wick
Can't
and
be
he's
both.
the dog.
That's a big side, Strakos. His owner tries to get anything on the cross map, but CFO running the rift in his game number 2, and in game number 1 we
Electrocution
saw
was such a
glimpse
shock
of this
seeing it
early
first
on, but then
time.
once the fight started, T1
They
was
did it
able
in I think they
to
did it in LEC in one of the playoff
find back
series.
the pace.
Either that or it was an
It's,
LPL game that I saw.
It's really just
It
Doran
does feel like an Asian thing that they're
Right
doing at the
now,
moment, where
who is able to
you just play for the
consistently find a
explosive
decent impact.
nature of the lane. Sorry,
As we see the 6-man roster here of CFO, obviously having kind of a breakup performance.
It's not
at
new, but
first
it's also
end as
like
well.
it's mega rare. You're right.
Funnily enough, the only
Chat, I'm sorry about the
to
stream
make it
today.
back,
I'm
as far as
like,
representatives go, here to MSI.
I'm trying to
So
get
far
the log
making
off
good on
this
that
thing.
as they
I've got the
pull ahead in this
screenshots
game
to show
too.
them when it went
T1,
down.
You highlighted it so well, right? It was the angles of attack, how well they fought, how well they leveraged
I
their
turned off
composition in the
all
previous
like
game.
snoozing
Look at
of.
that heart. That's adorable.
I'm going to send them an email today and be like,
You gotta
Love
respect
that.
can you please check the ARP
for you, doggo.
thing in the broadcast? Chat, I'm sorry, people who got ads. I'm sorry, people who got ads. Yo. I'll wait for you. It says the internet's been connected since 3:13 in the morning. So the internet doesn't actually disconnect. So it's not a provider thing. It is something to do with their box. Their box is cooking me. 5th floor, please. I'd love the 5th floor. This is not... No. Give me... Yeah, there we go. Squag bum. Yeah, this is like Sims 1, like building music. When is Hannah streaming Sims again? When is she streaming Sims again? She doesn't know. She's chilling. Minecraft music? No, bro. This is our waiting music song. All right, chat. Thank you for waiting. Now back to the action.
It's a great picture.
Quick, before the internet drops again.
CFO set up on Herald, and unfortunately, T1 are
It's
just
incredible that I
disastrously
bought
far
an
behind.
expensive
So
modem.
now we look at scaling.
And
we look at what does it look
it's
like
just
as we go
fucking me
later
with
into
it.
the
Like a
game,
normal
and the answer
modem
is
just
you have
wouldn't
a
do
Jax,
this.
You have a Ryze and a Wukong. They're powerful tools, but CFO
So Asterix, this is
aren't
quite
gonna
late.
give you
I
an
know it
inch.
is.
Colin coming through.
I know it is.
Clean combo.
We have been
again.
delayed a
Junja
little bit by my
grabs the
intranet.
kill. And again, they're
Did
just
you buy a
making
new
these
cam?
side lane
Yeah,
picks
it's better
look
than that.
so effortless.
I got a meat too, and I've also got
Now
this.
top lane's
I've
gonna
got to
fall
do a
as
video
well.
on this. I've got to do a
Might
video
even
on
be
the
an
Obsbot.
inner here.
It's a
It's
tiny
17
two.
minutes.
On a gimbal.
And if
But
you
that I'll
think
be using
that
once
there's
I
not
unbox
enough
it and do
damage
all
yet
the
on
stuff.
CFO in about 2 minutes. Infernal Drake is spawning as
Ulti across
ultimate.
the top. Hoping to find a jungle
Okay,
doggo
it's
doing
a good
decent
ulti.
damage. Has the cleanse, and it goes
But
Honk
better
you.
from Honk you.
Members locked up with only the
Better
Clone
from
Owner
Honk
managing
you.
to make it out. Guma has an extra lease on life, but it's not enough to
Oi,
bail out.
oi, oi.
Doran? I don't
Bro,
think he can do
T1
enough
are
by
a
himself. He's
crazy
arriving, but
court this game.
the
It's so
room's
bad.
already on fire.
You can improve
Almost
shorts.
6K gold
Dude,
lead
I
here.
can't release
And the thing
shorts
about
on
CFO,
MSI. They
it's-
get no
it's
views
just
because
straight up, right?
they get
Junja running the
not
map,
DMCA.
and the bot lane
They get
Doggo
they get
and
shadow
Kyling
banned
making
because
such
it's
good
MSI
use with
content
these
that's already
roams,
been
with
released
this
by Riot.
map play.
I'm
And
telling
T1
you.
just continues
I don't
to
know
get
the
caught
deal,
off
but
guard.
I get like
And
16 views. They just get
This
they
is the
get
guy
shadow
we look
banned.
at engaged champions only.
So I don't know what the deal is.
Maybe a Renata in there as well.
Bro, my
But really showing
Amiya
up on
Masters
this
content
Nami,
chat was
making it
popping
work.
off.
Supportive role for
My
sure,
MSI
but
stuff just doesn't exist.
overall,
I had to just
dominant
delete it
performance
because it
thus
just
far.
gets
I mean,
shadow
just
banned.
Look at the bottom of the screen.
So I don't know about that.
1.1, 2.6, massive
On TikTok,
leads for
Instagram,
3
fine.
of the
On
members
YouTube, no.
of the side of CFO.
They won't
And that
take
really
it.
Balanced out by what Doran has been able to do in isolation.
Shadow banned
Well,
by the
also
LPL
Doran,
edits, I guess, bro.
Realistically, in this
Maybe
game,
that's it.
expectations, okay, guys, I'll be fine early game. Obviously, actually was able to make an impact.
It's
Yeah.
probably because I
once
have
had 2 items,
casting
I'm
audio
medicine
very
aside,
loud.
right?
Because
And
I
then
like
he
it
gets
loud,
there,
right?
Or you will get there soon.
And then I'm not like
You know, looks
Kadril
the
has
rest of the map,
native
but if
reach
Dyer
within
is
his own
owner,
channel, but I do not.
Maybe looking, but that's a
So
Cassante.
anything that goes
Look
up
at
on my
him.
socials needs to go out
T1
by other people.
Know that this is their avenue of attack. Playing through Doran. But it's so hard when the
are you
enemy top
barking
laner is
again?
playing
What's going on?
Cassante. when he can just dodge
barking
so much
again?
of the
What's
CC, but they're
happening?
determined to try again. Recall going in from Faker, Q3 ready to go. Quick
She
flash out
literally
from Rest. Managed to
poured
find
at
the
me.
initial backpack. Pull back on the Wukong clone,
Okay,
but it doesn't
got a pick.
matter. Still the
Oh,
escape.
it's too far.
Ginger on the way in.
It's too far.
Realmorph, they need to get the
It's too
hell out.
far.
Fallbreaker manages to catch him.
Oh my god. Oh, T1 a cook. Bro. Oh my god, T1.
Absolute destruction for CFO.
T1
It's
is
a
looking
stomp, Dracos, in game
It is
number
a stomp.
2.
It's a stomp, isn't it?
T1,
a
so
stomp.
often they make
what do
a
you say?
play, and you look at this, they can't keep getting away with this. Guess what? They didn't!
And it's the only time where ulting the clone is optimal. He's not in threat anymore.
As right there, Junja with the flash Q gets the Rise CC. The Realm Warp does not take T1 to safety, and as reinforcements arrives,
You're having a good time. You gonna go up or down?
I heard a nice, respectable nice. Doggo's still just going.
Carrier
Double
flashed.
TP and T1 are trying to fight their way through this deficit, and it's not working out. Doggo on the way out, Blast Cone on the way in, Kaiwing supporting for the backside with a bit more damage. Faker untouched, but it does not matter
back.
because it's Doran set
Guys,
to fall.
chat,
Easy
T1 are
pickup
just
for Doggo.
running it on
Kaiwing
repeat.
Still chasing. Q over the wall from Junja, Vaultbreaker to kick things off. The bubble hits! Kaiwing!
Dude, game 1 they weren't
Getting the
very
kill
good
over
either.
Hong Q.
T1 do not look
Faker
good.
Running, CFO.
CFO look great. They do.
unrelenting
Okay,
in their
game 1,
pressure
no. This
as
game
the
they look a lot
double
better. They're
kill
playing towards
comes
mid-jungle
through the
really well.
two-fold hex. Rest
They're playing towards
chasing.
mid-jungle really well.
Owner falling, CFO running the rift.
That's going to be the inner falling. Nothing that T1 can do. You can see
a
the
dog pull
desperation,
my
some of
wife.
these flashes, some of these hard forced plays. It's not working out. The only solace for T1 is that they got a dragon and a grub.
Tail's wagging.
That's it. No Drakes, or sorry, no turrets rather. I don't think Otacon is going to be on the menu either.
Carry a cheeky ult. Not going to do too much here. Otacon will fall as well.
Dog is going crazy. Which
So now a
doggo?
massive
The
advantage in
80
terms of
carry or
flowers
our doggo?
overall on top of all of the gold, 10,000. I mean, we could just list it off. CFO 100%
just
in
the
driver's
goat.
seat, and T1, I respect
I think CFO are the goats.
instincts to
Apparently,
try to
chat
fight your way
CFO are
out,
the
but
goats.
every time they've tried, it's
I don't know,
just
bro.
gotten
I said
worse. They've
T1 are
only
getting to
dug
finals.
themselves
This
deeper.
version of T1's crap, but like, are they just gonna get better by the tournament, or
And as T1, if you fall behind
are the
early
days over?
with
Are the
a comp
glory
like
days
this,
over? I don't know. The fact that here
not
is
that much
just
that
crazy.
you can do.
Shout out to the stats team who pulled this up for us. Faker has never died more than 8 times in an international games.
Really?
8 deaths was the G2 at MSI 2024 last year in Chengdu. On the cusp of breaking that record.
Dude,
Hong
what?
Q
He's never
and
died more
CFO
than 8
potentially
times?
The team to do it.
Yeah, I know
And
that's
it
what
starts
Cagel said. I know you're
to
repeating
reset
what
our
Cagel
perspectives
said,
on
which
what we
is
saw in
T1.
game one, because it was
MSI is not a
CFO
long
in
enough tournament
control
where
for that
T1
brief
can
moment. It
learn,
was T1
adapt
who
to the
fumbled a
meta,
bit. They
adapt,
fought their
etc.,
way
etc.
out. But CFO was such a commanding lead.
So I don't. Yeah,
Setting a
I
new
get it.
pace,
I get
setting a
that.
new
I get
tone
that.
for this series.
It's the continued attention from Junja in the early game. Making his impact in bot, getting his own
I'm gonna
buff,
send this email. I'm
immediately
gonna do it now,
setting
chat.
Honky up for success, because the Aurora is the type of pick where if you don't at least get a good starter, you can't fall behind, or you really very quickly just don't do that much, right? Your damage doesn't feel as impactful. Even if you get on top of the backline, it doesn't mean really anything as, T1's got to try something. Looks like we're going for another play onto Rest, but they don't want to risk it because look at the lack of vision control. There is nothing here for T1. They have no idea.
Observers beautifully highlighting what T1 see, and the answer is nothing.
You don't know.
They defend their own blue buff, and that's about it. They now will see Doggo at the very least. Uncertainty, they can assume there's more members of CFO there to cover, but walking into the brush, face checking into these brushes could be death. Carry at least with the Celestial
Sorry,
opposition
it wants
feels
to take a
comfortable as
screenshot.
Doran steps up top side.
Dracos, it's a Blade of the Ruined King into free completed items.
Right, this game's over, chat. I'm telling you, T1, they will not win this game.
Should I just, do you need to say
Like,
anything
this
else?
is
I
a
think
dominate
we'll
stomp.
say-
And while this happens, I'm going to try and
maybe
fix
you
my
have- maybe you have
internet.
a
It's a
Then
follow-up.
stuff away.
No. This is an insurmountable lead. T1 would need a miracle in this game to come back. And time is running short.
We'll see if T1 magic is as powerful as GAN magic. I don't think that it is in this one, Dracos.
All I'll say is as long as the Krug Lord is in the game, you never know.
He's a 200 gold lead. His team is 11K.
And it's the only lead they have now.
11K gold
It's the
behind.
only lead they have.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I don't see it.
No, yeah. At this point, that glass is a shot glass.
All right.
There's not a lot
Owners
in
on a deep flank. They don't have a TP ward. I do think they need to get Doran and Faker there as well. And CFO Saware as well. They're not going to fall for it.
Doggo stepping up, Guma in trouble. Carrier not quite in range, going to be forced to go over the wall, uses the heal, ready with the bailout.
Hold
Again,
with me,
chipping
Chad,
away
hold.
at those cooldowns before the next major
Just
objective.
hold.
It's barrier and heal.
It's done. It's
taken out of
done.
the equation.
Jay
All
Moriarty, what's up,
flashes
man?
except
Sorry,
for Honku
I've had
on
the internet
side
issue again today after trying a
CFO.
million and one things.
Similar
and
state for
now I'm
T1,
literally just trying to
better
sort
team
it.
fighting
I'm trying to send an email
was
right
the key
now.
to success for T1 in game 1. Now, the wallet diff should be insurmountable. But if there's any team that can out-execute...
I think that's the problem is that's not enough because outside of rest, every single member on CFO is so fed that I can just see them carry the fight.
You know what?
Now,
I think you're right. I think I want to give them a bit of credit just in case it happens.
I'm happy to grasp
but
at straws with you.
We are grasping at the tiniest straws. There is...
We're talking... Okay, so obviously it starts with a Nash
the really
steal.
bad paper straws that immediately get soggy. Those are the straws
don't
we're
remind
grasping.
Oh, those straws suck ass.
There should be no
I want to
way.
drink my tea. Don't give me a soggy straw. You need to steal Baron, all right? Starts with that. So CFO, under no circumstance, and I don't think they will. I think they're going to just deny vision, maybe start Baron, immediately peel off. You just want to fight here. As long as you don't give an opportunity for Owner to somehow get a crazy steal here,
He's waiting.
there's just no shot, right? 14-1
There's no way
to hold on.
11.5k gold T1 steal this, I'm telling you.
Just turn on to the
If
Wukong CFO.
CFO flip this game and Owner gets it,
How will they keep
I
Owner from
mean,
getting
bro,
into the pit? Doggo quick
no
calling
way,
to
no
chunk
way,
out
no
Carrier.
way.
Massive
What
chunk
is that
of TP now goes
TP? Here's
in. It's
Doran.
in the backside of the pit. They're starting
They're
to
at
retreat. Doran
8K.
with the stun.
They're
Will
at
back
8K.
out.
Oh, love to see
Guys,
it.
you're not
Look
going
for
to
the
still flip
turn.
it.
Be down, taking their time.
You're not going to still
Discipline
flip
the
it.
name of the
Faker
game.
just
Faker
flash
finds the quick
forward.
one.
Massive engage? No, not really. Tidal wave was really good. Oh, double knockup. It's GG. T1 dead.
One last desperate
GG.
gambit, and Faker's the only man standing as Doran 2 will fall. CFO on the victory march to tie the series.
And the gambit, unsuccessful. CFO, they're not going to flip that Baron. Might take it now. Get the shove out, maybe get a top lane inhibitor for your troubles. Don't have to look for the end. There's no need. Get his objective. Get your free Baron, turn it into a soul point. Start knocking down these other inhibitors. And despite an attempt from Faker, the flash, the turn,
ARP
stopwatch is there.
broadcast MAC
and we
address.
see the immediate ult from Kaiwing as well to keep his team safe.
And the hits keep coming for T1 as
Because
our stats
I wanna
team
do it
is
now
a little
before
ruthless. This is the worst
I forget.
T1 gold deficit at 20 at an international. Minus 9K at 20 minutes. And the previous record was 2024 MSI versus BLG at minus 7.6.
Do they get this
On
dragon?
your website,
That'd
it
be, you know,
does
that'd be
not
something.
say the internet
They need to get out as well. That's the bigger
Getting out
issue.
is the hard part.
They're getting
Teams are
dragon,
ready to go to
okay,
the
they're
wall.
getting out,
They
they're
see
out.
objective bounty has been claimed, and now they're chasing.
Running.
Chat hold.
T1 well grouped. Realm Warp not quite available,
Can you
but
also
they will be
complain
able to
about the
walk
loss
away,
of
getting
income
something
for,
back,
I
a
mean-
brief glimmer of hope.
All right, 2.5 minutes.
I mean,
on the Rebel
I'm
power
always
play for
dramatic
CFO.
like that.
It's
And I'll be like,
getting
you guys
these
are losing me
inhibitors,
income.
truly denying T1 access. And looking at the item finishes, we are now at 4 items for Doggo to 2 for Guma. Faker still doesn't have any utility, just has a little bit of beefiness of the 2 tanky items, but they need damage. They need to be able to actually kill someone as
Honku, big damage. T1 walk
Nice
forward,
flip.
immediate Q3 to pull back.
Tidal wave
Coming
doesn't work
in from
completely,
rest.
but bro,
Honku
they don't have
off
any
to the
damage.
side.
They don't have any
Quick
damage
use.
here.
The Seekers to keep Doran standing,
Faker
but it looks
or
like he'll fall
nothing.
as well. Doggo completely untouched.
Nah,
The base wide
yeah,
open.
okay, it's
T1
all right.
pulling back.
T1, this series have
CFO,
not
they've
looked
got
good.
the wallet tip, 15K in their favor. T1, there's no way they can hold this. Confidence, an incredible pace of game from CFO in game 2. One final stand for T1. Handshake connects. CFO going to need just a few more seconds.
I'll refund the router
The
or
Nexus
try another
in
if
their
this does not work.
sights. CFO in a dominant game 2, tie the series.
And after game number 1, if you go and you come from Fiji, tell us, guys, CFO won a game. We wouldn't be surprised. It was a back and forth. There were a couple
The
of key
shark thing
decisions.
does not work.
But if you would have told me that this is one of the
shark thing does not work, by the way.
one-sided losses that T1 has ever
Even
seen,
there, it's
couldn't have seen that one coming, Dracos.
I didn't, but maybe the analyst desk did. Let's hear what they have to say.
Well, I didn't either, but given the way CFO played in game 1, I'm actually not That's
Okay, sorry. Sorry,
see
chat. I
them
just had to do
bringing
that.
in
I had to do
game
that
two
now.
here,
I'd do it
especially,
now.
guys, when you consider the way the game started, because things started
Otherwise, I would've forgotten.
collapsing very early on in the early game.
But it
Get rid of
also
Wireshark, bro.
initially
It's
looked pretty rough, right? Like, Rest having to flash in just to try to get XP.
Yeah, it looked bad.
That looked really rough. They were getting shoved in on the bot side.
Wireshark
and that-
disappeared. It broke my PC.
Like, if Jinja doesn't
Holy fuck,
actually
okay.
get that
Whatever
snipe
happened with
off in that
Wireshark, it
base,
just had to go.
it
German companies,
matters
like I said, they're
so
super
much,
hard
but
to
here
deal
he
with.
is, yeah.
Always have
He
to
ends
ask their
up
boss
having
to ask their
flash
boss
out, and
before
then
making a
he
small thing.
manages to get the
Classic. This sounds
smite
like Chinese companies, bro.
onto the
This was a stomp. It happened through early mid jungle. Faker got pumped.
break.
Like, good for CFO, but man, I'm telling you, like T1 look shaky.
Was a ridiculous.
Early games have been rough. Early games have been really rough. Guma didn't get to play. The 2v2 was cool.
Amazing statement game from Honkyu.
Yeah, this is good.
That's cute. All right, chat, let's lock in for game 3, yeah? Lock in. I'm sorry, we'll be back. We'll be back. Let's get to it. Let's get to pick ban. Let's get to pick ban. Nice and easy, nice and quick. Dude, if CFO beat T1, everyone's pick'ems are done. They're absolutely done. Bro, the crowd's silent because all the T1 fans are molding. If that was my team, I'd mold. I'd be like, bro, look at this team. Look at the roster. They're losing to Honkyu.
If they make it again, very high finishes.
All right, let's
Not
go.
quite going the full
Game three.
distance, but yeah. So we get into this draw
Gonna
for
lock
game
in.
number 3.
Gonna lock in.
Can't wait to see what CFO will bring after that dynamite in game number 2.
Now on the red side for the first time this series, T1, of course, as the losers get side selection. First time on blue. See how this changes their approach, as a lot of the utility mid laners still removed from the pool. So 6 effective mid lane bans as we are in Fearless. Of course, Driver here back in as well, so potentially a shift.
I had to get out of it because there was
to
no.
tankier
It
top
was
side, and
capturing,
I'm
but it was like
expecting
bugged.
Not the use of a counter pick for top lane.
Could see
All right, Wireshark's there. I mean,
space
I'm
off
not.
here,
I'm not
both
gonna. I'm not
Doran
gonna use
and
it, bro.
Driver.
It was lagging. I don't know what it was doing to my PC. It just would not work.
Quite a lot, though we did see the Jax taken out.
I sent them screenshots of everything. Yo,
As T1,
Norman,
I think
I've
are
also
fishing
noted
for
what
a
you said.
E1-0. Nothing
I've
interesting,
noted what you said about
nothing out of the ordinary. And if
the
CFO don't ban
ARP
that away,
broadcast MAC
it
address.
does
So
seem like it should be a no
if they don't solve this in a day or two, chat, I'm gonna go out, get another router. I'm gonna return this.
Counter pick we've seen afterwards as fans going crazy, Dracos. Understandably, team needs to support after a rough game like that.
Definitely
I'm gonna get another router.
As you predicted,
Another
to
modem,
come
sorry.
through here. I think big for the side of CFO and their
And I'll get my it's like 210 euros. Like it's a fucking Fritz box, bro. These things are meant to be the goats in Germany.
Taken off the board, the surprise win with
I'll
that
go.
Nami,
I'll just go and get a
giving
fucking
them a few
normal
more
like
options to go
Netgear
deeper
modem like
into
everyone
Fearless.
else. I don't need some German brand that doesn't fucking
Alistair
work.
still available.
So annoying.
Nodla still available.
Harrier, marry me.
The Doran faces are cursed.
What do we actually have? How do I lock in?
Absolutely fantastic.
How do I lock into this? I see a Kaiser
And it
angle
was a
for
big
T1.
talking
I see
point coming
Kaiser
to
dive comp.
Today, but game
This
number 1
is
was
down no
great.
Vi, no
Obviously, had a couple of
Wukong. We
moments,
have
but
Sejuani. We do have
at large,
Sejuani,
solid.
Kaiser, Yone.
Game number 1, he was
Azir's also gone. Landing phase becomes a little bit easier, but are they worried about Honkyu pulling out something like an Akali? Maybe you don't blind Yone here as T1 because Honkyu has a lot of answers. I mean, Yone is so situational, I feel.
Colossal amount of
But you
gold
could
that
go
CFO was
Sejuani
able
and
to
then G
generate
yourself
by
up for
just
like
taking down
Renekton
over and
top.
over again. Does
What
make
about
sense
an Italy
to me.
draft? What is Ona?
T1
What's
really
Ona really excelling at?
Like
Doran
to
with
give an
Gwen.
early prior pick. Instead, it's going to be the Gwen.
Sejuani
here
takeaway here
for
for CFO
Doran.
might be a good idea.
Once again, a chance for Doran to shine. That was the champion he died to Krugs on. And again, immediately after he died, he did come in and
Rumble is up
1v1
true.
an immediate carry, Wampa stomp a fight, and storm off into the
Rumble.
night.
Rumble
Now
would be
debating.
sick.
Gragas, a huge comfort pick for him.
True.
And she did already. See the smile.
Okay.
It feels like there's more tension in this Game 3 draft. Remember, the previous matchup, it was an instant slam from T1. Callista, Renata, full confidence. This time, you see CFO taking their time with responses on red side. When a high-stakes champion, if you fumble, you
Yeah,
make a
and then
mistake,
that
she
prevents.
can absolutely take
You're not
over.
picking
As
Sej
it's
into this.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Blind
Junja,
Trundle.
you have been
He's
playing-
earned it.
You've been, well, no one. If Canyon doesn't earn blind Trundle, no one
Okay.
earns blind Trundle,
No one
Dracos.
earns
Oh.
blind Trundle.
Because I
Zed
think
for
that Junja
Ona.
thus far for me has been the
Come on.
100%
absolute
the best
standout.
performing
Zed
player in this
jungle.
series thus far.
Come on.
If that was
You've got an
an
AP
Ornn
top.
on the enemy team, I think it makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
blinding
yeah,
a
yeah. A
Trundle
useless
like
Trundle.
that, I
Let's
don't
do
think
it.
you can get
Oh
away
my
with
god.
that.
First Zed. No bed.
This might not be
No
a
bed,
special
chat.
for
No
you. You
bed.
get to
Who have I
catch this
got
champion
today?
sometimes.
I've got
But this for me, ooh, the
And
Zed for
We are
Faker.
obviously
No.
going to assume, despite the historical significance of
of the Zed.
T1
It's not
and
for
Zed
Faker.
and Faker and Zed, that this is going to go towards
That's going to be
owner.
Galio mid.
If it is mid, will we do
Or
the
we
thing?
go support. We could be support Galio.
We won't, because
I've got FlyQuest in my heart. I've got G2, but in my pick'ems I got FlyQuest. I'm sorry.
Feels like
I
to me
think
another
G2 can actually
admission
win it
from
though. I think
T1.
there's a world.
They just want to ensure that they get Faker on something that he is comfortable with. But they really need an engaged support to go with this, right? They need someone that sets up. They need someone that can go in. Nautilus for me would be the prime one.
Swain?
Oh, come on, dude.
Wow.
Okay. We're cooking with gasoline, baby. There are exciting
into the
picks
Gallium.
all around.
Fly jungle
wow.
outclass. Nice one, Busio. So
Absolutely no
crack.
CC, but immense dive
Yeah, I
potential,
mean,
but there's not really a
here's the
great
thing,
dive
right?
target, and drain tanks
G2 have had
seems
more
to be
time
the
in
name
the
of game
tournament.
alongside
FlyQuest
of
has not. That's
CFO,
just my
Swain,
logic
the
for it.
Gragas, the Trundle. There's a lot
But yeah,
to
I
sustain in
think
this game.
Fly on
That's
paper
a
should
bunch
be
of
a lot better.
beefcakes for CFO towards the top side
But
of the
how
map.
much spunk did G2 have, you know?
That said,
The Swain pick is weird.
As Gwen is going to have a decent time cutting through them, but that
The Swain pick is
is
weird.
really going to take a long time. T1 was not able to find
Against
it, but
Gwen,
for me,
against-
the most
against
important is that
Zed?
it's owner on a carry. And the owner has been the carry on T1 for the large part of the
They're
summer
very
split.
skirmish
It was
heavy.
mostly him in more
They've got a lot
facilitated
of
flicks,
layering of
setting up
CC.
for the rest
Maybe
of
that's
his
it.
team,
They
finding
layer on one
things
target
like
well.
Zinzao, so much
They have a bit of
control in the
AoE
fight.
as well.
This is just a straight up carry. He needs to be the one that goes
Just a
in,
bunch of
finds
meatballs,
the back
true.
line, and kills the high value targets. And thus far, as highlighted,
Now, what 80 carry do you
doesn't
play
really
versus
have a
Zed?
target yet. Really, the best one is probably
Ezreal's been
Trundle.
picked.
I do have to say though, with Swain,
Xayah
it is a
would be
champion
great,
where
but
if you
CFO
start
banned it.
falling behind, it will feel very reminiscent of what happened in T1 in game number 1. We've seen this pick
Misfortune
pulled out, I
ban.
think, a decent amount as not just in the Galio, but into the
Well,
army
if
as
I'm-
well for a
if
little
I'm
amount of
T1,
time. But you do
I would
need
see
to
a
be able
world
to actually
of
drain tank for it to have
Zeri Lulu, wouldn't you?
consistent value.
Yeah, a champion that can look incredible in the right circumstances.
An
but you're right,
enchanter
the
with an
fault
80
line
carry
and
here.
Zed can
What
make
about
the
a
work of the
Jinx?
pick. Interestingly,
Isn't Swain going
the
bot?
Jhin,
True.
the MF both banned away. Varus has already
Or a
been hit, so
Caitlyn lane, chat.
options for Guma to sit safely in the back line while the rest of his team dives forward.
It could be
are
the
getting
Caitlyn
more
Galio
and more
again.
Limited. Now, Kaisa
If
is still
CFO go
available,
for
a champion
Jinx
who isn't
Lulu?
the best laner, but can follow
Are
up
they trying to
on
preempt something
Galio,
like a
can follow
Caitlyn
up
coming
on
out?
Chasing in, although again, they don't have CC to set up the plasma.
Oh, if they go
Kaisa's-
Kaiser here, that is solo lane
Big risk.
Swain. Dude, they
You
could
take that.
literally, if you go Kaiser here, they're just going to go
There's a lot of
Caitlyn.
lane bullies still available. That's one of the
Oh,
ones
they
that I
get
was gonna
Caitlyn.
go for.
Yeah.
I like this a lot more. Doggo
What about Jinx? Jinx Lulu.
picking up the Caitlyn?
Senna? That's also range.
Senna.
Aphelios, I thought
Is
would
it
be
gonna
played.
be-
I think the
Yeah,
East will play it.
okay.
I think it's in a strong spot. I actually think it's
Okay.
stronger than people think.
Thinking about it. I agree, audience. We know what we
Senna
want,
seems
Guma.
trash. Dude,
Do
they
it.
need
Come
they
on,
need more
come
damage,
on,
don't they?
Come on. Not that. Nope, not that. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're already off the wall. Might
no.
as well commit.
Come on, come on, come on.
This though, it's a known quantity.
Oh my
Okay, it's
God.
fine. It's safe. It's stable. We all wanted the Aphelios. Give us the 200 years, but we'll take the 200 stacks instead if he can. Last
With
that long.
Thresh? Just do Tom, bro. At this point, just do
Potentially
Tom.
Controversial duo from a lore
I guess they
standpoint,
want.
but
Do they want better? Do they want better range? They want better range. They want better pick.
Carry out.
But
okay.
in this lane, don't you just go Morgana?
Chronicler,
Dude,
we're gonna have to bring
Morgana
up some
Lux
more.
is
We know how
free
I
in
feel
this,
about
isn't it?
pick.
I know you don't like
It
it.
is carrier though.
Is it? So there's a couple options.
Lux,
Right? We can
Morgana.
go towards Lux. We can go towards Morgana. We can go
Bro,
towards
it's
Karma.
so easy.
Karma,
He
to me,
self CCs.
the most versatile.
Blitzcrank,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We
Or-
counter hooks with hooks. Is
It's
it the
Hook
crank
City.
for Kaiwing?
The crank.
The crank Dracos.
We're gonna have a conversation about American slang after this.
Oh, it's Brom.
Brom.
Okay, Brom's good. Brom's
The
good.
crank.
Cool the draft
Yo, chat, I
off a
appreciate you
little
being
bit.
here. I'm sorry for the tech issues
Brom
today. The
locked
internet
in.
is being
Certainly
resolved.
good. We
I've
came out
sent
of
the
melee
email
champion. Certainly good to
get
stop
an
the
answer
dive,
as
right?
soon
An
as
excellent
possible.
counter dive option, but
If they don't reply to me in the
Engage
next
now,
couple
gonna be a
hours
bit
after the
reliant
stream,
on
I'll go and
driver
contact
on
them
this
again.
Gragas.
Or
This
I'll
is
literally
by
just
far
take the
the
router back.
spiciest
I'm
draft
fucking sick
we've
of it.
seen
Yo,
all
I
of
appreciate
MSI
you all, and I'm sorry
2025 so
again,
far.
especially YouTube frogs. It takes a little bit while to start up. Yo, I gotta run ads.
You
I
had
run the
the
ads so you don't
sign,
get them
they
in
didn't do
game.
it, so
You know
I'm
the
sorry. You
drill.
made a
I
good
give
sign,
you
it's just,
love. I give you praise.
wasn't
I give
enough.
you hype.
In this
I give
game,
you what you want.
look, I
I
know there's
run them,
stakes,
so there's no
but it's
pre-rolls
upper
as well. I'm
bracket.
going to press a button now.
This is
Tier 1
just
on
gonna
Prime
be
avoids it for the whole of MSI. I'm going to be with you every single day. The internet issues will resolve.
So strengths for T1.
I
Obviously,
promise
the pick potential
they will be
with the
solved.
Thresh always going to be a big talking point.
Senna.
Side lane impact. And we have Doran.
Where is
on
the damage?
One of his most consistent picks. And
Through
one of the
Zed.
few picks
It's through
that
Zed
can
and top.
actually chew through the members on CFO. Obviously, in a theoretical,
Slowly but surely,
eventually
they will
Senna does,
kill.
but it takes so long. On the flip
I would have
side,
preferred
for
scaling in the
CFO,
form of
it's
Teamfight 80
mid-game,
carry at
mid-game,
3. I just
mid-game.
hate
Turn
Senna.
that
I hate Senna right
early
now.
Bot lane oppressive matchup with the
Milio
Caitlyn
goes harder with
into some
Caitlyn.
skirmishing
I
with
hate the Brom.
particularly that
I hate
swing
Brom, I hate Senna,
to
so
try
I
and
hate
get
one from each
T1
bot lane.
An opportunity to play the game.
This T1 draft's a bit weird, but seeing a beef, an R5 Brom, what does that do?
Of course,
What does that do? That just plays
it's
disengage.
gonna be thrilling. The thing is,
But for the lane,
I'm a Thresh hater.
like,
I have
is it
been for
because they
many
think
years,
they're going to get
but
near
if
the Thresh?
anyone on the face of this planet
Thresh can't
can
really go in.
change
He stands
my
in front of
mind,
Doggo, I guess.
It is that man on your screen now with the Mata skin as well.
Spell book for both supports here. No big surprises otherwise.
Okay,
You
but we
see
did get a
Ginger
Zed
going
jungle. We
for
did
PTA.
finally get a Zed jungle at MSI.
Which, as we can see there, obviously going to be great in the short trades.
Yeah,
This
PTA.
is why junglers like blind trundle. Is there's a lot of dopamine. It can be difficult without a tank on the enemy team,
Auto
but
chomp auto.
auto
It
chomp
feels
auto.
great. He's playing into an
He
80
will,
matchup as well.
he
The
will
big
just.
thing is
There's
obviously
no
though,
aftershock,
that
which is good.
the
If you
ability
went
to actually
aftershock
lock
on
down the
T1, you
Zed
just give a
is
free trundle
minimal.
up.
And
But yeah.
there really
Chad, I'm sorry
isn't
again.
that
Tech
many
issues are annoying.
ways
I hate them.
to
Hate them.
deny owner backline access once we get deeper into the game. Right?
Okay.
There
Which
isn't-
mid laner hit 6? True.
Outside of driver, really a lot of immediate CC. And in
Fearless
his case,
draft.
I think he would also still often have to rely on
Fake
the
is
flash to
Zed.
really
Oh boy, is that guy
catch
dumb?
He's set off guard. But what a draft setup here as Junja has been
CFO.
so
He's
consistent.
just not paying attention
Are
to
they going
probably.
to target Faker again?
Fake
The
is
invade
dead.
will definitely come through. This is a Brom. The level 1 is always going to be
Oh.
a menace
Well, they know.
as owner.
They 100% know,
this
right?
time on the receiving end of one.
They have no
Level
defensive
1.
wards.
Junja obviously really fast.
They're
single
waiting
camp
for the-
clear on this trundle. Maybe just wants to try to outpace owner. Zed, of course, in isolation though. Very easy for him to clear. We get the
Ooh.
picture in
As well,
picture.
yeah.
Invade for invade. Bot on isolation. I
On
mean,
the
it's
map,
fine.
they
You're
are aware
assuming
that
they're going to
owner's
lose
there.
out.
Not only that, they have also warded his own camp, so they will have a
Groomer
perfect
spacing
timer
would be good,
of
but he
where
gets
the
hit.
Zed is going to be at any point. And the cool thing
Oh
is,
my god, the trading's
even if
rubbish.
You don't counter,
But
what's
Ghost
going
use
to
from
happen
Doggo.
is these two dudes are going to get as many pot shots on Carrier and on Guma.
Will
and try
Thresh
and
get
set up for
pushed
a
over
dive,
Brom? No, right?
Because the map is split vertically towards the top side 41, bot side
Junja's
for
just going to look for the
CFO.
dive.
And
Oh,
mid
Faker
lane
is
is not
getting
looking any better.
fried.
Oh, it is not looking hot at all.
Death
Maybe once the
hand.
phase rushes there, it gets a bit easier, and obviously support for ganks. Good CC in that lane.
They need to hit 2.
For owner, but Junja on the way.
Oh dear.
Close, you can see bottom of your screen. Actually, they're pretty far away.
Deft Kate
Some
skin.
are available, but
It's
he
not
was
though.
already
It's
used
a
by
pool party,
Carrier.
isn't it? What's that one?
And yeah, if they were lower, maybe, but I
What
think the
skin
dive
is
would
that?
be a gamble. You do
Trust
really
the
need to
process,
stack up
they
the Brom
won.
passive. Can do quickly with the auto resets on the Trundle.
Bro, they're still level
Still
1.
level 1.
No one here to cover.
Oh my god.
Carrier and Guma
Carrier,
have to
please
survive
relic a
this.
minion.
This would be disastrous. Junja starting to walk forward, lays down a little bit of damage initially.
Flay.
Nice flash back
Oh,
over
they don't
Guma,
get level
taking out
2.
the dive. Flawless this far. Kaiwing about to fall.
Oh
Carrier trying to trade
my
back. It will be a 2
god.
for 1 in the favor of CFO.
Oh,
No one's here to grab this.
T1.
This is an absolute disaster for T1.
And this was face up.
Did I
They
apologize
saw
to
the Caitlyn,
CFO?
were
No,
like, we
I
can
think
get away
T1 are
with
playing
Senna.
trash.
As it turns
I
out,
refuse. I refuse.
Very much not the case. As the double comes through
CFO,
for Doggo, and we
props.
saw how he played with a lead in game
Okay.
number 1. And
But I think it's fake data for
add
now.
insult to injury, Doran,
If
just
they
trying
beat
his best.
T1 in this series,
Bot lane
I'll
is rotating
apologize.
Up. They might look for a counter dive, but reinforcements
With
are on the way
context.
for
A
driver.
little bit lower. Already burned his
Level
W.
up.
Should be a quick fall. Level up there.
Ah, he leveled.
The Living Shadow comes out, but he's not able to get the auto attack. Not able to
he's
get the
Kaiwing.
weak, and there's a
Kaiwing's
bomb here
already
just
run.
waiting for him. 1 stack.
Doesn't matter though.
Down.
Level
Got
2.
the kebab ready to go there as
Doran's
Doran
just
starts
gonna
to
go for-
run.
yeah.
Forces the flash as well.
Bro, imagine if he didn't flash. I think he's
Gets the
dead there.
flash, but I think T1 should just be happy that they didn't give over another kill to this
True.
Caitlyn.
Dude,
looking
Caitlyn's
for
going
a
to be
cancel
sleeper OP
here.
in this tournament, isn't it?
How much
On
are they
to
willing to
Doran.
They
take?
want more stage
Looking
practice,
for
you reckon?
Peacemaker, forces
Yeah, you
it
think
back.
that's what it is?
Nice
For sure,
advantage
for
Tempo
sure.
is-
For real, bro.
Driver's already
Look at
reset
this
TP
wave
bot
state.
lane.
God, Caitlyn's taking
Disaster
over
here
the
in the
game
early
again.
game for T1. CFO are just reading them like a book, running around the map. Junja again, 2 assists.
Everyone's pickings are gonna be
before
in the toilet.
First full clear is done.
And also the fact that in that previous tower dive, both kills
Doran's
Doggo, it's
also
so
just
crucial
TP'd
because
to a
he's got
lane
serrated
that is
Dirk
slow
in
pushing,
inventory.
and he can't step up
So
to Driver.
much
Driver's level
damage in the
5.
short trades. Guma's not going to be in a comfortable position to stack at all in this lane.
He missed
I
like
don't
30
think he's gonna be
seconds
in
of
a
the lane.
comfortable position to live in this lane.
Oh
I
god,
think
guys,
stacks
I
are
can't believe it.
like 5 steps down the line.
You have
terrifying
Caitlyn's the
prospect.
highest champ win rate. She might be.
There is
think
a
the big
good amount
thing-
of vision here. They see
Junja.
Junja.
There comes
On the
Junja.
way.
Guma.
Doesn't-
Lantern.
Good lantern.
Oh my god, the
Doesn't have
lantern.
plan still, so
Nice.
we'll be fine even if the passive does get procced.
He's, look at where the wave is. It's so
Faker.
bad. It's so
Wondering how to
bad.
place a little bit of
It's
vision.
so
Owner is here on
bad.
the bottom side of the driver.
Oh,
And there's no CC for Doran. So as long as Driver doesn't step too far forward here, he's in a decent spot. The cannon wave
Guma,
taking up a
Guma.
bit, but it's not quite a full freeze.
He's alright. He wants
Does
soul.
get rooted,
He wants the
Owner
soul. Get the soul.
continues to wait.
Stepping up to the wave.
Darkness,
2v2 is still
no
dangerous.
flash.
Meanwhile, Driver.
Stepping
No
up.
6.
Doesn't do the damage.
He just got
hit level
6.
6 though, and they just have to back
He
off.
just got 6.
Now the opportunity cost is low for Owner.
Heal forward. They
It
know
is.
that Owner's not here.
Opportunity
CFO wanted
cost
to
is
aggressive.
low,
A good
but
play from Carrier denies the play.
this Trundle
Doesn't
just got
spend
his
too much
reset
time
off.
there. I think,
And he can just
wisely
beeline
backs
to
off,
Dragon.
will be able to get towards the top side of the map.
Path out. Get
There is
Gromp on the
camps,
way
but
out.
When the Z is in the head, when it comes to either gold or CS, to the Trundle, you know the early game
This seasonal T1.
not been
Oh.
going the way that you've been looking for.
We're
We do
refreshed,
see
apparently.
T1 trying
Hate
to
is
at
so
least
strong
fight
on this
back
patch.
a little bit here towards the top side of the map, but this wave state remains rough.
Plus
and it
Pro
means
play
that
the Valley
Doggo
of
can take
Dragons.
so
I've been
many
having a
pot
strong
shots, and
2v2.
again,
It's
it's
just nice.
serrated
You
Dirk,
swap it.
as you
Give you
highlighted.
priority for grubs.
And
Swap it again.
Driver, he's
Back to
chilling.
Dragon.
He's Gragas on weak side. He doesn't need to care.
And while Doggo's still wildly far ahead in terms of
Senna
CS,
has 6 souls.
range advantage for
At
Carrier
6
at least
minutes,
means
we're
they're
getting
able
a
to
soul a
walk
minute
up a bit
hog.
in this lane.
By 20,
But it
we'll
will
have
just be
20.
Junja starting the objective, spotted on vision though, importantly. So T1 know they have a window of
I
opportunity
hate
if they want to
Senna.
get
I
anything
hate
done.
this Senna
Faker
pick.
already has
I
pressure in mid
fucking-
lane, but really just
Bro,
needs to
what
back
was-
at this
what
point
was
is
the thought? Aphelios
Doran and
Thresh
Driver
at least as
trading
2v2.
blows.
At least with good W.
Cask burned there.
At
Doran,
least
just
with
a quick response,
Aphelios
so
green
not a
gun
lot can
within
happen.
range. You know?
Owner close to 6, not there yet. With 6, could maybe
He's
be
got
an angle.
7
but
now, chat.
Trade's actually
Big.
not going too poorly here.
Massive was
Doggo
legit
with
the
2
only
kills.
good Senna. True,
Worth
actually.
a bit of
very
money
true.
if they can find it.
Honky already sitting on a giant
Owner
spell.
is still level
And
5.
Owner, he's like, oh, is there a Raptor camp for me,
He's
please?
just been sitting at 5 for a while. I think
Not
he had
yet.
a lead
Spawning
because he
soon,
cleared
though,
the
so
camps,
we'll
and
be
then
able
now
to
he's just
pick
trying to
that
get
one
6.
Should be able to get him at least close to level 6. Honky
If
gonna
Honky still this
take a
horror.
look here.
No, okay.
I don't think, even if
Owner
Owner
should
hits
be
6,
6
I don't
after
think
this.
he is threatening.
No, he's not.
XP not going to be enough. Looking
He
like
needs
the
to
red
mooch
buff is
off mid or
next on the
top.
menu.
Red buff
Able
is there.
to
See if he
steal
can
this
finish
away.
this. Should be able to do so in time, but doesn't have smite. Neither does Junja. as
Now
he's
that the
gonna start to
game's
path
chilling a
up.
bit is nice for
Good
T1,
vision
but-
placed previously by Owner means he'll know that it's coming.
The pace of the game not nearly as crazy as previously. We'll see if Fake wants to look for a no play.
They want to set up for top, but
Pink's
there's no
coming
diving this.
Faker ready with ultimate.
Oh,
Guma and Carrier stepping forward.
hot
That brief
damn.
period of time before the waves crash in mid lane, they
Senna,
know hey, maybe
11
there's
souls.
an angle with this Galio to get
She's
something
doing
done.
better
Junja,
now.
Just want to try and
Here
get the
comes
crash in.
Junja
Right,
again.
Guma desperately needs the back, but with Junja showing, I don't know how
Junja
much they
just
can really
could've
do.
gotten
And
the water
Kaiwing
and
just
probably-
making sure that his wave state remains
You can
awkward.
pillar on the
going all in. Knows he
lantern,
has
right?
the
Like
ult
right in the
advantage,
middle, so
but
you
the
can't
damage
click it.
mitigated by the
Can you do
Gragas
that?
W, but a quick dash back.
Or does the
Just trying to
lantern
take
recorrect
control
itself to the right of the
That
pillar?
lane, Kaiwing making sure the backs don't come easy, willing to give up a bit of life just to
Fiddlesticks.
stop these
Oh, yeah.
recalls. It's Swain
Cancels.
from a different lane from a mile away, just making
Oh my
tempo
God.
so hard for T1.
Oh
Swaying
my
from
God.
middle lane,
You can
canceling the
block
back
it.
there. Keeping T1 behind on tempo.
And they also get
As
grubs.
Junja starting. The objective here, I don't think there's anything that T1
That's
can
fresh
do. Their
TP.
lanes are pushed in. Owner is just trying to farm up a storm. But as far as T1 blueprints go,
It's crazy
doesn't
that
often look like this. Owner on a carry.
The one who's struggling
not
the
really
least is
from
probably
a
Doran.
individual player perspective.
I don't know,
But just
his
with
game one was
T1,
interesting.
again, the
Actually,
fact
game
that
two, what did he
this
do?
core man unit of Owner, Faker, Guma, Carrier playing together effectively since 2021. Like then with a different top laner, obviously. Zayas coming in
Right,
through
maybe
Doran
Zayas
now.
was, maybe Zayas
as,
was not the problem, you know?
Yeah, the casks, the
The
rest
cask.
of the Gragas has
I
been
don't
good.
know,
The
but-
casks,
CSing,
It must be
no
missing
notes.
Zayas, surely.
which is what matters.
Surviving the ganks, great. As long as there's no fight, obviously the
Who
Cask
was the
outpull, that
problem
isn't
in the
really
end
gonna
with
matter.
that
And
Zayas
Catalyst Driver is also
I remember
not
at the start of the
friendly
year-
whatsoever, but this core,
Didn't T1
it
trying to
also means that
slander
these
him or
players
something? Or
obviously
like,
very
what happened?
fine-tuned to
Chat,
one
what's the
another,
story?
and
What's the official story?
hasn't been often that they've been able to play a style like this guess we'll
T1
see, because they have
lowballed
to,
him.
because I think CFO
Didn't
does
they try and
far,
turn it
obviously
around
getting
and say
great.
that they had
Doggo
no
very far
communication
ahead.
from
Now,
Zeus, and then he
I have
proved
been
that they
burned
did
by
or something?
Doggo a little bit in some of the games that we saw.
Yes.
And in the previous game, always
Where is
dashes in
HLE?
were obviously very, very good as all.
Oh, control ward. Control ward.
Damage onto Guma.
Control ward.
Lantern about to expire. Control
dead.
ward laid down.
No.
Flash out from Guma. Nice bit of tech there, just putting that control ward down to make it impossible. You
Didn't
can
react
zoom in, but it's
anymore
still
while
so hard to click.
mid-negotiating.
It's a really good play there.
Turns out
From
they
Dogo
lied.
and Kaiwing get both sums from Guma. Sitting on
Right, that's
17
the,
souls, by the way. Not having a very fun time. Owner, the vision control is obviously there for CFO as Keria is just watching his turret get obliterated by
Oh dear.
this.
Right, I don't know where
Caitlyn,
you
there's
lie.
not really anything he can do. Just has to sit there and eat it.
This is
And
just.
I think the good news
This is
for
just a
T1
horrible
is
game.
normally when you play Thresh, you really
It's
need to
just a
snowball.
Caitlyn
but because
gold
the enemy
lead,
team is
Swain
all about kind
scaling
of this
alongside the
death
Galio.
ball. The Lantern alone is a lot. It can do
And
a lot
no
of work.
lane
Those
is
exchanges
snowballing,
on
'cause
Q.
he won.
Good trade with the Vision of Empire.
As ult, TP.
Which I don't think is necessary.
That's
but
Kaiwing coming in on the Brom.
try to weaponize T1 fans
creative
into
use.
assaulting
Owner and
Zeus.
Kaiwing. Flexing Penguin versus Angry Bee.
True. I
They
mean,
got the
Kaiwing does
dude who
have power
made the
at bottom,
starter
so
items on top
That is
lane.
my favorite Brom skin.
It's
great.
It's fantastic.
This does buy Guma a little bit of time.
Observers have it.
I had a
down
Zeus
as we
T1
randomly pan
shirt,
down
but Chad, I had to
Super
throw.
Fan
I put it
Dragons.
into the
It's good.
It's
the
an
writing
annoying
came off. The
CFO
merch
skin
was
game
cheap.
On point.
I got it from.
Doggo
I got
and Kaiwing,
it
pretty
from
comfortable.
Worlds. Because
Just
I had
sit
it.
here.
You
Faker,
get
of
like
course,
8 pieces of
itemizing
merch
early MR
reimbursed.
means wave
And I got the
clear, okay,
Zeus
but it's all base
T1
damages.
shirt.
This is
But the shirt was poorly made.
Alting.
The Zeus,
Driver
it came off in a
just living his
cold
best
wash.
life. Sidestepping.
I'm so
not
sad
being
about that. It was my
threatened,
first
and
ever
it's
T1
again,
merch, and it's just
look
rubbish.
at the vision.
So it was an
that's
official
there.
store as well.
Owner can look for these plays, but
Sorry, I can't see. It's very
CFO is
pixelated.
very keenly aware of where this player is at any given point in time. The TP,
You know?
it's just Faker. And he can't really do too much to Honkyu in the 1v1. And CFO, it's not quite the explosiveness that we got in the previous game. And this gold lead on Dogo, good as it is going to matter less as we get deeper into the game, because I do want to draw your attention to the Zed that is sitting on an item. And that is going to become an increasingly big problem
Definitely
unless
is.
I'm just
we
waiting.
see
I'm
both
waiting for
Kaiwing
second dragon
and
fight because I think
Driver do their
CFO
best
clear it
bodyguard
handedly.
impression.
That Swain's gonna have Rylai's,
Junja
right?
contesting here
What's
a
he
bit in
backing
mid
for?
lane. And I think it's important to
He's
remember that
not
CFO
Oh, Driver may be dead.
Hold that thought as Driver.
Or
Taking some risk there, but we'll be able to walk away. Extra sustain for the Cattles. Make it go
oh,
Doran. Driver.
he's lucky to
just
be alive.
barely
Dragon for
fast
T1 now.
enough On the flash out to survive.
He has an item.
Driver's
That's a
got
kill on
force out.
T1. Maybe want to turn
Center
this into
ulti.
more. Don't find,
Hook doesn't land.
or doesn't
Junja.
find red of the ult.
Relatively low.
Zed damage.
Getting
Okay,
lower and
double
lower.
root.
Now going in on
He's
the
on the
Junja. Zed
Junja.
going over the wall. Junja trying to heal up as much as he can. Death mark
Is there
there.
any
Galio
damage?
on the way in, but
Where's
Junja
the
might
damage?
be in trouble. He's getting chased down now by two
Okay.
members in the meantime.
Caitlyn,
Gumayushi
though.
has to hold on because Honkyu is in the
don't
midst of
think this
three.
is a good
keeping
T1
the
fight.
fight going, and it's Faker who's
We
now
got
in trouble. Trying to
Swain.
run away
Swain's
from the
already
Galio.
ulted once. He's gonna do it again.
So far, the single kill. Carrier taken down. Faker forced to flash out.
Holy.
Honkyu on the chase.
And then they're pincered.
Caught.
Junja's low.
Swain, ultimate time's out though.
They're just gonna zone them.
Help bars
Go for
hello.
Doran. Doran's an
Honkyu's
easy
pretty
target.
Powerful.
He
Healthy as well. Nice
missed the
side step
claw.
from Doran on multiple abilities. Wants to turn
Doran's
things back
going
with
back
his
in.
ultimate. Owner
You
going
think?
in.
Yeah, I
Content
guess
for the
you
weak,
think.
Doing some damage.
They got Dragon.
Not actually able to get the passive off, and it's all Doran,
Right.
really. And this isn't where I
T1
expected to
and
be
2.
in game 3, but it really is just Doran again. Last game it was Jax. This time around it's the Gwen making the difference in that fight to keep things close.
It's Doran.
But still,
It really
CFO
is.
pulling ahead.
Yo, the Doran
The
did.
top side for T1. That's trying to do the heavy lifting here as we take another look. Carrier doesn't find the hook, but even if he finds Kaiwing, it's not
I
going to mean
hate this
too
setup
much.
pick.
But Owner doesn't find the
I
damage.
hate the
onto
bait that
Junja.
pros
Obviously,
fall
there's
into
so
picking
much
center.
healing, and
The
then the
champion
flash
just
over the
takes
wall.
so long
Doran
to get
doesn't have his
online.
dash,
People think in
so
pro
he
play it's
doesn't
easier.
actually get to kill him. And then meanwhile,
Doran,
that's happening.
don't go
Honkyu
to
obviously
crowd.
takes absolutely
Yeah, you hear the
zero
wee-woo?
damage. Guma
Right.
can't threaten
Berlin
him.
just
3
decides
levels
to turn
down.
their sirens up to
So
another
Honkyu gets to
decibel.
live his best Swain live and just stand amongst multiple people, cycling cooldowns.
The logic for why they're so loud is about as good
the
as
fact
my
that
internet
T1 was
today.
able to get anything out of that, I think, kind of insane. I was caught off guard, so was CFO, but the lead for them still grown. 2 Drakes, 1.7k gold.
Doggo continuing to step up hard for Carrier without any other slows to hit a piece of CC.
Rumble
And I
ultimate
think
bot
it's
lane
important
push
to
is one of my
remember
favorite highlights
how
ever.
domestically dominant CFO have been in 2025, and even the games they were able to find on the first stand stage. We didn't know how this would transition into MSI.
But
We didn't know
CFO
this was
have
just
never
a
beaten
blip on the
LCK.
radar. Is so
Well,
often
never?
when you look at
No, not this year.
PCS, when you look at the former LMS region, super top
Not
heavy.
this year.
And while they did have some good games, it didn't always transition.
Senna doing
But right now
DPS.
in this game 3, it's
Good one.
CFO in
Good
control
one, chat.
after a win.
DPS. Good one.
T1 have tools, but their composition, it's hard to play. It's difficult to execute.
I do think the same can be said for CFO though, because the laning phase, obviously, they played out extremely nicely, but some of the team fights
the
can
Brom
be
pick was good for the
rough.
draft,
Right
but not
there,
good for T1's.
Doran
Sorry,
was
not good for CFO's draft.
basically, I don't know, like 10,
tools
15
to
AP
go.
away from
A
first
Gragas.
killing Driver, and then Owner was also quite close to
Gragas
taking down
Swain.
Junja.
Like, how do you
If
start?
that
How
type
do you
of
start
attention
fights
is
in
paid
this
towards
comp?
Doggo, it's going to be how well
Use
can the
pillar
rest of the team
like this.
facilitate and disengage.
He's
His
out,
own
never
W
mind.
is fine, but I want you to look at the itemization.
fresh hook, they've
Honky
got
going for
Galio all
Rylai's
in.
first, obviously, to both endlessly maintain his ultimate, but also to just provide
Yeah, I
more
don't
value for
think-
the team.
I think
provide
engage
that
is
CC.
slightly easier on
Driver
T1
obviously is
side.
incredible disengage.
In like a
Gragas'
full front
entire
of
kit
like 5 to
can
5,
both set up
you know?
or knock enemies away.
Damage
And
per
then Brom,
Stunde
and self-explanatory.
per hour.
Champions
Oh,
Hall
very
identity,
good,
but
very
there are
funny.
going to be item breakpoints where I think
Damage per
CFO are really going to
Stunde.
struggle. Champions like Swain also going to fall off in relative value once Owner, Doran, or Guma get to enough items or stacks respectively.
Currently, CFO in full control of the objectives on the map. One more Drake will be sole point for them. And if they can hold on to this control, before those power
I don't know what
points
to say
head
about
through
this
for
series.
T1,
It's
it's
just
kept
the
it
most crazy,
and
like...
Swain.
and Trundle. Yep.
Yep.
Again, not always the ideal role, but this is about the best composition you could hope for
This is
in a
just-
Chemtech Soul game.
Going to be hard to take down. And
T1 asleep at the
we
wheel
do
or
see
what?
pace of the game
For
a
the
lot
comp,
slower.
it doesn't
for
matter. I
CFO,
mean, I'm just
understandable,
talking
because
about,
I think they're
like,
going to be having
mentally
their
coming into
eyes
the
fully
tournament.
towards that dragon. And for T1, I just want to hold on, get Doran to a second item, maybe for Owner as well. Gumayushi obviously sitting at
Hans Yushi.
29
not even,
stacks.
not even 30 stacks
But
right
game
now.
1 was funny and fun.
So it's
Game
going to
2
take
was
such
like,
a
oh
long
my
time
god.
for him to really be
T1
relevant
and clumsy,
in this
but
game.
yo,
The gold lead
CFO
has
like came
remained
in with a
stable,
lot of
though,
buttons
and
to
that's
press.
something that
This
T1
one
is
is...
going to hold on to.
They also
For
took time to
CFO,
warm up at Worlds. True.
as long as you deny Owner access to the backline, that fight should
Okay.
look disgusting as Honkyu. No
Ulting.
mana.
He has
He's out
no
of
mana.
Doran making the fast play, hiding in the brush, waiting to collapse.
Do you
Honky
have
now
the
in trouble
kill?
with the extra healing coming through. My buy,
Doran?
Doran trying to get
Doran?
Vincent, but he misses! Honky!
And he didn't...
The laughter from the audience. Doran, a massive misstep.
Bro, is he
And that
okay?
too is Doran as he goes in on the play,
International
hits a few
Doran,
more
there he
snip
is.
snaps.
Zuma.
There
Trouble
he
will
is.
be able
Long have we
to
waited.
walk
Doran
away and have going
activated.
as well. And you're right. If you don't love Doran his worst, you shouldn't love him at his best either. But this is not the game where
That
he can
was not
afford
his
to make
best.
a fumble like that. He is the one strong point.
Cannot. So right here, really nice little sidestep there from Honkyu.
Yeah, but
And then right here, the snip that is about to come through would have been enough to take him
Bro,
down.
he could have ordered
You're
once.
just losing to
guess.
movement.
Yep,
He only casts one spell.
he didn't have mana.
Bro, that guy's got his heads in his hands. That was just... That
So
was
here the
just...
crowd go crazy. Understandably, the gold lead now getting bigger.
All right, Christian, you go
That
make
is
some
Doran.
sausages.
No flash,
you go
by
do
the
that.
way, available for this upcoming fight. And unless they're able to like take out Doggo immediately or somehow find a way to do it,
He's going again.
Is this a replay?
Another ulti.
Round two.
He managed to connect this time. Owner
There's
is
no
here.
damage from Owner.
Honkyu doesn't
He's got
have
Spear of
ulti.
Shojin.
Oh, he is dead.
The entire team collapsing.
You think? Is he
Honkyu
dead?
wants to try and clear the
I
way,
guess
but
he's got
Owner's
no
on the
ult.
way, and he should just fall here. Grass back is good. Senna ulti from
He
across
cleared the
the
wave.
map is a little bit of extra damage, but
They're gonna
now it's the
open up
Herald being
bot.
driven in
This
bottom
is
lane.
mega
They managed
worth
to find
for
the kill.
CFO.
Honkyu down, but Faker needs to back
Everyone
away. The counterpunch
is
from
top.
CFO is good, but a nice pick for T1.
Well, yeah, they get the kill, but at what cost?
Hit the brush. He's going to stop the back. No, he's not.
Faker will be fine, but the bot lane turret most certainly won't be, as the outer has already fallen. Inner imminent here as well.
Yo, Doggo.
Free grubs for CFO.
Oh my
Doran.
god. Lucky the minion
Driver on
waves
the way
there.
up, knows that ulti isn't available, taking
Lucky
his
the
sweet
minion waves
time.
there. Barrel
Body
roll
slams
dodge,
everything.
otherwise Doran would already be dead.
Cooldown's going to be incredibly
But-
low. Doran dashes over the wall, the quick flash to follow.
Oh
Body
my
slam and
god,
the kill.
bro.
Cask
Chat,
connecting.
your pick'ems are done. Your
The gold
pick'ems
lead
might
keeps
be
getting
done.
bigger. The Chemtech Soul Point is available. Stacks nowhere to be found.
T1 look atrocious.
Driver on the Gragas.
They look bad. The
Apparently
T1 fans are
flopping
going to
his
be
way
fucking crying after
to
this series.
further
You can't say
reducing the
T1 look
only
atrocious.
lead
You
in
can't say
terms of
that.
gold that
No,
T1
it
was
was like
still
it was
clinging
just a
on
bad.
to,
It doesn't
Dracos.
matter. It didn't look atrocious. You can't say that,
Gold lead continues to grow.
bro.
Soul
I'm not apologizing
in
to
4
CFO yet.
minutes on the cards. Otacon in
If
1.
they can actually win this
we
game
know
and
you talked
take
about
it
some
out
weaknesses in
cleanly
the
in the
comp,
series,
but
I'll
so many of them are
apologize.
mitigated if CFO have setup. And because they're getting
You had them
cryo
finishing
on their
second,
side,
so did I,
they
bro.
will have setup. Those Caitlyn traps
They can
are
still
going
make
to
it,
be a
but like the
nightmare.
whole lower
No
bracket
one
is
tanky
cooked.
enough to eat that empowered headshot.
The whole lower bracket will be cooked. Are we
So we
going
see
to
the
a game
setup.
5?
Thus
Or
far,
is
I
it just...
don't expect CFO to really
it's
take
not
any
over
big risks.
yet,
As,
but
oh my,
do
he
CFO
doesn't
have
even have
triple
his
break?
second item yet, by the way. That's going to be a lot worse when it does come through.
Just protest truck.
fresh.
Ah, true.
Great argumentation for
Chat, there's
fresh
going to be a
haters,
truck
I
outside
gotta
of
say,
Canada.
thus far, not
Do you reckon
able
they're
to
going to
really
rent a
make a
truck
big
in
impact in
Canada?
this game.
And look,
That's
I'll give
gonna
you
happen
one.
in the-
Besides me.
I am. But if
Faker?
you get a lead, this champion can be incredibly powerful. If you fall behind, you are on lantern duty, which in some games can be enough. And again, similar to what CFO
Dragos
wants,
does
set up
not like the
first.
Vic.
If Thresh has set up first, it's easy to play these fights. You can deny the engage. The Flay can be such a powerful tool, especially against a champion like the Gragas, but it's just so hard.
And because of the laning leads, because of the leads for CFO, look at this. We keep going back to this, but the amount of vision that they have because of the prio means that T1 just doesn't get to create the volatility that we saw in that game number 1. As Lantern Duty is doing that at least.
For Carrier, the person making
I wanna
some of the
experience
massive
a
plays
truck.
that turn the game
Bro,
back in
that
their
would be
favor,
cool.
now stuck on Lantern
Like,
Duty.
oh my
It touches
god,
make
it's
the game more
T1 truck.
difficult.
It's a classic.
It's T1
Waiting for
obviously not
IE
going
on
to back
Doggo.
down from a fight. Is,
Okay. Ace in the hole, still a
Ooh.
little bit away, and of course there's a cleanse and an ulti. Carry also with the heal.
he really wants stacks Dracos. That's my read on that one.
I mean, he
Bro,
needs
Owner-
stacks.
Still only on 40.
Bit of range, bit of damage,
He's
but
got 40
not
by
too much
20
yet.
minutes.
So
This
for
center
CFO, the
is
things to avoid
useless.
are obviously over-investing
Chat,
in
do
the
you think they
Otacon.
outscale?
Can be a big turning point
Do you
no
think,
matter
do you
the
think
game
T1
state.
outscale? I'm not sure if they do.
Baker.
Keep your carry safe. Doggo
I
must
think
be
their ability to
protected at
start
all
fights is
costs.
easier,
But
which
this early
scales
in the
really
game,
well.
Even the damage
I
from
think Doran
Swain still
as
a really
Gwen
big deal,
will scale
especially
really
if you
well.
can finish Leandri's before.
Zed really has
This
only
Dragon
one
fight
target,
starts
and
in
it's
2
Caitlyn.
minutes.
Everyone
Same
else
for
is just going
Junja.
to
As
be
the
too hard to
Trundle gets
kill.
later, obviously his damage is
65
gonna
minutes.
fall off,
Yeah,
but
true.
level 12 sitting on
You
the
don't think
Triforce
Zed
as
can
well.
kill the Caitlyn with GA? I agree.
They have to be
Maybe
respected.
this Zed pick is just useless.
Driver and Doran poking, prodding, fishing for an angle.
Senna next week. Got it.
Ultis, the big cooldowns we have to
But
look
dude,
out
even
for.
Swain
Flash
stacks.
up for
Swain-
Doran.
Swain will be
Crucially, Driver does
unkillable.
not have his. Cleanse, heal on
Like,
the side
we've
of
got a
Carrier.
static shift
Healed
center.
exhaust for
Building
Kaiwing.
Okay.
towards a breaking point. Either T1 finally going to get a
Oh
T1.
my god, Guma's going to get one shot. No.
It's well executed, but
Yeah,
Doggo
maybe
steps in, he does
still
so much
one
work.
shot. Look at the
Extra
damage.
coming in. He now
Doggo
needs to
hit him
retreat.
twice,
He
by the
needs to
way.
get hell out 'cause it's
So
double
T1
team.
Doggo was caught.
T1 smell blood in the water.
Both summoners down.
T1 see
He's
an angle.
found.
They're desperate to take
I don't
it.
know about T1. I don't know about
Solid
T1
retreat.
finding a fight here.
CFO Doggo. Oh, overconfident,
Bro,
over
Guma
eager
almost
Carrier.
got one shot.
Well played.
I think they're going
Fresh
to
has
have to pull. They
12
need to get
souls?
something out of this, right? T1
What?
are going to try and turn
Carrier
this
just
into
not being able to
maybe an
pick him up?
Otacon fake out, looking for a turn
Oh my
is my
god,
guess.
we're doing
Faker has
Otacon,
his
but it's
ultimate
going to be a
available.
flip.
CFO, they're ready.
Doggo's not here.
This is not a good
He's most
Otacon.
of the
This is
gold
not a
lead.
good
He's not in the
Otacon.
area.
This is
It's
not a
so
good
damn
Otacon.
close.
They're
Driver
going to
already
fight
caught by the
Driver.
hook. Box
Galliwalt's
going
coming
down.
in.
Baker on the way in.
Guma's got no mana. He's just going to auto. They get one. There's no way. They're going to hook onto Honky, but Honky's in the middle. The Swain, kind of unkillable.
Finish the job. Honky
Oh,
standing. He
no.
needs to retreat, but he needs to get
Doggo's
the
back.
goal, so he's gonna
Doggo's
flash
back.
forward.
He gets hooked in, though.
Full committing. He
Wait,
gives his life.
there's no way T1 win a
Doggo
fight.
is here. Just in
By the
time.
way, died to
The
Otacon.
final moments
Doggo
of
just autoed.
Honky's life given to get the 80 carry into the fight.
And now they're
they
on
have to be careful,
Otacon.
Owner. You need to make this deal
He has
happen.
vision, he has vision, he has
Oh,
vision.
Over the
Kaiwing.
wall.
No, not dead.
Just a bit of poke.
Owner's just going to
Owner
try
knows
and
if he
jump in,
overcommits, he
pillars
won't be
out.
able to steal the objective.
Owner.
50-50
Owner.
the coin flip, and CFO bet on themselves. Lantern
no.
laid down. Owner does
Right,
not want to
silly.
take the risk. It's Otacon to CFO.
Carry out. Takes the hit. Otacon goes to CFO. But the resets will come through for the Dragon.
mean,
As we
it's a
take
good
a look,
start from
obviously
T1.
this starts with the most fat member on CFO,
CFO,
not being
like,
in
they're
the fight,
running
but this
into
early
all
on, the
these
base
bruises.
damages are still a big deal.
Zed is,
And you can
I'm
see
telling you, you just got to
T1
shut down,
wanting
but I
to
think
try
that's a
and
useless
push
pick.
as hard as they can.
Getting gold on
They
the Zed
don't
matters
have the
not.
damage to
Watch
kill this
Guma.
Swain.
Guma's just
Honky
dying to Otacon. Ready,
realizes
watch.
this, goes back in,
Wait.
and
Hook.
eventually they will
Roll.
take him down.
Guma,
but the
watch.
cost is massive because Doggo arrives,
Doggo-
quickly
I didn't
picks
even
up
see
2
the
free
auto.
kills. Another double, massive. And
Where's the
eventually
auto?
they will take him down, but the cost
He just got solo damage queued.
is massive because Doggo arrives,
He
quickly
just got
picks up 2
solo
free
damage
kills.
queued.
Another double kill for the man. And now T1, so much use there. And this fight, they
T1,
can't
what's
afford
happening?
to not take.
And credit to T1, they did manage to find
Hey,
a
after this
solid fight, but ultimately CFO were simply too far ahead and managed to buy just enough time for Doggo to get there. Now,
Oh my
have to
god,
walk
Carrier.
into the brush here. You can see Faker taking big chunks
the
of
Gwen
damage.
angle.
Doggo ready to lay down just another trap. Carrier was good with the hooks previously. In that chaotic melee, Thresh can do a lot of work, but
Dude, CFO 3
this
on
time
this, I don't know
CFO
what to
now
think.
looking to give them that edge. Guma
Guma.
usually caught out, cleanse
Oh,
used,
max
but
range.
as is Kai Wing's ultimate.
Okay.
Not a bad
Guma's at
trade
50.
for T1. If Guma can stay safe,
Guma
doesn't
is
have his flash
getting-
available.
Guma is getting
T1 still no
sold.
access on the river.
But
Celestial
doesn't
opposition
matter.
popped though by a Vision of Empire from Honky.
Or he
That's gonna
can't
be
even
Carrier's
kill a
much
cannon
squishier.
minion.
Doran poking, prodding, looking over the
Guma
wall.
cannot kill a
Soul
cannon
on the
minion. It
line.
takes
For
a long
T1,
time.
It's just the first Drake, but for CFO, could be the backbreaker.
Doran just used
Owner
up his
ready.
Q,
Doran's 2
and he's
levels
zoned
down.
out.
No
This is
flash for
Soul.
the Zed though. Trap connects. Doggo can't quite get into range.
Jim is
Faker
trying
off
to
the
run
side.
in.
Faker with the flank. Is it going
Oh,
enough?
Doran's
Ulti's
in
now
and
coming out
on the
instantly into
driver.
back line.
There's the
Looking for a bit
ulti,
of
but
follow-up.
Thresh is
Owner's
dead.
still standing
Galio
for the rebound,
ulti
but he gets
stopped
him
by a
in the
pillar.
trap, and down he goes.
And
The
Doran's
double
dying.
kill.
And
Domination
Guma's gonna die. And
in
CFO
game
winning
three
this
from
game.
CFO. It's Doggo's time to shine. The Penta
Guys,
is there.
there's a Penta
Doggo
against
in
T1.
The face of the reigning world champions stands tall.
And CFO, look at that fight.
I'm not even T1 biased. T1 looked dog shit. Oh my god.
Nothing else.
Bro, this team,
Soul to
whether it's the
CFO.
fucking draft,
Penta to Doggo.
what are they doing?
A T1
Holy fuck.
on the verge
Yo, Doggo,
of something
clean.
that none of us were expecting coming into the day.
And in this priceless
Look,
moment,
look,
you can see T1 fishing.
look, what do
for
they
the
do? What do they
angle.
do with this draft? What do they
But
do?
the trap, I think, unnoticed.
Guma's
Watch
damage
Owner
does not
goes
exist,
in,
by the way. He's
locked up,
attacking tanks.
Steps onto the trap
He's
in
just
a
like,
moment
I'm
he
just
thought
gonna
he
get
would
some
succeed,
souls.
exhausted as well, and there's nothing
Doran
there for T1.
did nothing in the
They
fight.
just
He
go
steps
two-hand.
up, gets
Carrier goes in, but there's
destroyed.
no follow-up. Doggo is so ready for
Bro,
this.
Doggo is
Even
just so
without the
fed.
flash. It doesn't matter that his sums aren't available.
Holy.
Even the ultimate from
T1 are
Faker
getting
just gets
destroyed.
cancelled leisurely
By DRX Caitlyn.
by
apparently.
a pillar from Junja. I'm sorry.
Is it actually
about
DRX
giving
Caitlyn?
you
I asked
tough
before, I
time,
thought it was
the
Pool
blind
Party.
trundle.
Is this DRX
My
Caitlyn?
bad.
Oh, it's got a
Owner
chroma
gonna
on it,
steal.
right?
At the very least, the blue buff.
Stuff her back in the
CFO,
lantern.
Again, on track for a dominant
I
win.
see
Doggo
MKOI beating
now
CFO.
fearless. Third ever pentakill
You
finds
have
it
them
against
beating-
T1 on an international
But bro,
stage in an even series. Are you
They
kidding
won't
me?
be. If they win
How
this
could he
series,
not
they
be?
won't be in the lower bracket
T1
yet.
is overgrouping, right? That's
Everyone's
why Doran is
pickums will be
still level
cooked. Perfect
14.
pickums
They
will
need
be
to
left to
respond.
like 10
Might
people,
be
I'm
going
telling
into
you.
another fight, but obviously CFO happy to take that.
I
T1,
can't believe I put
again, feel
T1
like they have
into the
to
final.
contest 10K. They managed to find the hook. Carrier caught
Oh
up before the
god.
fight even
Oh,
starts. Owner
Carrier
has
just
to
does
be the
nothing on this
difference maker.
thresh.
They need to
Where's the
steal.
damage? Look at Guma. Look at Guma trying to hit.
Helping the
Doggo,
tall.
but
I
again,
don't think they win this
Doggo
fight.
is
I don't think they ever win any
untouched. The
fight.
back line
Galio dead
untouched,
again.
And the front line is too damn tanky.
You could say jet lag, but Genji woke up after one
Another
game.
ulti.
They can't
Owner,
cut through
flash,
the
Flash
big
from
gigs.
Junja.
There's too many.
and T1.
It's going to be match
They
point.
keep trying, they keep hoping that they can outplay, that they can out-execute, but
T3,
CFO
bro,
are ready
then.
every single time. Unfazed by the pace of game the T1 are looking to play. Happy now to take the Baron.
What do I say? What do I say?
And it was the expectation that it was Kaiwing that was going to be struggling when it comes to the support champion pool. But instead, this fresh, dead in the water. First the Nami, now the Braum. Kaiwing standing guard, keeping his 10-0 and free 80 carry safe from everything that T1 is trying to throw at them.
And game one felt so much about what Junja could do in the
I don't
early
know,
game.
bro.
Again,
I don't
he had
know
a
if,
fantastic early game, but Doggo
know
now in
if- I
two
think this is a
consecutive games
CFO
back-to-back
3-1
with
by the
Kaiwing
feel
at
of
his
it.
side.
Even game one should have been the
It's been
same,
that
but
lethal
CFO threw that
threat.
game away. 2 and 3, they've just been outclassing T1. And it is weird to
T1
say, but it's like
looking
T1
out
just
of
can't
sorts.
fight. Also, they can't fight because their comp is
Chance
rubbish.
to rally in another game, perhaps one more
Their
fight to
comp
rally in this
relies
one.
on Senna
Serpent's
getting to
Fang
ultra
there
late, but
reduces
also
some
that the early game
of the
will
shielding,
rely a
but
bit
no-
around
no healing
Doran.
reduction on this
But
team.
Gragas just neutralizes pretty much
Get
any
that much
lane he's
harder as
in.
Guma has to be careful about
And
walking
Faker
forward.
couldn't
Driver
move. Faker got bullied.
throws
Faker's
down
having
the
a
bomb,
rough
finds
series.
the connection to the wall, but not
Their
quite the right angle
comp
to knock him
lacks
back.
damage
The siege
against
begins.
triple
This
bruiser.
is exactly
No,
what you did
quadruple
not want
bruiser
to be as
Caitlyn.
T1 facing down a Baron
And their hope is
empowered
that they can get the
with this
Caitlyn, but
kind
they-
of front line.
I don't know. What do you think
Owner
about the
praying
sheer
for an
rapid
angle into the
fire
back
Senna?
line. A
do I think
single
about it?
moment where CFO forget
I mean,
or
Senna
make a
needs wave
misstep. We
clear.
saw them in game one.
Where is the wave clear in this comp otherwise? It's all melee
It's
wave
starting to
clear.
feel more and more
It's committal,
impossible.
right? Z
Really
can press
does.
W, Q, but like,
6K gold lead. The hooks.
bro, they
Not
need
quite finding the
reliable
mark.
range wave clear.
Guma
And that's
still
what
not
they have to do
getting
Senna.
close to the stack, but maybe
I think
80
Senna is a
before we
bait
can
pick
start
because
seeing
I
him have a little
don't
bit of
think
impact in
Senna
the fight,
and a
a
lot of
third
comps
item,
is
but
good enough to
Doran's
get to her
splitting.
spikes.
It's
something.
Because
something
you
back.
need
Get the
hard
bounty.
winning
What's
middle
the
jungle or
response?
mid top. Like,
He'll
and
make his way out.
they had Doran winning,
Broken open
Doran
now.
also entered.
Doran finds a way to escape.
And they just picked Gragas. Like, I don't know.
One
The
inhibitor
T1
down,
draft
bot
is
lane
not
likely
good.
to fall as well.
And it goes back to what we
T1
were talking about in
draft,
game number
actually,
2. As
all
long
three
as
games,
CFO
chat,
don't
is gonna
give
be
an objective
rough,
flip
isn't
to
it?
T1,
I've had conflict
is
with
just
all
going
three
to be
drafts, I think.
confined
They're
to their
just trying to
base.
end. They're just going to 5-man
CFO
end.
run the map as
Curry just gets
Carry
one
has
shot,
the
flash.
Forced out.
Doggo's already got the
Good luck for the
pentakill.
Ender Dracos.
Doggo's still standing. He's the one that matters, but don't get me wrong. Hongq powerful as well. Doggo
Complex,
isolated for a
what's
moment.
up, bud?
Faker tries to find the angle, but they backstep perfectly. Hongq ready to deny any potential engage. Lockup is already there on the owner. He's not able to get anything done.
Dude,
Ready to
where's
go in.
the damage
Finds
on Doggo? There's
finds
dead.
the death mark. Shield across the top. Doggo still standing.
Faker jumps in.
Mark. Not enough. Into
Oh,
the
with
back.
Chemtech Soul.
It's Hongq
It's over.
continuing to run rampant.
It's
Doran
over,
doing
bro.
everything he can. A few snips, but not nearly enough to cut down CFO.
16 soul Thresh.
Domination
75
again.
soul Guma
And back
at 30
to back
minutes.
Games as CFO
T1
move
are
on to
broken.
match points.
T1 are broken. They are broken, chat. I don't know what this
Wait.
team is doing, but CFO are pummeling
He's
them in
able to pilot this
5v5s.
pick. By the way, Swain in this draft, Z tier.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
Z tier?
Especially if you lose.
Playing with serious
Yeah, I didn't
company
think so
here.
at first,
This
but I
is
guess they're all
Swain.
running into you, aren't they? I mean, Swain loves when people run into him,
1 p.m.
and they're all like melee range. They got to commit. I
He
mean,
was-
I see why. I see why. I didn't like it at first because I think in isolation against Galio, I thought, oh, Galio will be fine, but he wasn't fine in the lane. And then with Trundle set up as well with Gragas, like, bro, this comp never gets away. T1's comp never gets away. I think Gragas was the best pick in this comp.
Dragon.
I think
And
Gragas was one of the best picks into this comp.
What are we doing?
What
Is
do they,
the plan? We
what,
do
what
not.
do they do? Bro, they never have the damage. They have to snowball
came
early or lose.
Specifically,
That was not a good draft, chat. That was not a good draft. It was a content
Serious.
game. We're going to game 4. Yo, I have to apologize. I'm sorry. I've been a little bit low energy. It feels like... It feels fucking frustrating when you spend money on devices and those devices don't work, and I'm just kind of like fretting about the internet when it's already gone out twice. What is Draco's
League of
wearing?
Legends. This is not the day
That's-
we
that-
were
that's-
expecting.
That's a painful story.
Chronicler's suit
Drake,
is nice. That's a very, very nice suit.
Everything
Dracos is wearing like something like he's a pope.
completed by Junja. We get to it.
All right, let's go.
Carry match.
House as we get in.
Okay, game 4
Match
draft.
point for CFO. T1 once again on the
I'm
blue
gonna lock
side.
in.
CFO
If
on
internet
red.
cuts out again, it's just the
You
way it
highlighted
is.
it beautifully.
It's just the way it
T1 a
is.
team
Just gotta
that
accept it.
always, when it counts, seem to find their form.
You okay?
Always in the right moments, they peak.
Oh, Diddums.
Sadly for them, they're
complain.
out of moments.
All right.
This is the right moment.
This is the moment.
With
where
your
you're right
ban,
now to
let's get something
deliver
crazy for Rest.
that
Rest is just
incredible
going to play
performance.
Nah. But actually, why
for
would you
another
play Nah?
shot for a single
You didn't
game
care if York's banned,
to decide
did
if you'll stay in the upper bracket or go down to lower. One best of 5 away from elimination.
One game. CFO only need one game.
TF banned,
Chat,
York
if
banned
T1
as well.
win this, we go to a game 5.
Champion shared by
That'd be
both Rest and
crazy.
Driver, hence the double bans here.
Is Vi
Talia.
up? No, Vi's banned.
The Zaya banned
Banning
again.
Zaya Y.
Like that. Definitely one of Gumayushi's strongest
Okay,
picks.
targeted
Also,
pick.
Carrias Rakan, notorious for very
It looks
similar
good in his
reasons.
outfit. Yeah, it's silky.
And it's also been the drafts for CFO, and I don't like pointing towards draft too much, right? Because
Sure.
I feel like it takes away from the
Jojo, my
gameplay.
goat,
For
bro,
CFO, the
he's
gameplay
not
has
here.
been there, as this is a
That was the series
very
before. Put the
obvious
sign away.
B1 Rumble angle with that ban,
Ornn ban.
of the Ornn Galio already taken away. So we'll see if CFO recognize and want to ban
Why?
it.
What is that
But
fish for? Sign's already been picked.
T1,
Ornn's got long range
You're gonna have
engage.
to rally here.
T1 are
CFO
thinking,
are gonna
right, we
get
don't want
the
Ornn
free
for
and
rest,
one
but he can
upset.
just
And
go
even
nah.
in game 1, you can argue that CFO, for a lot of the decision
might be
making,
worried about
looked
what
better.
comes
It was
next.
the
Like,
skirmishing of T1
is there another
that got them
engaged
back
top,
in,
maybe a
got them that
longer
win.
range?
If CFO had
Azir
played that
ban.
a little bit more respectful,
Faker
we've
doesn't
just
have
been
Ari.
looking at a
No,
sweep, as
Ari's
it's
up,
going to be the
actually.
comfort
Ari
for
is up.
Faker taken away instead.
Rumble
Rumble
up.
Varus
Right.
still on the table.
But I don't remember Rumble being
another
scared of
games.
Ornn.
Locket here has been used in some
Did
regions.
CFO
as
win
a
2
top
games
lane
with
counter
Driver?
pick.
They won 1 with Rest, I'm
known
pretty
to
sure,
bring the
1 with
spikes,
Driver,
although
didn't they?
I think for now that might be a
Chat,
bridge
game
too
1
far.
was Driver.
Certainly not a pick
Game
you
2
want to
was
give
Rest.
away.
And game
We're
3
looking
was
at a T1 draft
was-
where Guma has a lot of potential powerful picks,
Was
both
it?
the Varus
Chat,
and
do you
the
remember?
Jhin, very much in
Decreased
his
cast
wheelhouse.
volume? Okay. How about
For
that?
rest, a couple of
How about that?
considerations here. Mbessa, insanely strong when you can get to your spikes. Saw that even earlier today.
How about that? Is it better?
Although
Your Wardens.
didn't lead
What's up,
to a win for Mern. We still saw
Give
the
me a hard
impact
tank. Give me
in the
CFO
fights.
with a hard tank, I think.
Is there
a little lower.
still a good amount of junglers available here. Junja going to be
So
picking
it
up
cooked-
the Skarner here.
The Chrome cooked a bit too hard.
As
when it
Well,
DC'd.
we'll have an
How
opportunity
about
to
that?
try and look for a counter pick, but not that much is still available here.
What do you, T1, what do you think about
They just
Ivan
pick, I think, also
Tristana?
certain to come through, but what are they going to go
Ivan
towards?
Tristana and Toscana, seems
Like
good, no?
Oriana is a consideration. If you can find a
Yes,
good AD
the
jungler,
best.
can also just go
Oh,
for
well,
comfort
that's
for Guma.
good.
Pick up that Varus, but into an Mbessa that is already a little spooky Dracos.
If we get Vi, if
CFO
we... Nah, bro, I'm
prioritizing
not even T1 sided.
comfortable
I just want my
options here,
pick'ems
but
to be
giving
right, but I know they're
away
not going to be. I think CFO win this series. Honestly,
of powerhouse meta
T1
picks.
are dizzy.
Casting some doubt.
Carrier still has Naught.
At the start of this draft
Poppy,
phase, now
yeah,
the
okay.
Poppy to follow, a good tool
Chat,
for
does Poppy stop
disengages.
Skarner scurrying?
Potential
Doesn't, right?
flex as well.
Skarner's Ishtal thing
This is
doesn't stop it,
looking
does
to
it?
be a flex.
Crack Carlson?
With the
Yo,
form that
Carlson,
Carrier has been in
big.
today, seen him pull off some absolutely heist-level gameplay with this
Swapping top
Poppy,
lane back
but
and forth.
today's been very, very muted. Kyring really getting the better of him together with Doggo. So,
Jin adds range.
guessing this is going to go towards Owner.
But if you have range set up, now you just ban the
See,
hell
Jin,
out of
I would
support.
love this
I
here
mean,
because
Nautilus you don't really
even
care
if
about
T1
if you're going
end
into
up
Poppy.
clawing
If
their
it
way
is a
to a
support
game
carrier,
number
which I
5,
assume Halo
this is
Blade's
a
Poppy,
pick
right?
that they would have loved to
Carrier
have
wants to
one of
tweak a bit here.
Guma's other big comfort picks. And with the Mbessa, you have a lot of
But I
backline
also
threat.
think if you double ban engage
Take
support
away
from T1,
a possible
like by
setup
T1,
there.
CFO out to dry. Kywing doesn't have much.
Play off the rest of his teammates very
The
nicely.
engage support, Rel.
Definitely will be.
Alice hasn't been played
Skarner
this
as
series.
well, some pretty solid
Maybe you don't
engage
ban
options
because you got
for
Alistar,
CFO
Rel,
to
Leon,
evolve with the Jin.
Alistar, Rel,
A little
Nautilus.
bit
You
more
got 3
CC might be
engage
needed
supports.
from the side of
And they get
T1,
pick on
but a
4.
lot of
You just
magic damage, a
you
lot
kind of
of
just ban
range,
yourself.
Excellent disengage tools. I really like what they've got here. It's not the spiciest draft, but it's just
It's not that
so
Jarvan will be
powerful.
played here if Lee Sin's banned.
There are still so
But
many engage
what do you
supports
have?
left. And obviously a lot of them do not like playing into Poppy. That is important to note. But Nautilus is still available.
Nautilus is
Alistar still
okay. Into
available.
Poppy, Nautilus is annoying, but you
Rakan
still
is
get
still
the hook.
available.
Poppy is
All
still
options here. Rel
pulled
I
back.
didn't finish the sentence, or it's already
And then you
banned
can
away,
walk up and press W.
as we do
if she's not eating you
expect
into a
Owner
wall.
to go towards an AD top laner or AD jungler here.
I mean, they
rather.
might just pick Nautilus
Again,
here.
if it is
Rakan
not
is
the
also
Poppy,
up
you
and
can see, I
available,
think
as
CFO
mentioned,
kinda hedging their
for
bets,
CFO.
which does make sense.
Bro, what is that
T1
anime on the
continuing to
screen?
put
What is
pressure
happening?
On Kywing's champion pool again, pretty universally agreed upon weak point, but we've gone so late in the draft, and so few of the
Oh.
engage options have
Oh,
been
I like the
taken that
Nocturne.
Are they assuming they get an Ori knock,
still picks like the
which would have been good
Alistar
for the
up
draft
and available.
for T1?
Obviously, can really struggle into the Poppy.
And we're
Yo, I'm
kinda
telling you,
getting towards
Ivan
picks
Tristana
like
doesn't go too bad. But you just
Fairy,
lack a bit of
like
engage.
Viego, that haven't been quite as
But
successful.
if you get Viego,
Clearly
you need
read
the
from
Ari, you
CFOs
need
that this
burst.
Poppy is going towards
Ari's not
carrying.
banned in this game.
Want to take away some of the picks that can threaten Doggo on the back line, it would seem as well. Things like the Nocturne, things like the Lee Sin. Plenty of great moments
Alistar
from
ban.
Owner
They
domestically
double ban
on that
support
pick.
anyway
Both
for engaged
those picks
support,
really,
but
as the Alistar's
see if I
taken
can
off.
just
Okay,
pick
so
Nautilus
what is
here
left?
anyway and just
Could
take
be
the
a
loss.
hard angle as well if you want to go towards that.
There's no way he gets Soraka.
Both as a pick away.
That is the
but
most
also into
int
some
thing
of
I've
the
ever
mobile
seen.
characters
Get
on
rid
the
of
enemy
it.
team.
Get rid of it. Bard's not bad. Bard's range.
It would be good.
Bard's range
to,
engage.
Of course, yeah, the Varus and the Rumble. Oh, the tension is high, man. We're both so
I
serious.
know.
It's only draft, and we're so stressed out.
Ooh.
Okay. Maokai.
It's a Maokai support? No, it's a Bard. It's a Bard angle. Good
Bard.
Bard angle. Nautilus.
No.
Okay, all right. The timer.
Whatever, bro. The timer is such a bait. The timer needs to be
I
fixed.
kind of like the Bard. I do think the Nautilus struggles a lot more
You're more
into
cooked
the
than me,
Poppy,
and I'm
but you
SEA
can
gang,
obviously
bro.
go for
SEA
the-
gang
you get
always
Poppy out of the
cooked,
way,
though,
you
no?
can buffer the
Yep.
queue.
You should do live,
Find your
man. I
way
would totally
into the
watch
fight,
it.
but I
Best
still
bars.
don't
Yo, I
think that it's
appreciate
the
you,
most
bro,
fun
but the
matchup.
reason I don't
And
is
again,
because
it
the
feels like
time
they're
zone
hedging
is
their bets
too
there because
fucked
they're
for me.
afraid to pick
So I
Bard
do
and
this
get
so that all
counterpicked
people in
support
EU
and see
can
that
watch
pop
as
push
well.
into jungle. So they're just blind picking something reliable. Might not be the best in some
appreciate
matches,
you,
but
man.
it certainly
I
won't be
appreciate
the
it.
worst. The Bard, definitely a pick that can be exploited in the laning phase. So
But yeah, no one,
Now
like
Faker,
no one at
Silas.
9 a.m. the next morning is doing a restream.
Blind
So
Silas
I
to come
also
through
I
here.
take that, you know.
I mean, it was just last year, right, where we saw this guy go Super Saiyan
I take
on this
it.
pick, finding incredible
All right,
angles.
Faker Silas. But Faker is
Game.
blind picking Silas into mid.
4 and 5 in the Worlds.
They don't have a
Faker
Galio,
having an incredible performance,
but
but
Hong
even
Q
though he
can
was struggling in
pick,
spring, I
pick
think today
Ari.
he actually just has been invisible. And
Whether
even
that
in the
would be an
series where
option.
T1 was struggling
Yeah.
throughout spring, still was able to often make
Ban
an impact.
Syndra. You
Well,
pick
in game
Syndra.
one, it was Annie. He was the utility
Ooh.
pick, right, setting others up for success.
Jarvan,
Silas
I
isn't
said
necessarily
before,
that pick, but now we have
into
J4
the Jhin.
to punish immobile champions.
But you're
So
not going
what's
to
the
play
option for
Syndra,
Hong
are
Q?
you? Hong Q, Akali
If
as an
wants to throw
option
down,
as well.
Can go towards the Akali.
Yeah.
Skill matchup. One of the OGs. How
And with
confident is he
Skarner,
feeling? He's
you
gotten
do
better
have
at Faker
dive.
in every lane
You
thus
do have
far.
good dive.
Maybe Ari as well, looking to Take it away. Oh.
Washed.
Double AP topside, limited lockdown. Poppy does not interrupt the blink with the steadfast presence. This is a bold
Yeah.
bet.
Oh,
Instead, it's
Cassio is even stronger for the
I
lane.
think
Chat.
almost universally considered one of the
I like
hardest
CFO's
champions to play in
draft.
the game, League of Legends. Your
I like
actions have
CFO's
to be
draft. I think
perfect.
their
Every
setup
click
is
has
quite
to be
easy. It relies on
flawless.
Nautilus, Skarner,
Honky really
Mbessa,
betting on himself.
Boomta.
It is a
The
solid
damage
matchup,
carries are there.
Silas. A
Honku
single
on
misstep,
Cassio has a
and the
really
miasma
easy
comes
job.
down, and it feels impossible
Make
to
sure
play this.
Silas doesn't
You
move.
get run down. It's a short-range comp as well from T1. The Cassio feels
Bro, it
like
is.
a smash hit. And
It does.
after a
It
couple of
does.
great
Yo, this
drafts,
looks like
I
a
think
good draft.
CFO,
CFO,
looking
I
at
think.
this,
I think their Smurf
feeling
draft again.
great.
I think T1's draft
only thing
is a bit
we have to be
one-dimensional.
worried about is
Chat, I'm going to
towards
run
that
ads.
top side,
T1 are getting
some early game
absolutely
volatility.
blasted in
The
this series.
2v2,
I'm just going to say
3v3.
that they are the worst team in this
Once
series
those ultimates are
out of the
available,
two.
the flag
Yo,
and
I'm sorry about
drag
the internet
into
issues. I'm going to
Silas
pop off
getting on top
in
of
this next
someone,
game. I
the
promise you.
Rumble
I'll be with you
combined with
the whole
Jarvanel,
the whole
combined with
fucking
Poppy.
series.
That can be a
I do this
problem.
every morning.
But
If you're
with
interested in
how
the restream,
CFO
don't forget to
have
drop a
been
follow.
playing,
I'm going to run ads down so there's no
T1,
pre-rolls.
they're gonna get
There's
Food
no
Lane
ads
And
that interrupt your
Honku's
games and they're not
first
cooked.
Cassio
Tier 1 Twitch Prime
ever.
gets you out of it for the whole of MSI. Remember, I'm
Again,
streaming the whole of
betting
MSI,
on
so no ads
himself.
for the entire stream.
The confidence there,
Big.
already pulled out the
Right.
Swain, has
Lock in.
already
Here
shown
come
us
the ads.
so much. But you highlighted the Jarvan, the potential for Owner in this early game to take over off a few early ganks and punish those immobile carries.
Let's go.
T1 have clear avenues of attack, a much stronger composition overall. Can CFO weather the storm,
Krusty the
make
Clown.
the upset happen? T1 bring us to silver scrapes.
With this comp, do you think T1 can do it, though? Oh, I do
can
not.
only hope so, Dracos.
I think that
This game
Cassio
number
can
4 is
fry
afoot.
them.
Can't wait to see if CFO
That Jarvan
close that out
against
here, or is
Cassio, though,
T1
it's going to
going
be
to bring
everything.
us to game
If she does not
number
have flash,
5?
it is int. But she does. Of course she does.
An incredible series thus far. CFO showing
T1.
us so much more than we ever expected. Now I need to see T1 dig deep, rally in this moment.
CFO,
An incredibly veteran lineup.
like, bro, props to them. And I'm happy
team
to
to
apologize
crumble
to
under the
CFO
pressure.
if they win this series, right? And I will.
Team that has
At this point, I will.
very few finishes.
Cassio's
below
bad into
third
Rumble,
place
Poke, Varus,
in
and
their
J4.
time as a core format
Yeah,
unit
I mean,
together.
Into the comp,
Obviously did
yes.
miss out on
Into the
first
5v5s,
stand,
don't you think it's
as Humble
fine?
Life was
When
the
there's a lot of,
representatives
like,
carry-out.
there's a lot of limited
Found
engage
by
that has
the
to run into
Snake.
Honku.
Twin Fang Star from Honku burning through a little bit of that mana.
There's a lot of things that
Level
have to
2
run
is where
into
Faker
her.
has to be
I
really
thought Cassio
careful.
was fine with that. I think range, you're right. Range is an issue.
Tension
So
is
Varus
palpable
Rumble is
here.
an issue.
Audience
I mean, good job. On it.
going crazy. Love to
we
hear
got
it.
fan chant leaders for CFO
Please.
and T1. Love to hear it.
Holy.
As per usual, T1.
They
Really
fill out
anywhere to
crowds.
play. Playing with home advantage. But the CFO fans,
T1 in finals,
thing
bro.
is-
Just gonna let it get
Everyone
away
did.
with it.
Everyone did. I'm
Talked
telling
about
you.
it being
I
T1's
did.
house. Just feels like every arena is.
I picked
but
T1 for finals.
CFO gaining a ton of fans in this
They
series
can't even
already.
win versus
oh,
CFO.
the chains.
Not connecting is going to be big.
Oh,
Hook
yeah.
just a little bit out of range. The Lollipop doesn't quite mean it can connect, and every single lane feels
What does she have? Conqueror.
tense,
Yeah.
Chronicler.
I'm
We've
just
seen
not, I'm not
what
that familiar with
happens in
Cass.
these early games.
Yeah,
Chat,
the
I know
leads
Noxious Blast
for
is the
CFO,
combo into E.
When
And
they
just spam
find
E,
them,
'cause
have
with poison,
just been
the damage
pushed
is nuts.
So insanely far, and you can
Like
see
one of the best duelists.
Double
Level 1, I
Uncommon
remember you used to
going
take
to be
Corrupting
getting
Potion back when it
themselves
gave Amp,
the
and you
earlier
just
level
pressed
2
E on people
playing
perma,
with
and you
Cryo.
just
This time,
level
though,
1
there
kill.
isn't a dive waiting for them. We'll be okay.
Yeah,
They
dude,
also
don't even
have
ask.
Owner
Yo,
towards their side of the
Bento,
map.
don't
This
ask, bro.
Jarvan
I don't know how T1 lost.
Gonna have to find a
Holy.
decent amount of early impact.
Faker's having a rough
Owner
day.
Thus far, not
Owner's
able
kind of
to
invisible.
showcase
Doran's still a
both
bit
the
of an
skirmishing
inter.
power as
Doran's
well
been the
as
best
his
player, and
ganking
he's been a bit of an
prowess
inter.
that T1 heavily relied upon.
Carries engage hasn't
in
been that clean. Like, they're
particularly
so
early,
disjointed. They're so
to mid part of
disjointed.
spring.
They're like what G2 were at the start of the
CFO.
tournament.
They're chilling, right?
Obviously,
Even
different elements, right? Like, I don't know
if
T1 in this split as well as I...
Baker gets on top
Oh,
of you.
hang
Hong
on.
Q.
Side
Oh, the
step,
flash.
out.
Oh
Baker
my
in
God, he
trouble.
almost got
Taking,
the
but he
kill.
won't fall yet. Owner. EQ flash. Keeping it going. Faker standing on the edge, hoping to be a Honky.
Oi.
First blood. For
Okay, there you
T1.
go. Flash down for Cassio. Available
I
gank.
haven't finished my sentence, or Owner makes his presence
There you
known.
go. I said Owner was
Even with
invisible.
Hong Q
Big.
flashing the chains. Faker, with just the tiniest bit of health, walks it up.
And
And
top
Owner
lane, Rumble,
flashes Cassiopeia.
winning
That's
lane,
easy pickings for
mid,
Jarvan.
set up
Should
well.
be. And this is exactly what you
T1
need from
lanes
Jarvan.
are
The timing.
online. Game's not over. Chat, game's not over.
Oh, Honku.
Did he see it?
Just
Saw it. Thought he could outplay.
He
Overconfident.
saw
or didn't
Owner.
see.
I think it's just as Faker was going to go.
Could outplay. And this is exactly
He
what
saw
you
it.
need from a Jarvan. The timing
He knows.
HongQ.
I mean, he's also stepping up for the wave
Sure.
there. He's also
Faker
stepping
was
up for
gonna
the
go in
wave.
for a trade.
So
He
it's like,
sees
what do you
Owner
do?
shows up. She's like,
He's
my
close to
guess
skill
he's
checking
playing
that.
for
He
the kill,
almost killed
knowing
Faker.
that
Faker's now
actually
diving
getting out is
top.
gonna be
Top side now.
trying to make a
you
silent
make this
impact
dive?
rest.
Where's W?
Stunned there.
Up.
Doran starting to burn right
E.
down. Rest living for
Flash.
a second.
Got it.
Flash
Nice.
T1.
Wow. Really nice. He's also got a Dark Seal. That's a big
Monstrous in the
dive.
first few minutes of this game.
For a T1 that's
Faker
now they're
conceding a bit
online.
in
They're
lane
switched on.
to make his presence felt on the map.
I don't know why. I
He's gonna
question
be
whether they
missing
can do it. I
out
thought
on
the
a
shield would be bigger, but I'm just
decent
used to
amount
Ambassador always scaling in my
Of
games. You know?
CS for this, but that's a kill going over
Ah,
to
she's
Doran.
level 4, guys. She's fully scaled,
Courtesy
GG.
of Faker.
See, it still
Arrow
interacts.
there.
Look,
Carry
same
taking a decent
interaction.
amount of damage. Hammer shock firing back. Arrow does connect. Good trade
Okay.
from Guma.
Gimmy gets ready to engage. HongQ gets a plate, though, for
Honky
that
trying to zone
dive.
Faker off. Junja moving through.
It's still
but
worth.
already in the
Doran
midst
in
of
an
CFO's
insane
jungle,
position, but
taking
can
away the
Doran
Raptors.
carry? The question we've asked every
Ooh,
single
uses
game.
his cooldowns.
Owner has a
Should be
way out
fine,
here.
though.
He's going to wait for the flag. He's probably going to
Hard
double
for
back. Probably
touching
use
out the
mid.
hook.
Are we doing it again?
This time around,
Carry
the
might
guy
be
already
dead.
Taking damage coming through. Carry forced
No.
to flash out. CFO
Carry
trying to
a
make
double
a fast
thumbs.
play. Had the opportunity for a recall.
Guma
but instead
stepping up,
opted
but
to
he's
stick
out of mana.
around.
And Guma,
Kaiwing's going to look for next
not
Q,
really lethal
and he
tempo,
gets it.
under-
And W damage. He's
Damage
dead.
there,
No,
cooldown
flash.
there, forcing flash and
Thought Deadly
barrier.
Fire should connect, and then Dogger gets full
What a
shot. Boom,
win
Guma dead. The
there for
2v2
the
really
bot
big.
lane of
Nautilus
CFO
wins
again,
a lot of
this
2v2s,
time
chat.
in the
His
2v2,
power at latent
Kaiwing
is insane.
almost leisurely
With
froze
W
out
up,
the
his
hook,
auto,
finds
after
Guma.
auto W, boom, smack,
Arrow.
you do like 200
Dogger
damage.
has to be careful.
Flat.
He has cleanse. He doesn't have barrier.
Good
HongQ
sidestep from
solid trade,
Faker.
but
Here comes Owner again.
manages to sidestep
Don't
all
skill
the
check
poison,
again,
so the
buff.
extra
Don't
damage
skill
not
check
coming
again.
in.
He's
HongQ
skill checking
continues to
again.
trade aggressively. Owner on the
Still
way
no flash.
forward. Rinse and repeat on this gank.
You gotta hit this
Sidestep
Owner.
from HongQ has to be good.
Oh, max
he just
range.
doesn't have the movement speed. Owner
Oh.
moving up. They don't quite finish it though. Can't
Oh.
go to the tower.
Oh!
Against the kill.
What?
Faker goes in and makes it a 1-for-1.
That noxious blast
They wanna
damage. He
get
gets the
over
E.
here. They're keeping the pace in their
And
favor.
the
They're
wave's
keeping
not
the
bad.
gold in
There's
their favor,
3
but a
extra
small
minions.
fumble.
Faker's going to
I
take a
think
while
they
to
have
clear
to
this.
go,
It's a
because
Silas
you
early.
do
He
have to
can't
make
make
sure
it
that
clear
Faker
this.
gets to catch up in this lane, right?
HongQ
so trading
caught
the
back
1-for-1,
up.
I think in this
Nautilus
instance
covering mid.
is worth it.
Look,
Allows
look,
Faker
look.
to
Faker
shove
does
in
have
his
blue
lane.
buff,
We'll
but
see
look how
Kaiwing
slow
catch
it is.
Looks like a full rotation actually coming
HongQ
through.
is nuts.
Again, HongQ, kind of the same. The ward not
Look
quite
at the little
timed out.
slippery snake. Look at
Does
this.
stall there.
Max
with the
range,
side
under
steps.
turret,
And even with
gets
the flag
Q.
interact, there's not enough
Boom.
damage for Owner.
Boom.
That second turret shot in particular, I think,
Boom.
catching him off guard. But then Faker with the flash
Dude,
W.
If
level up
Q
as well.
hit
He
there with
actually
Faker
was,
and she got 1 E,
shockingly
that would have been a
close to going
double
down
with the
there as
trade.
well. As now
I guess she didn't have time to
100%
use
kill
Twin Fang.
participation. Faker
Serpent's
trying
Fang,
to
Twin Fang. Twin's
make
Fang,
his way
Twin
back
Fang,
into
that's
form
it.
after a rough first 3 games.
T1 not a team afraid to
Cassiopeia
play on
is that
slim
champion that
margins.
when she gets
CFO
ahead,
set up
you just think,
control around
why
this
do people
dragon.
not
Doran
play this
level 6
champion?
lane assignments.
Isn't she a real sink or
Keeping the
swim?
ball
She has
lane of
really good
CFO on
scaling,
the
but
bottom
like
side is
her
Doran.
dueling early is
Alone
amazing.
here will have to do what he can to defend under tower. Rest a bit behind in terms of overall XP because
Petrifying
of the previous
Gaze
play
is
and
one of the
carry
most
in a good
satisfying
position
ults
to
as well
force
when
a
you
dive.
connect.
Guma
Everyone
knows
just
6
stands there
though.
looking
Rest
at
does
you.
have his ultimate
Medusa.
available, so he can actually buffer that.
HongQ keeps going for these
Had a
outplays.
good
He's a
amount
crazy
of
kid. He's young. That's what you want.
invulnerability
You want
to
this young
CC,
kid who just doesn't give a
and
fuck.
Guma,
The observer's
You don't want
teasing
these
us.
I don't
old
think he's gonna hit
people.
6.
Flag
I don't know
the
without
drag.
Chat,
six
you don't
if
want
they can
people
do
like
this. They
me.
need a
Actually, no, you do.
first
I
Flash
int all
over
the
the
time.
wall.
I could be like
They need
HongQ.
someone else.
That could be me one day.
Reinforcements.
X-Flash
they're
in,
just bullying.
wall, trying to make sure that he can't
Clean
get out.
dive.
Quick burn down and down
He's dead.
goes Rest, instantaneous dive. CFO now forced to respond with Faker on
Okay.
the way. Waiting over the wall.
But Dorat
waiting for them
doesn't
to
have-
pull the
it's-
triggers. Just going to find Faker.
Plate. That's a
Faker
huge
forced
win
to
for
trade, has
T1.
a Skarner ultimate of his own.
Meanwhile,
Ultis
oh.
might just get traded out, but Kaiwing
Faker.
now here to follow. Faker
Now,
caught
he
out,
is
has it
impaled,
all, still
dead.
with the impale manages to catch 3, but there's no follow-up there. And
Doggo
down
gets the
goes
kill.
Faker.
Oh, Nelly, look
So
at
1-for-1
mid-wave.
trade.
Faker
Across
has no
the board,
TP.
Top side going the way of T1.
If they get grubs
Even
here,
though Doran
that'd be a
survived,
huge win.
Faker ends
CFO,
up
grubs
going
coming
down,
up,
and
40
while that's
seconds.
going on,
We're losing top.
HongQ, 22 CS lead, by the way, just slamming mid lane waves into the turret.
He is huge,
This
actually.
game very chaotic
He's
here,
just trying to
because his
stop
owner
Owner.
gets found yet again eating some chicken. And he'll just,
Bro, is he
I
going to
guess,
chase
get
it
a
again?
red buff
No,
instead.
mid-way pushing against.
Has to
But it
abandon
gives
ship
time because
do some
Owner
things
knows
come
he doesn't
down.
have any time anymore.
His defense is good shape.
HongQ is insane.
It is. Yeah.
But this
He's
is
insane.
T1 with a 1K gold lead.
Cat's
T1
boots
matching,
check.
fighting fire with fire for
Still
like the
didn't
first
buy
time in the
boots, you're
series.
very
Owner's
funny.
been on the back foot the vast majority of these early games.
Good
Jarvan
kiss.
demanding.
Yeah, it's good.
that
It's good
aggressive
tank
play.
DPS. Not that you
Owner
really have a
certainly
tank in this
delivering
game to try it out,
This
but
rest.
No flash.
The one who's really suffering here, level 6 for
all I know is
Kuma.
Cass's weakness is definitely
Doesn't seem to
range,
about walking
right?
up at all.
Like outranging.
X-Flash.
Her not being able to hit
as well as the
Q,
heal
get
for Carry,
movement
a little
speed,
bit
and
extra
just
movement
duel you.
speed.
But Ginger, I think, going to be
Gotta
looking to
sneeze.
steal at least one grab. Finds one. Does T1 actually want
That was
to
a quiet one.
possibly flip the game? Or Carry doesn't
Yeah,
have his
that was a
ultimate
quiet
yet,
one.
so turning this into a numbers advantage, not going to be easy. There's also Jin, right? Always have to be careful. He can join fights a lot faster than you might
Yeah, if
initially think.
CFO win
due to
this, they win
range
the
and
series.
ultimate.
Bit of
Storm does it
hesitation.
to
Goes
be-
again 5 yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
CFO, are you going to contest this?
I
1K,
double
they just
best
want
of
2
5
grubs, they'll be
today.
happy to get it and walk away.
Oh, dude,
CFO ready to force the fight.
Got it.
Junja taking one back. Now they're set to grab 2 grubs.
Sorry, I've only been
T1
streaming for an hour and a half, technically. So that's
willing
what
to
Twitch says.
risk the flip.
Oh.
Arrow.
Oh,
Okay.
deft.
We all know the play we're thinking
Sorry,
of.
Goober.
It's a baby version of that
I don't know,
play,
bro.
but you can hear the call in your head. You can hear the swear words from Cadril himself.
True.
It's a little reminder.
It's a little reminder.
Of what once happened as Kuma finds the steal.
You sped through
on
the
a
MKOI series?
small,
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
That
matter.
series took a
It's
while,
fine.
chat. That was a
It's
4-game
little thing.
series.
It's a purple objective.
It's
in
just
the
double
pit.
best of
We'll
5.
take
It's
it.
double best of 5.
But the most
I mean,
important
so
thing,
far we're
as
at,
fun as that
I don't know how
was,
many
is that
hours
CFO
we're at
does
for the stream
deny
chat
the
because it
triple,
stopped twice.
right? Junja with a great
It stopped
50-50
twice for 2
smite
minutes.
wins it, denies them the opportunity to actually get full value from those grubs, and simultaneously CFO did pick up
Deft
the
the wrong
dragon
side
next
of
one
the
up
series. I know,
in
bro, I
about
know.
2 minutes.
I don't understand that reference.
It's gonna be
I
Hextech,
understand
though,
the
so
what
a lot
the
of
fuck.
the damage, a lot of the burst souls.
You don't understand
not
the what the
on
fuck
board.
reference?
Certainly would have favored T1, but we're
No,
gonna
I
grab
got the
that
wrong
first
side.
strike.
I just think of,
See
I
what the
just
soul
sort of
spawn is
Deft, I don't
going
know
to
why.
be.
4-game
Early game,
equals
yeah, very
spoiler. It's
volatile.
not.
Slowing down a little bit here.
This is a
Imagine
4-game
T1 just wants to
series.
keep the pace up.
Yeah, we
CFO
shut
made
up.
very clear that if they get
1
to
hour
decide
stream,
what
watch
happens
7
on the map,
games.
they are more than a match.
Yeah, I'm a
for T1
superhero.
now running away with 2 consecutive
T1 have a
early games.
lead.
This third one, T1 at least have a little bit of grip.
And we have seen in a
Fourth one.
close game where T1 have so many playmakers, as they do in this game 4.
The pace at
They're
which you
able
watch
to attack
games is
from a lot of
insane, bro.
angles,
They
and
call me
CFO weren't
mega
able to
efficient.
weather that storm in game
About
1.
6 hours, have I? Okay.
See if T1 can replicate that success.
Really not that
here.
long when you think about
Still
the
a big
degenerate.
lead for Honkyu in the bottom lane. Cassio, a champion
That dude streams like
build all
12
these
hours
scaling
on broadcast days, hey?
will just be a massive threat later, but again, it's the execution where so many Cassio players fall short. You're spacing
Dude,
every
16-hour streams on like
Everything has to be
bigger
perfect.
chunk-filled days of the
Carry
season.
on a flank angle here.
Okay, but Kerry is
He's got
spotted out. Junja,
Tree gonna go to the wall.
Got him.
Carry finds the knockback into the wall.
that's the
Junja,
flash.
instantaneous flash out.
Carry also healing, or rather, there was the spell book. Obviously, the teleport has the heal now available for the upcoming fight.
Yep.
And important is that Junja doesn't have flash, both offensively.
Doggo does
it
not have
means
an
that
item.
He can't go for a big
Varus?
flash
No.
uphill play.
Both
But
need to
also,
back.
Carry now has the opportunity to much easier knock him out. Right, that's one of the things we're always going to talk about when
Honkyu's got
any
Rod of
objective is
Ages.
started.
Tier
When there's a poppy in
stacking.
the game,
30 CS lead
so
versus Faker.
easy to just
Faker is
turn
at 75
any
CS at 11
situation
minutes.
to a
That
numbers
guy
advantage.
is
Start the
pummeled.
objective. They have forced to walk in. He hold them out.
But
Top
also,
side,
Rest is
Doran
kind of cooked
in this
as well.
matchup with the early kill. Actually
Rest is
doing
struggling
very
as
well
well,
in the
but he
1v1,
got
and
double
neither top
dove.
laner outside of that has really seen a lot of
Whereas
potential.
Faker got jungle attention,
And
but
Doran,
the
again,
outplay
the strongest
meant
point
that
on the map
Honkyu got a massive lead.
for T1 in terms at least of an individual
T1
goal.
won game
It was
1.
Faker, who used what little
And then
advantage
CFO
he
won
had
2-3.
from that early kill to set Doran up for success. And now Rest put incredibly far
doing
behind,
his thing.
20 CS down. This game very unplayable for the Ambessa at this stage.
Look at that. Here we go.
Just has
Here
to
we go.
catch
Happy
waves
days,
and
happy days with the
T1.
microphone.
Well, Doran can't just TP
Ooh,
face in
okay.
front.
Petrifying
The
gaze,
Ambessa
show it.
Look at the owner's ult.
Will get first move.
Can they get the
TV
top
from
laners
top
into this
laners?
fight as well? There's Doran, deep
There it is.
TP.
It's a
Flash
big,
ult
deep
available
TP.
for Honkyu. The Cassio,
Stretch
the potential
line.
to turn, initial hook.
Flourish.
Down onto Carrier, trying to start
CFO,
back, but over
equalizer,
starts
Doggo
as well.
flashes.
Honkyu over the wall
They
for
get Carrier
Doran.
though.
It's Doran
They get
showing
petrifying
up in
gaze.
the clutch, in the moment, finding
They did.
the angle,
Where was
and
it?
finally the curtain call
What'd it
comes
do?
out.
Oh,
The
CFO
curtain's
just got
already closed
clapped.
on CFO in this fight.
T1 just absolutely spanked them.
And it's the arrival of Rumble. The CFO's back
Carrier,
line gets
where is
toasted.
Eugene's? I don't know, bro. He didn't bring them
So
to the
many of the
tournament. What
early
is he?
fights over the last
Their
couple of
boyfriend or
games
something or
going their
what?
way. This one not the case. Attempted collapse onto Carrier. T1, the response this time
Where
ready.
did
And that's
Doran's
going
ult
to be the
was
Drake.
really
Not
clean, but
end
where
of the
was
world.
Castle?
CFO in this game are always going to be feeling comfortable once you hit the items on both Rest and on Q. But the mid game is where we saw both domestically a
Varus.
lot of their troubles arise,
Maybe
and
he can do
also
it.
going back to game number 1,
On Q.
Dracos.
Definitely true. We take a look back at this replay.
Oh, he
The
one-man
combo here
ulties.
from T1 is phenomenal. Equalizer across the top.
Yeah, bro, that equalizer
Doran
was
perfectly
frying them.
overheating. And is exactly what T1 want from a team fight.
Yeah.
Happily giving his life.
T1
to ensure
pushed the
that
go
fight is
button.
won.
They finally
Kuma
did it.
unthreatened in
Like
that
they
one.
finally did it.
It's the value of the Jarvan combined with the timely route of Doran. Rest there a little bit disjointed with the rest of his team.
Can
I
I
don't
have
think
the
it would have
other
mattered
icebox,
with that
please? Can I have the
engage,
other one? Can
but
you
maybe
get
they
me
could
one,
have
please?
traded more evenly, looked for a refight.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that
It's
after.
another Chemtech. And for Silas, for Ambessa and for
I'm not allowed
Cassio.
an ice watch. So
Obviously
I'm
gonna be
eating
feeling
my
pretty
lunch.
Definitely will. Nice cancel on the recall.
Oh, nice.
Coming in from Doggo. So bit
CFO look
the tempo
legit.
lead.
Yeah, they
Is
do.
Carry going to take that much longer to reset. Seems like
They
lock
do.
in first will be the call to try
T1
and
would look
mitigate any
donkey
upfront
water.
burst damage. Hongq and Faker continue to trade blows.
I
Both
want to see
Faker
Hongq.
getting out
Chat,
of
you
that
know there's
early
tech
lane
with
phase. A bit more caution.
You know
from
there's
Hongq.
tech with
Not entirely
petrifying
sure where
gaze.
Owner could be lurking.
You can like aim behind,
The owner-
flash
We
forward,
talk about kind of the
and
brawlers,
turn, and I
skirmishers,
think you
the
get it.
Zen
Or is it
mentioned
you
earlier.
look at
Yup.
the
Champions
enemy,
with a ton
you
of that
flash
individual
away,
agency,
and you
the
can get
potential
it.
to
You can do it
outfight.
like a fadeaway.
Jarvan a lot more of a linear champion, but
Chat, I am
still
well
having
fed. I'm going to
incredible
play
amount of
something. Take
impact
care,
in this
chatterman.
game.
Okay,
7 out
on.
of 8 kills he's participated in and really has been the driving force outside of that one gank topside from Faker for getting T1 this big lead.
Yeah,
I
rest
love
is.
Jarvan's design. There's still so much
Rest
skill
is just
expressed.
playing
You know,
catch up.
when you will, the flash, flag and drag combos.
Now, what
that
does
you can
Hongq
pull
do
off.
second? Rylai's is broken on
Um,
Cass.
Obviously, you know, all
I see
champions
a
have done
bloody
similar to what I
Sapphire
did
Crystal.
before. Maybe game 5.
Yeah.
As,
He's not a game
Maybe
one.
just they
He's
go.
not a
He goes
game one
Archangel second. Go
champion.
Rylai's
Unfortunately
third.
not.
It's 2025. I'll take my reworked Pantheon, thank you.
Faker is still kind of
mind
weak
a
in
bit.
this game.
You know, the classics are
Guma's
for a
mega
reason.
strong.
It's very true.
It's the gold lead.
Carry just use
Doesn't
spellbook.
have- Okay.
Has the Fnatic skin, which is kind of funny.
That's very cute. Good for you, owner. Not when we see that
Saw
often.
at least one person in the audience with a Fnatic jersey, so there's their shout out.
One
out.
person with a Fnatic jersey,
The
no
enable
way.
Doran.
How many viewers on YouTube? I don't know, bro.
Ulti, the combo now
Not
coming
sure.
through, trying to burn through
I'm
order
not
before
looking.
he can get the ulti down. He just barely manages to get it up, but it's not where he
Oi.
needs it.
Big pick.
CFO, quick shutdown. Finding
Okay.
angle now. Faker, who might be in
Cass
trouble.
ult missed.
Ulti going
Did
across,
it?
but Owner is here to
Cass
respond.
ult missed
And they're
from.
looking to turn
Oh,
back.
no, that's
A good ulti
Hongq's.
coming in from Hongq, but
He
gets
got it, but
knocked
Faker
down
looked away.
where he
Faker looked
stands.
away.
The T1 going to be happy with that trade.
What?
Unless Carry also goes down, because yes, Doran dies. Oh, Carry.
Let's
Is
repeat.
Carry gonna die in the same
Dash
spot?
out to a minion. Ulti, but
Oh,
only hits a
Poppy
creep.
missed.
Trying to zone them away from the tower. Junja's tanking.
Okay.
And Faker in the meantime
Faker-
breaks down
Faker
the top lane.
actually
Tier 1, it's
played
almost
that so well.
4,000 gold
Oh my
in
God.
the lead for T1.
Guma?
Doggo ulting, but Guma's just going to walk it into E, the sidestep. Q connecting as well.
Lady carries.
And
I don't know,
Guma
I haven't checked YouTube.
Not wanting to use the summoners, but
Let me look.
with the barrier and flash, could
It's,
have
it's normally like
fully
4 or
committed
something, you
there.
know? 4 people, big 4.
As we take another look at this fight. First,
Yo,
it
am I
looks
live
like
on YouTube
Faker
chat
is
or
in
not?
trouble, but they do know they have a numbers advantage here. Finds the
I
ult,
thought it was live.
and he hits the stun onto Hongq, which is the only reason why
I
he
am.
actually ends up surviving.
Concurrent
Hongq
viewers
doesn't get hit
1.
by that.
18 views in total.
Faker trades
Big.
1-for-1. Owner
peaked at
ends
3,
up
chat.
Kawing, but I think CFO going to feel a lot better about the trade. But now
Losses
the
were
game
for content.
rapidly snowballing
losses
away
were
from
to
them,
scare
'cause even
everyone.
though
Pick
they
'ems or
did
what?
kill Doran, the first turret bot going the way of T1. Mid lane turret immediately being taken by Guma
Faker
as
is
well.
back. Faker's 1k gold lead.
And it might
I think
end up feeling
T1 are
like
taking
it's
this to
just too
game
little
5.
too
This
late.
is like, this is a stomp, bro. This,
1.5K
I feel like
gold
this should have
lead
been
for
like this from the
Owner.
beginning.
1,000 for Guma. Faker with an advantage of his own, despite going down so much CS earlier on. T1, this is a team that, again, when you give them an inch,
This
they
should
will
be a
take
game 5.
mile.
This should be a game 5, you
We
know?
saw in previous
Hongq
games
is
how
legit.
that can bite them, how
True.
that can turn against them. But this is the kind
Don't
of game
throw it.
where
T1,
the
don't
gold
you
favors
throw
them,
it.
the map control favors them, relatively even in objectives. This is where this team is at their scariest.
40 seconds
Insane
on the
wave
dragon.
clear from Guma. 2 item Varus.
80
We'll just poke
carries
everyone
have
out.
their
At least Junja's
flashes
got.
available.
At least Junja's a massive tank.
I think CFO want to play for the absorption.
But if
Take the
they're
initial
playing for
blow,
this-
re-engage, counter-engage with the Skarner, set up with that Jhin.
They need an
For T1,
insane
obviously,
castle.
Go
What?
in all the way, all the time. Just try and find a target,
Yeah,
blow
you
them
can have
up
some as
before
well
a
if you
response
want.
is available.
Heaps.
Utilize
Oh,
the
have you?
power of the Poppy to create a numbers
Yeah.
advantage.
I think he's going to
Combine
game
the
5 star
Jarvan ult
lasagna.
with the Rumble. They need to be careful about the backline, though. Guma, even though he has sums available, if Rest gets on top of him,
Where'd Driver
might
go?
still be in some serious
I
trouble.
don't know.
And he
They keep
is
changing
the
top lanes. Depends
most
on champ pool, I
fed
think.
member.
Oh,
Pick.
make a blast cone.
Owner knows.
On
Vision there.
Where are they
one is
going?
Guma. Should be
Kaiwing
okay
get a flash
here.
Q? No.
Nice use of the banner coming in from Owner, giving them that bit of extra vision. His carry is on the hunt. T1 exercising control.
Slow and
bit of
steady.
restraint. They know they have mid prio easy with his Varus.
He's big.
He's very big.
Level up, although not that much. Second item done. Swifties with
Oh.
feats as well.
The Dragon is not the be all end all.
Started TP
They're going to fight for it. They're going to treat it
already
like it
coming
is.
in. Doran needs the base first. Will
4v4.
TP
Honkyu
now.
has flash and ulti. This Cassiopeia's got to fry
Also
them.
from
She can also chunk.
Big
If they
to
get, if they
watch.
pull Dragon,
The
they get
ultimate
chunked.
carry,
Oh,
arguably even more important.
And Best
T1
is out.
Immediately go in, knowing they have the man advantage for a brief moment in time.
look at where Honkyu is. Oh, big petrifying gaze. He's on Guma though. He's exhausted. There's no backup. Insane ult, but there's no backup, and Bessa still wasn't there.
But CFO, they're a little early with Rest. He arrives in time, but
Doggo is dead as well.
still get the numbers advantage thanks to the ult from Carrier. Now Doggo
And
not
Bessa ult.
long for this world.
Rest trying to get something back, hoping to find these shutdowns. Carrier takes him out of range of his own
I
tower.
mean, dude, and Bessa.
Doran living.
Doran donates his life.
Oh my god.
But
That was an
T1 still
insane
gonna be
snake ult.
happy. That's
Did you see Doran sidestep the snake ult?
actually with the turret
I did not.
upwards of 7.
I don't think it makes a difference. They can all sit there. He
He
did,
looking good for
but
a
like,
game 5 as Honkyu finds a beautiful
Honkyu's
ult.
just looking
But
for
they're a
Guma.
member
Gets exhausted
down.
straight away.
The exhaust comes through. Carrier and Doran ensure that no
Exhaust
one
on
else
Cass
can
feels
follow
bad, man.
when it comes to the damage.
Insane
Guma
ult, but Rest
just
is still not there.
Threatened enough. And I am feeling good about
Bro, did
some
Rest just
silver
walk? Did he not
scrapes.
press WE?
Seems like Vancouver is as well.
Where is
We
New
just seem very
Jeans?
close
Where
to
is my New
scraping
Jeans? What
silver.
does that mean? I guess he likes New Jeans.
At this point, if you're CFO, you don't want to let it get to
And
a
Bessa
game
did
5
not
when
walk
your
away from the
options to
fight.
come
No, he
back
got
in this
bopped.
game
He got
are
poppy
so
ulted.
limited. The death ball of T1 is lethal. And you talked
got
about the
poppy
strategy is
ulted.
absorb and
Holy
fire
Doran.
back, but
Dude,
you just
how is
can't
Doran performing the
absorb
best in this
No,
series?
you're getting
that
knocked
much
out
damage.
on the first blow, unfortunately.
Like how?
It's like if you're in a fight and you get a black eye and you're like, you should see the other guy. It's like, we can see the other guy. The other guy is fine, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking too hot here for
Bro,
CFO.
we go to game 5 again. Chat, is this going to be number
And
4?
With how insanely powerful multiple members
That
are,
means
this
we're
is
already
the
at
real
4 to
issue, is
6
that even if you
in the
somehow get on
pick'ems.
top of Guma, if you don't attend to Doran, he will
I
toast
think
you.
we're sweating.
Same for Faker, still sitting on 2 items, and now with a level lead, despite everything that happened
I'm
in the
just galley.
previous game, Dracos.
Gold 2.
T1 have a clear blueprint to push this lead forward. 2 Drakes now.
Just start Herald, right? You have the Poppy, you have vision control, you have Faker pushing in the side with TP available.
Start Atacon, you mean?
Otacon, name of the game here. Rest really can't afford to walk in.
Bro, they're scared to walk in.
Shredded. Honkyu trying to make
Okay.
it into the side lane.
Okay.
Backs up a Faker, tries
Oh
to
my
turn it,
god,
manages to
Honkyu.
get it. Faker still stepping up.
Honkyu and the shield.
Honkyu
Faker's
brings
dead.
back Faker.
Yo, can you TP? Can you back and TP? Wait. Wait, T1, there's going to be a throw. Atacon, there's going to be a massive throw. Ulti misses. Owner. Oh, it's not a trade yet. But wait, Cass can TP now. Impale's really good, Doran. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Doran's dead. Who got Atacon? Wait, CFO stole Atacon.
Guma looking for an execute.
Faker
will
the
not find it.
throw.
And Faker,
That's
as you
wild.
highlight, doesn't need to go in there.
Dude,
All he needs to
Honkyu
do
is
make sure that
insane.
the Casio
Watch this.
can't join
Watch the
fight.
micro in this play.
If he's a
Ready?
level up,
He gets hit.
thinks he can make it
Petrifying
work,
gaze
but
is the guaranteed. He has to chain forward.
gets ulted,
Faker steps back and
then
he the
Honkyu
sidestep around. He's
reads him
under
like a
turret. He
book,
knows he has shield. Insane
turns it
trade.
around,
And then
he'll
like,
carry
okay,
out.
we won with Faker. He can back and we can get a
Not
TP in.
able
All we need to do is buy
to
time.
actually get Junja the
Rest does
flash
exactly that.
from
Chain
the
corruption misses.
Skarner to
Owner
ensure
almost
the
gets
play
popped. Doran
works out.
covers it,
The
but then
Jin
Junja has smite because
laying
Owner has to
down
back out of the
supportive
fight.
fire. And the smite of
Wow.
Skarner being the difference maker
Wow,
there.
bro.
And the
CFO.
choice
Like,
for Owner
dude,
was
the
let his
T1 are
AD
dizzy,
carry
but
die
CFO.
or be in range to flip the objective.
is
He
crazy.
chose to save Guma, but at the cost of losing this Otacon. That's still a
Honkyu.
5k gold lead.
He's about to get
T1.
Leandro, who's by the way 3rd.
Still far ahead.
Bloodlet
but so
is
many
4th.
flowers in the favor
Thoughts?
of CFO mean that gold lead isn't quite as big as it looks.
Strip some
And
MR
it's the
just
kind
for
of
you.
misstep they can't afford to make again. The Casio is only continuing to get stronger and stronger.
Same for
Thank you very
Skarner,
much for
same for Mbessa. Rest. Only an item away. I think that free item breakpoint, particularly if you're able to get like something like a death stance, basically impossible to take you down in fights, especially if they can get their hands on maybe a Chemtech Dragon.
Yeah, but Faker's earlier
Honkyu.
missed, didn't it?
That play towards the top side might end up being the turning point, might end up being what allows CFO to not let this go to a game 5. As
Dude,
Dragon
if CFO win this game,
about to be up. Guma
criminal
doesn't
but
have barrier,
crazy.
but does have his flash available. Summoners
That's what CC stands for.
mostly available across the board. Not quite there
The
yet
Dragon
for
coming
Junja.
up.
And
CFO,
save
we're gonna get this
for
wave clear and
Honkyu,
then
but
look-
his should be
look at TP
available if
top.
They can stall for just a little bit.
Rest angle, big. What does he have, by the way, on the back?
Making sure they keep vision
Ruby
in the
pistol,
area.
that's it.
14 seconds to that crucial objective.
I'm not
T1
giving you any
approaching
food.
soul point, armor
No.
penetration there
food for
for
you.
Guma.
A lot of damage here on the poke.
CFO desperately
No.
trying to find a
You're
way
giving
back
me
in,
any
hoping
food.
for another good fight.
He wants lasagna. He's not
Junja
getting
doesn't have flash show. Carry out.
Too bad.
He
Should be easier for
Chat, this
him.
is game decider.
T1 though,
If
they
T1
can play
lose
this
another
slow.
fight,
Just keep
CFO
poking
have
and
time
prodding
to
away.
scale this Casio
Rest's
further.
gonna try and look for backline axes
and
on
play
the
Sol.
flank.
Guma with 3 items.
Mega
Relatively
Blast going,
opposition, one of the
interrupted.
strongest players in this team.
Junja
Junja
trying to
taking
get
a
over.
jump
Oh,
on the
he's
way.
into the bit. Impale. Okay,
Okay,
now they have to fight a 5v4. Doggo's jumped on. Owner might die here though, but look at the rest of the fight. It's a trade.
But T1 holding on to hope.
They flash.
Holding on to the fight. They have the man advantage.
Where's
It's
Cass?
2 for 1 thus far. Doggo
No.
alive. Honky
Goes in.
alive. The damage is there. Damage traded back onto Kai Wing. In goes Carry.
Oh.
Doran to follow. Honky
They're
trying to
trading for
burn as quickly
Honky.
as he can. The Rudok gonna
Is he
connect.
dead?
T1.
He's still not dead.
Veteran
Faker.
exchange,
Oh, the
Faker.
flash.
Full confidence.
No food
Curtains
for you.
called. Doggo has to back
No.
away.
Oh,
Owner
they're still going.
Ready.
Sorry.
Flag. Drag. Doggo back under the tower.
Doggo?
Doran going
Are we
golden.
inting or not?
Honky trying to turn it
Yeah,
to
Owner's
stopping
dead.
Doran from getting
Owner's
out.
dead.
The Hex flash
It's a
back.
trade.
Carry
Honky got the kill as well. Wait. Carry's still there.
Faker
Faker's still
one,
there.
Faker one.
Faker's still there.
Tries to
Petrifying
go.
gaze.
Backstab,
Misses.
turning
Oh,
forward.
and he can't get out. He's
Taking.
poisoned. Carry out.
Moving in, he has a
Carry
big
got
shield.
it.
Down he goes.
I thought that's worth though. The dragon is up.
Cinema.
We'll
Cinema.
have to see if
Lasagna
T1
time.
can still
Oh
make
my
a play
god. Beat
towards
up.
it. It looks like they're definitely going to get this turret if Faker and Carrot can get out. The contest should be possible, but look at the fog. No TP available, so I
looking.
think
What
they made
happened?
it out.
They're chasing, but they didn't get the objective.
They're still
Dragon
going.
Swat.
I mean, it's incredible. And also a little bit messy.
Yeah, they
What
could
do
have
you
just
say?
backed off and done Dragon, I know. Because we take a look here. The block onto Junja, there's no vision. He just
Whoa.
gets blown up immediately.
Faker,
But
Sol,
the
and
split
Pyle.
of the
Same
fight
time
here
they
where
impaled each
Owner's
other.
trying to deal with 2 people, which
But
can't
props
really
to
do.
Rest.
And they did get it in top
Rest
of
is mega far behind, but he's doing work in these plays.
Star Baron.
Kai Wing did grab
Okay,
the shutdown
T1 Baron,
on the
let's
Guma,
see it.
though, which means much less gold
Let's
into
see
the
it.
back pocket of
They're
Rest.
taking a lot of damage. Baron has done a lot of damage to Goomer and Faker.
It's 25 minutes.
Control
They
ward in the
cannot
back of
do
the pit
Baron.
saw all of
As,
that.
T1 have learned. CFO though, they
CFO's
still
got a
get the
control ward
TP,
back of
so
the pit.
that is
They
a
just
win
saw
for
all of
T1.
that. They can
Does
just
mean that
transition now,
Honky
go
won't
to
have someone
Dragon.
available. T1
They know
instead
Faker has to be. He has
look
no
like they want to
TP.
turn it into a movement towards the Dragon here. Do note that Owner is just clearing his top side. Wanting to get to a third item, unheard of generally for a jungler.
Kai Wing.
Is the poke
Kai Wing needs to be
from
careful.
Guma going to again be something that T1 will rely on? Soften up these members, but CFO, 3 items done. Honkyu sitting
As
on
the
Leandris
Seekers as well.
as the Seekers. So even if Owner finds a note, that might not be enough.
T1 denying as much as they can, taking as much space as they can. Scuttlecrab down does give CFO relative comfort
approach.
to step up. Doran taking the Mega Blast Cone. A little bit of poke going over the wall. 8K. Doggo gets to open the fight with
Shit.
the curtain call. Carry fishing, and he manages to find the ult. CFO
Junja's there.
hesitating for a moment.
Come on,
Junja wants to
Junja.
flip it. Ready to risk the 50-50 carry,
Still.
trying to zone him away. 3K, good diligence coming in.
Almost
Going in
impale
for it.
though.
They manage to find the
But it's
ult.
impale for impale. Faker's got impale.
Zone
Ult
is
misses from Rest. That's a big one to miss.
Honky living for a moment, but Owner wants to make
Owner's
the
on him.
difference.
Gold.
Casio goes golden. Rest in the back line.
Oh, CFO winning the fight.
Mesa.
Wait, CFO winning the fight.
They can make
CFO have done it.
T1
What?
taken down in the pit.
The cameraman doesn't know what to do. He's looking at T1 fans and they're crying.
Obliterated by CFO.
What?
They get the dragon, but at a cost that surely
They're gonna get Baron.
is too much.
Oh my
The CFO
god.
make their way, the flying oysters
Insane.
on their way to the Baron.
And you thought it'd be simple. You thought with the Mbessa gone, it'd be a flip. T1 have the
He's just
discipline.
trying to. He's just waiting.
Not
He's
too
just waiting,
flippant to
waiting,
keep
waiting, waiting.
Junja
Watch,
at
watch,
arm's
watch,
length
watch.
with the flash in.
Now.
The risk.
Almost.
Owner secures.
Fourth
It feels
shot.
like
Gets
everything
Faker
you would
anyway.
want for T1,
Honky
but
gets
it's the fight
exhausted.
where they
Ulti
find a way
stops
to
Doran.
claw their way back
Runs
in.
back. Owner
Faker
almost kills him.
with the
Sonya's
ult.
nice
It's the
timing.
Miasma
Dogger gets the
plus
finish.
ultimate from
Meanwhile,
Honkyu. He
Rest
baits
is
in
doing
Owner,
wonders in this
keeps
backline.
out or stuns
Rest
Doran,
is just a
and
pain,
Miasma's
bro.
Faker.
This
So
Mbessa's
one part of
scaled.
T1 is trying to get on top of this backline.
This Mbessa has scaled.
And is unable to. Rest gets on top of the Varus, and as we highlighted, once he
Holy.
does, there is no
Okay.
way out.
The potential for CFO reignited as the gold now within touching distance. The last time Asia Pacific, the LCP, the LMS,
Oh,
the many names
moi,
they've had
moi, moi.
historically, ever won a best of 5
Holy.
against Korea.
Was when-
Taipei Assassins, Azubu Frost, 2012 World Finals
Holy.
Toys. We know the Oriana skin, you know the Nunu, you know the roster.
Holy.
This is
13 years.
unprecedented. CFO, they're not there yet.
13 years.
But they are on match point, and it is T1.
Do the math on how old
Oh,
Honky was
throwing.
back then.
High wing.
Well, that thought he was 5.
What are you doing?
I did the math. Kai Wing caught out, though. Guma looking for a quick punish. T1.
High wing.
A nice
We're
pick.
deep warding on their
Whatever
reset.
story we want to tell, it's not done
Sorry,
yet.
on our reset. No one nearby.
Certainly isn't Dracos. These fights have been back and forth, and it really feels like it comes down to how much can Hongq do, and can they keep Doggo safe? Rest has also been able to get onto the T1 backline very consistently. But with Poppy, you're never going to really feel safe at any point. Any fight can be turned around very quickly.
G2, look.
If you overstep, if, say, Hongq,
Hard for G2,
Doggo
but it's
or
not
Rest
G2.
gets knocked away, and T1 gets to still pull the trigger on a fight, which, let's be real, with Jarvan, you're not really getting away. If they want to force a fight, they can.
It's not
Gold
G2,
League,
right?
Basically
G2 versus...
negligible at this point, and I'd argue that with
So
Skarner,
MKOI
and
versus
Bessa,
the loser of this
and Cassio,
series.
you're not feeling too bad about going into the later stage of the game.
MKOI versus the loser of this series. Imagine if it's MKOI versus
again,
T1. That'd be
pressure of
hilarious.
execution. It's clear what T1 wants
Your
to do.
pick'ems would be fucked.
So many good proactive engage options. But they have to consider Guma in the back line. For a long time, the strongest relative member on the team, although Doggo has been catching up.
Catch of Night now done for
Okay,
Guma.
come on.
That's big. Pope taking it away, though.
No objective on the map for a little bit of Rebel Baron.
Come on,
power play,
CFO.
fairly
I don't know why I'm
minor.
cheering for you, but I am.
Denying it, though, is a big deal, and it mostly just means that CFO
I don't know why I'm cheering for you, but I am. I am.
Soul possibly there for T1. But if it was a Hextech, if it's an Infernal, even a Mountain, I think the value would be
Deadly
without
Flourish.
question.
Dredge
Now,
line.
for sure.
Impale. But
Initial start,
Honky wasn't there yet.
Keep your eyes on him.
Equalizer zones him. Ooh. CFO bad fight. Poppy ult's insane. Rest gets in the middle, though. Curtain call.
And T1 are retreating.
Gotta hit targets. Gotta hit targets. Hitting Faker's not ideal.
Oh, double TP. Use
These fights
for
are
CFO.
sketchy. Bro,
Single
Honky,
TP
they need to be there.
for
They need to be
Faker.
synced up. They need to be
Honky
synced up.
actually TPing back into the fight after Carrier knocked him out. And in the end,
Bro, this is tense. This is tense
a
as
lot
fuck.
of summoners being exchanged, but no one going down, and really this just felt like a precursor to the Drake fight that might decide the game.
Kai Wing, though, crucially no flash. Flash is up for everyone on the side of T1. So many resources, and it's going to come down to the slimmest of margins. Alt cooldowns, flashes, who has Zhonya's, who doesn't. Pot picked up by the side of Rest. 500 gold, it won't build towards another item, but he needs that immediate injection of stats. That's the state the game is in. He knows any fight could be the final fight of this game. And for CFO, very well could be the final fight of this series if they can come out on top.
T1 do have the luxury of
The
trying to
TB
play
studied what the rest won.
for maybe a mid push, something else. There
Drake
isn't a
won.
Baron on the map, obviously, but there's only the second Drake if CFO do get it, so I wouldn't be surprised to see T1 play fully for the fight, not necessarily to actually
Vega has
get
Mega
the
Blast
Spectre
Cone with
Faker
Scanner
sitting
Rest
on the
sees him.
kill right now.
Let's give that info
But
over.
he's
Let's not
spotted by
force a
Rest.
50-50, yeah?
Rest, by the way, was looking for that
Doggo's
fight.
damage
If
is
he can
nuts.
get on
They're going to
top
4-shot smite.
of
4-shot
Guma
smite.
again.
2.7, getting
Nice.
lower.
They got it.
Objective taken. T1 know that they don't have to overcommit for
Rest. You just saw. You know Faker's there. What's Rest doing? What is Rest doing? Bro, you saw Faker's there. Equalizer down.
T1 hungry for the chase.
Burn.
Rapid retreat from CFO, but T1 still chasing.
Oh my god.
There's no
They're
turret.
going to die. They're
Faker's
going to
gonna
get
keep on
wiped. They're going to
chasing.
get wiped. They're going to get wiped.
Be
They're going to get wiped. Own up. Flash. Nice. Doggo's out, but Cowling is not. Or depth charge. They're going to dive it. But wait, the knockup in return probably saves his life. Faker can't get in. Oh my god. Rest. Rest giveth. Rest taketh away.
They can't push, though, with Hongq still alive. Same for the Jhin.
But again, it's the slimmest of margins. The flash now gone for Doggo in the next fight. Yes, he has cleanse, but it's not going to do anything against the flag and drag. It's not going to do anything against the ultimate.
Drocky UI
The
XP.
Jarvan.
It's Faker that finds the pick. 45 seconds on the Baron.
Junja
Wait.
looking for Faker.
Oi.
Goes over to the
Zonya's.
Honky, lays down the
They can
miasma,
do slow.
Faker's got
Yeah.
nowhere left to go.
Miasma's good.
Tries to turn it back.
Petrifying Gauge good.
Stunned up.
TP. Owner's going to try. Junja might have to sack his life. Honky's out. Honky still has flash. Doesn't burn it. He needed to proactively burn it. Doesn't have Zon. He needed to proactively burn the poppy, the flash with the poppy. Mistakes from his CFO. Small micro mistakes that are costing them the
Level
game.
17, and Bessa. A threat indeed.
They need to be proactive here.
Faker goes down, but the timers are
They need to
faithful
think. They need to
41,
prep. They need to be like,
10
okay,
seconds
what's
on
next? What's
Nash.
coming?
Bases are kind of
Yo, they're talking. They're talking. What are they doing?
They are going to
CFO are like getting
straight
caught,
for
like
that objective.
Honky being late to the
But
fight.
CFO still have an opportunity. Obviously, easy for
What was the other thing I was complaining
to
about?
make his
Rest
way into
on the
this
flank.
pit. There's Giga Cones. He's Skarner.
He knew Silas
yeah,
was
not
there
gonna be
with
given a
Impale,
base.
and he walks blindly into a
Throwing down
brush.
a bit of poke. Rest tries to retake
Honky
control.
walking up to a
of the
poppy,
mid
walking up to the lane. He needs to
CFO
preemptively
ahead
flash.
on
He's got
tempo.
Zhonya's as
Faker
well.
Respawning in
Like
6 will
Honky
be
dying there
first
with
on the
Zhonya's
map.
and
Neither
flash
mid
is
laner
criminal.
having access to TP, although Faker's a little bit closer.
CFO's hypey. It is
No death
hypey.
cap for Faker.
I thought this game was
Absolutely
flipping. I thought it was
huge.
over.
A spike for any
Yeah, T1
AD
are just fighting out of the
that
dirt.
At this point in the game feels like a necessity, not going to be available for him. I don't know how much gold he's sitting on, but not having that available can be the
Chat Baron
difference in
set
this
up.
fight.
I take a bite.
T1 need to wait for Zhonya's. Such an important cooldown.
Could play it slow as well, but
No flash for Owner, no flash for Carrier, although hard to tell with the exhaust heal. Might
Yeah,
have
rest,
it available
rest,
in
rest,
a few
rest.
seconds
Rest.
after he does
He's
drop
walking up. He's not
mid-fight.
TPing. Rest has a TP angle.
Ginger
Pop.
not having flash makes it pretty easy
Doran
to
over
knock him out of
TP.
the pit. You highlighted it before.
He's
A
going for the
vulnerable
wave.
for the pop. The
Go
ultimate
for the
is
fight.
Ginger
They're going for the fight.
starts
Oh
going
no!
completely whiffs.
Ginger.
And T1 see that as they're
Faker's
trying to
in.
fight off.
Impale
Gumi's
hits.
ultimate managing to
But
land.
I'm gonna
But
kill
it's
Faker.
Rest into the
Kill
backside.
Faker.
Guma immediately. The
Honk
exhaust
you.
coming from Carrier.
Look at Owner.
Clutch.
Look at Owner's
Joins the
damage.
fight.
Can we
Falling
kill?
apart for the side of T1. Doran has to make the difference. Doran
Kill?
has to burn them
Oh,
down.
the poppy ult. Carrier just won them the game.
He finds the angle to send
Carrier just won them the game.
Honkyu's still going.
Honky's gonna try.
An ulti, knocked back into the wall. The Cassio's still going. Doran trying to burn him, trying to
He's
take
got
him out.
Zhonya's.
It's
There it
Guma
is.
to follow.
Ginger
Going
up.
golden.
Oh, he's dead.
An extra moment, but
He's dead.
Honky drops
Meanwhile-
T1.
Carrier's still
Willing to
going.
trade blood for silver, giving everything they have to go to
Blood
game
for
5.
silver.
Rest running.
What a
Source's
line.
flash.
Blood
2-1.
for silver.
No, that they can't really do the objective in good conscience without their jungler. So they want an exit kill. Not going to be given one though. As Rest needs to be respected. The mobility, absolutely crazy. That does mean though there's no flash on Honky as we take a look. Chunja, the hero of his region.
Oh.
So many consecutive
gets that,
first place
if he
finishes,
gets that.
doesn't find Guma.
What a
And
different
then
game it would be.
Carrier steps in front to
With
ensure
a
that
Cassiopeia
Rest
at the end of the
doesn't get
channel,
on
she
top
presses
of the
R,
Varus immediately, and
2,
Doran
3
in the
man,
back
boom,
line.
the game is done.
Together with Owner.
That's a game of inches.
Already
That's a
doing
game of
great
ultis.
work.
It's like,
But
it's a game
with
of
the
micro,
arrival
really, isn't it?
of Carrier and that ultimate,
It's these ultis,
taken
these
away.
big abilities hitting, and they change
the
the
biggest
whole
damage
pace.
dealer that at that point is still available
Man,
for CFO. T1.
it's crazy.
They want to bring us to a game 5. That wasn't enough though, because as big as it was, as good as getting that flash is, still need to do more.
Definitely do. Take a chance. Whether you're
On
here
me.
in the stadium
Take a
or
chance
home,
on
take
me.
a breath.
There's no way
T1
T1 come back from this
Still in a
fucking
comfortable
series, bro.
position. The
What a
onslaught of
shocking
poke,
series it
something
was.
the CFO have to contend
I
with.
feel sorry
Every
for
single
CFO.
fight
This is
has
like-
been bloody.
This was an insanely
Summer
high
spells.
skill game.
Maybe the most important resource in this game.
Couple of
Goldlink is
mistakes.
basically negligible at this point in the game. Doesn't really matter. Faker
Next flash.
still no death cap by the way.
Iwan.
Okay.
Ginger coming through
Gonna
the
go
wall.
for Carrier. Trying to draw out Poppy ult, I think.
Guma. Popping the
Should be
Yomus.
big. As soon as that Edge of Night is down.
Doran on the side. Honku.
Oh my
crucial
god,
member.
Junja just searching. Junja almost has
2-1.
flash up and available. 10 seconds for
Not
Junja
looking
flash.
like they are in a position to make a
Junja
play
get
on
the
side.
flash
He's
ulti,
gotta have-
game has
he's
changed
gotta have
again.
Death cap.
He has TP, but there's
Faker
not.
going
There's
back,
one
yeah, he's gonna
good
have D.
ward behind. Potentially an
He's gonna
angle to
DC,
flank
right?
the Wolves.
I think T1 are going to play for the fight
Doggo's
again.
damage on
Oh, that's
Dragon
okay.
for the smite. For the smite.
Ulti across the team. Honku waiting over
Auto
the wall.
smite.
2K
Got
willing
it.
to flip and they manage
Got
to
it.
get the
They got
Chemtech.
Chemtech.
3-3 across the board,
But
T1
Junja's caught.
Rest
Faker
on the
flank.
side. Faker trying to find the lockup.
Flank.
Doggo for now completely
Rest
untouched.
ulti.
Ulti stolen away.
Faker's
But
got
now
it on
it's
Doggo.
Rest
Oh
still
no,
got
they're
it.
too
Anything he
split.
possibly can, but it's already down
They're too
for
split. The
Junja.
Cass wasn't there.
Faker finding the kill. Going
Ah,
in
nice
on
try
the
from
Doggo.
Doggo.
He gets another 3
Bro, I don't know what the rest of CFO were doing. They were
TP
just here.
They
They were
need
just
this to be
here.
the final fight.
On the Dragon was
They
the
need to
fight, but then
execute CFO here.
like
They
they were
need
like,
to
oh,
take
we
it
get
to
out
game
or we go in.
five.
Like pick one.
Falls, desperate to turn it back.
Holy
Look at his
Honku.
damage on the way in. The interrupt
Honku.
on the flank and drag.
Wait,
Honku
he's
gets
still
that
alive.
second
Wait.
carry, no tempo. He's still
Honku.
raining
Honku.
down.
Oh, into the wall. Carrier.
18, the flag and drag coming up.
He's only 18.
He goes down.
Okay, Kai Wing knows he's dead.
Finishes the
GG,
kill.
we're going to 5. What cinema that was.
Away we
What
go
cinema
into
that was,
game
though.
number 5.
Holy crap. Now that was entertainment. That was good entertainment.
Despite their most valiant efforts, can't actually
Bro,
take down T1
this series
in the
is-
fourth game. They're gonna
I'm going to
have
say the
side
series is good
selection.
because T1 shat the bed a lot.
It's time for Silver Scrapes.
But now we're talking. Now we're talking. Faker's locked in. Faker's off. And he's in. Holy crap, T1 are in. Yo, chat, 4th best of 5 going to 5. All right, we're going to skip to game 5. We'll get straight into it. No mucking about.
To build.
No mucking about. Go in. Be woo woo. I'll sing the song for you. Be woo woo. A boo wee you. This is the most entertaining series. It is entertaining. You're not wrong. Meow, 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 meow.
Game 5
Holy. Okay, go. Stage me. Stage me now. Stage me right now.
So I'm wondering if
CFO picks blue side. Stage me right now. No mucking about.
now, casters, over to you.
Thank you.
For this brief moment in time.
No, we're not even a draft yet.
Come on.
It's game 5 Fearless.
All right, here we go.
So there's not a lot left.
Here we go.
In a lot of different
Here we go.
positions. It's time to
can
start
eat.
cooking. Rest on stage. See what T1 have up their sleeves.
I can eat now.
Red side means
can
someone
eat.
is getting counter pick, and each and every T1 player can be pretty lethal with that option.
As we get to game 5,
Wow.
so many of the mainstays no longer available. Few of them going to remain banned. After seeing the impact that Owner had on the Jarvan, I
RE
think the
priority
reban,
has to be high.
very obvious. Whereas, despite what the scoreline may tell you, everyone that watched that game knew that Honky was a raid boss. Those bans toward him, keep him coming. As it was mostly Faker's impact outside of the lane, able to very
Renekton
quickly
ban.
make his impact known on the rest of the map.
Yone B1
Again,
coming to
just a new
CFO.
generation of mid laner. He was
Potentially.
6
Unreal.
when Faker went to Worlds.
Or
Made that run. SKT back
they want
in
to
the
trade a
day.
jungler, and they
T1
know that Sejuani's the only one
debating
up.
what the final ban is going to be. Renekton, TF, Lee Sin, a lot of safe blind picks taken away.
Big top laner still open. Ornn,
Okay.
Gnar, Camille.
Yone
we
is
could be
wonderful.
looking towards
CFO Yone.
a game 5 like this. We'll see. In theory, the ability to get all the value out of being on red side is there.
Jace,
Jace for rest.
makes me nervous is what Jace does.
Yeah.
Can you
Jace, a
pause
champion
so I
who
can
can
grab
take
my
over
food
games.
for 2
Jace,
minutes?
champion who can fall apart, most certainly.
Yeah, but I gotta pee. All right. Listen. Listen. We're back. We're back. Okay. Have you done it, Chitroki? You better be done. You better be done. Random at how the band champs sorted. It is in a row. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the drill. They're paired up. First 2 games, next 2 games. Is it? Yes. No, it's not. Huh? Why is Silas there? You know what? Don't ask. I don't know. I don't think they do. There's no way we... Rest GP.
That spice.
No. Orn.
Oh.
Orn makes sense. Trocky, you're back. Okay, no problem.
We knew it wasn't going to be blind GP. It's
Somebody
going to
sorted
be
this
Orn.
manually. True.
Guaranteed
Which is silly.
engage.
Look at all the
Despite
space.
the fact
Look,
that
bro,
shocking
what is this?
team
Make it
into
bigger.
this series there are
Make it bigger.
still
Why is it so
Rakan,
small?
Alistair,
Whose idea was it to have a big grey
Grell,
bar here?
all on the table, but this
Make it bigger.
guarantees that you will have the
Okay,
opportunity
so that was
to try and
fishing
make
for a
some
better lane for the
big
Orn.
engaged plays, and this series has been all about the team fights.
Certainly
Outside
has.
of that,
This is
I
a
would
tendency we've
say
seen from CFO
maybe
before.
Yone
Domestically,
is an
when their
option
back was
still
against the
again.
wall, they
Jace.
defaulted to scaling.
You
They
go
put their
Yone
faith
Lilia,
in that late game
or you
team
could just go
fighting.
flat out
And in
Lilia
game
here
one,
because jungle
they
options are
did
so
almost
limited.
weather the storm. They did have that better
Lee Sin
early,
especially, big pick,
but
yeah.
now with
Dude,
Jace
Yone could be
locked
big on
in,
free.
potentially the
for T1.
Sejuani combo alongside of it.
How's Faker's Yone
This is
chat?
going to be tough.
Because I think that could be really good.
A lot of comfort here.
It just depends.
Jace for Doran, theoretically, could be
What
flexed.
jungle do they have?
We have seen some LCK
Pantheon's
teams do
already
it,
taken.
and my guess would be maybe an
Trundle's already gone.
AD carry or support pickup here on
What about
free.
Ivan Tristana?
But first,
What about
what
Ivan
is
Tristana?
CFO going to
There's
go
that
towards?
Zaya.
Great pick.
Zaya Rakan, take away
I
from
like it a
Guma.
lot. Ensuring there's no Poppy in the game anymore. You pick away one of Guma's best champions.
Yone.
And a
Yone
jungle,
also in
they
sides
ban
versus
most
the
other
Orn.
games.
Orn
And
can't play
finally,
sides
Kai
against
Wing.
either solo lane. The only problem you then have is then you might have to pick a
reliable
Ziggs. Maybe they go
engaged
Ziggs now
source
and then
area.
leave options
This is where we need
available
to
for a
see those
counter.
counter picks.
And into Rakan.
But Ziggs, what hard engage
Seeing
do you
things
have
like
to layer with
Malachi.
him? That's what you want.
Poppy, obviously, after that
They have
last
Rel.
game. Pretty
Ori?
sure CFO will be happy they're off the table as
Faker's
this is
Oriana.
another old, reliable
Ooh.
for
Faker's
the goat
Yone's average?
As he
Okay.
picks up the Oriana here. Ball delivery system, obviously,
Faker's
in the form
Oriana.
of the Sejuani.
Classic.
And then, I guess,
They probably
maybe
ban
some
away.
additional bans to try
picks
and
for
show that
Faker.
Faker has a decent matchup. Because what he did on Silas
So
in that game one, despite
Ari
the
probably
skill
goes.
shots not always landing, the pressure that
And
he provided
Syndra
was
goes.
undeniable.
Ari,
even
Syndra.
though in some
Those
cases,
two.
like in the top lane play,
Anything else I'm missing, chat? What's really good
might
for
have been better
Ori?
if he played it a bit more
Zerath.
slow. T1 wouldn't have had the early game if it wasn't for him immediately
Nocturne.
ganking Doran. What was it, level 4?
Yeah.
After he got
They
an
think
early
CFO
lead?
maybe
Making that
pick
play
Yone.
happen, and that is what you want, again, when the pressure is on you. to
Yep.
Get
perform,
screwed
when
by
you
the
are the
lane, level
expected
6, start
favorite
having kill threat.
in the series, or at least we're coming into the day.
What
Yeah,
jungler are you going to have?
uncertain.
That's a great point, Dracos.
I would say you can play
But
Kindred if you have an
Oriana, you
AP
said
mid.
reliable.
But what AP mid do you actually have that's viable?
It would be hard to think of a player in the world currently playing who probably has more games on this pick than Faker does.
Goes for a lot of champions as the Lulu taking away yet another, even though the champion has seen repeated round of nerfs. This is, I think, the type of situation where you will always just be able to get good value. The fact that Braum is gone, you're going to be very happy about a CFO. Does mean that it makes
Ari's
it
a
a lot
good ban.
harder to actually
think.
block the Ornn ultimate. It's the Ari taken away here.
You got Rel and Alistar in game 5.
Trying
You're
to limit
fine with support.
early game playmakers.
T1 can just pick support here
on Q3
and
games
get
on the
counter
pick.
to AD.
Still have Kindred.
I mean, they're both already
available.
picked.
Could be an angle and go towards more tankiness.
person
We saw
needs
the
to simmer
Mundo
down.
come out from Junja
Jinx Blitz.
as well. What is that mid
Alistar.
jungle going to be? AD
Let's
carry,
pick Rel.
I think most likely here, and then carry up, probably cooking
Yeah.
up something for the R5. That
Guma,
is
Jinx.
already a lot of support available for this
Rel
pick,
is still an
and
option.
A pick that, as
You're not
Guma
gonna
knows
pick
very
Yuumi.
well as well. Zaya really struggles with
You're not
the
gonna pick
range
Yuumi here.
advantage. Is a big deal.
I think you need
Powerful
reliable
scaling.
engage. I think you need
Oriana
Rel.
to Jinx.
Rel would make sense. Rel with Ori with Sedge is a
Something
really
CFO
well-rounded
wanna
comp.
match,
Plus
or do they
Jinx
wanna
and
play
Jace have
for an
good
earlier
range.
stage of the game. A lot of
CFO
hovers.
going to fry with mega scaling, but how will they go in the lanes if they do this?
A lot of
Tristana,
hovers.
I did say Tristan Ivan
Tristana
earlier
locked
on.
in. Maybe a Lilia to follow.
Lilia
Because of the
or
meta
Ivan,
damage that their
because, look,
composition
there's no
needs,
AP.
Decent into the tanky junglers.
There's no AP. They could also go
They
Zyra.
need a magic damage
But
jungler at
nah,
this point.
maybe-
Likely
maybe
the
Lilia's
mid lane
better.
Tristana. I mean, likely, yeah, it's the mid lane Tristana.
Is it Nidalee?
Elveth?
Could be looking towards that as well.
Don't go Nefiri. Don't go Nefiri.
Sejuani
They
will
have-
be unkillable
they
if they
have
take this risk,
Sejuani.
but they will have a powerful early game.
That's better.
He brings back the
There's the Zyra. I've been saying this a lot in the tournament. I think with AD mids, it's really good, especially when it's a sole AP source. Hard to itemize against Zyra when you have like double AD carry.
Carrier Kench.
And Tom Kench. All right, chat. Interesting drafts. Interesting drafts. T1 had this nice front to back. They've got a lot of protect Jinx, protect Ori. They've got a lot of ball delivery service as well. One reset. Jinx runs the fights, I think. The only hard tank is the Ornn, but Jinx will shred through it 3 items. I like the Zyra pick here. I'm just worried.
Getting ahead early, this clear speed of the Zyra obviously really tough to deal with.
I'm worried about CFO getting to their spikes.
The laning matchup
I
is
think late game.
No one should be dying.
Who's late?
Most likely not.
Kind of a front to back for both teams. Double AD carry.
We didn't expect.
Makes me favorite when you have a hard long range tank like Ornn.
Turn into fist fights early.
But T1, yeah, if they skirmish early, I think they can run away with the game.
On the other.
I'll dissect them more as we go in. Chat, I gotta run ads. Yo, I appreciate everyone being here for the restream. I do this because at EU times it's way too damn early. Remember, any spoilers get perma-banned. You've been warned, whether they're fake spoilers or not. I've seen some of the mods talk about spoilers in the chat. If you've done a fake spoiler, they'll time you out for the time being. If it ends up being real, perma-ban. If you've chatted here the whole time, if you've chatted here for years, there's no exception. I won't tolerate spoilers throughout the whole tournament. You can get fucked, actually, because it's a really childish thing to do, and we will not tolerate it. Mods will actually put their fist up your ass. I'm going to run the ads anyway. Thank you for being here. Twitch Prime Tier 1. Yo, big preach.
That we do.
And trust me, big fist.
Winner of the series.
You gon' bleed.
Moving on to face BLG, loser. Face Movistar Koi.
All right, chat. Lock in.
I had the chance next to me, but
First in,
I think they need
out.
more.
What?
No.
We need mods. Holy. Yeah, the crowd is loud, proud.
Should we help?
Let's help.
T1 fans, I hear you, but CFO, I hear some chants here and there. I need to hear you together. If you believe in CFO, if you believe in the upset, let me hear you now, Vancouver.
Canada.
The T1 fans, one last time.
Okay. All right, boys.
Nothing's happened, and it's already a sick game, dude. Oh.
All right, no action. First 15 minutes. Let's go.
All right, we're looking at Junja's early clear.
There's
You
mega
mentioned it
scaling on both
before.
sides, isn't there?
If an AP jungler gets any kind of early advantage,
Top will be
exponential
lane
scaling
kingdom.
on that
Faker
clear
first
speed.
6 levels. I mean, Tristana's
The
okay in the
opposite
lane,
side
right?
Much more playmaking, yes, most certainly. But historically, the AP options were what were good into
And then
the tank
bottom
junglers.
2v2.
But we saw with the
Tom
drop.
Kench has really good base
to
damage.
make those early plays happen, and he did.
Unless anything's changed.
Really started snowballing.
Faker
to win
Orianna.
This game is HonQ determined to play aggressive.
But command
Rocket
attack.
Jump level 1.
Command attack, though. Command attack.
Gonna deny a minion from Faker.
Nice. 1 minion
BTA
plus.
procced. Monkey gonna be
So
decently
we went
happy with that.
BTA, not lethal tempo.
Good amount of Doran's blade value. So Rest also going for the unsealed spellbook. Ready
Sometimes
for
Halo Blade
what we
still
kind
an
of
option.
expected, which is
Yo, Lekka
try and
is
interact as
strong.
little as possible with the Jace. As in he goes again
in.
with the E.
Level
Okay.
2.
Faker doesn't have 2
Natural
yet.
charge laid down, some damage onto Faker.
gonna
keeping the
dissonance
push
him in a sec.
going. Owner for now. Focus
Faker
on zone
Ori, though, is
clear.
a masterclass. Like, that is like one of his
and
best
look
champions of all
look
time,
at
though.
Junja. That red buff
He's
dying
had
while
some
he was already
insane seasons on
basically
Ori.
At his Raptors.
Yeah, Toppers is
showing his
horror.
knowledge of the Zyra clear.
Good news for T1 is it looks like they spotted the movement
Okay.
from Zyra. They have vision in that
So
brush.
Honky, you get pushed out, or you just get a
seeing
reset
that
time
Junja's
here and there
about
and
a
back?
camp ahead right now. And that is just the difference in these champions, their relative clear speed.
He
That
backed
much
at
more
level
opportunity
2.
to either reset or get an early gank.
What did he back for?
Kai within the
Boots?
bottom side of the map.
Longsword?
Person with the most setup.
He backed
You
for
early base
refillable.
into TP, into dropping a ward where Owner got him a bunch of times. In the last game, this is game
And
5. You
control
don't want to
ward.
give up any
Right.
free early
BFI
advantages.
was the long. I slept through the final game.
Junja,
True.
there's the full clear.
Yeah, observing a bit dank, I
Owner, he's
agree.
still on his red.
Yo,
One of the
Deus,
big
what up,
reasons
bud?
why we see the Zyra
San Francisco.
sub 3-minute clear.
On cue.
Oh.
2, 3 autos.
PTA.
Looking for the 4th to get
Big.
the reset. Faker chunked
Do
out.
it.
Does
Do it.
still have his TP, but
Junja.
on cue.
Junja's coming in.
Trying to keep him here, trying to jail him here. Junja on the way.
Tackling the goat.
Plant, just a bit of damage.
What's he got?
This is
Junja's
right
got
on
electrocute.
cue. Ready to rocket jump over the
Not
wall.
common?
You get back there.
Faker losing so
He's
much.
getting
because he had the
pumped in
TP,
lane
the
now.
outside might not have mattered, but because they pushed this wave in.
Oh, he's trying to still look for
CFO
Faker.
able
He
to
didn't
grab that
either
first play, only
help the
further
Tristana
establish
push.
that gold advantage for HonQ, and if he gets this wave in, likely to get the free reset as well.
Yeah, he
Attacks
is.
the
Gets
place
another reset. I mean, TP's
to come
coming,
through.
but Doran. All rest. All rest. All rest. Here comes range. Has he got shock blast? That's a long cooldown early, isn't it?
He's healing up.
Oh, look at the back.
Especially against Ornn with the W
Really?
available. I don't know if you want to run
Not
the risk.
stopping
It
the
looks
back?
like that's not
I
the
guess
case.
not.
But again, these early game, it's textbook. You load into the draft, Tristana as prio, try and harass as much as possible.
T1 are going
You
to play
have
for
so
top.
much tempo
Faker's going to
as
absorb.
Zyra into
Bots is going
Sejuani.
to do its own thing.
And even though they don't get Faker, they're not able
You
to
say
get his
camp or
flash,
come?
which I
You
think
definitely should camp.
would have been a really
What game
big
are you
win.
looking at?
They're able to get
What
a plate.
broadcast are you
early
listening to?
Experience lead. CS still
Faker's win rate is
somewhat
huge. Yeah, dude,
a relatively
70%,
even.
80 games is nuts. Eh?
It's dead even here
That's kinda
between
nuts.
HomeQ and Faker.
They balance it out. Kaiwing needs to be a little bit careful here. Base damage from Tom Kench, very powerful.
Engage Kench.
Engage Kench is
Just
expected.
yet.
Also, as a side note, we do have 4 unsealed spell books, a first in an international game. So that's both supports, rest, and owner. So if
good luck calling
yeah,
smite fights,
don't. So yeah, there's going to be up to 3 smites at any given point in this game. So
True.
Yeah.
we'll just keep our eyes on the kill feed, shall we, to see who actually
Three
gets it.
smites.
As once again another very positive topside trade. Kaiwing not able to
Doran
that.
is destroying
It's
rest.
looking like early game Link in the
Owner for the invade.
His owner might be caught here.
Satchel charge.
Is there enough damage?
Down on owner, but they don't
If
really have
HomeQ
great
jumps in,
follow-up
yeah,
as
jump
well.
on
Instead, they're
Faker.
gonna turn back onto Faker. Junja.
Nice
the
damage,
roots.
dude. Faker
Does
popped again.
manage
Oh,
to
kill?
get him. A little
Maybe?
bit of damage
No.
on Faker. They don't quite want
No,
to
if
commit to
Satchel
anything
Charge
else
was
to
up, Faker dead.
Doing what he can to weather the storm here.
Oh
as
my
Kaiwing
god,
and Doggo.
HomeQ. Like,
This
bro,
is what
no
we're
matter
talking
what
about.
happens
It's
in this
just the
game,
range
HomeQ
advantages.
is like,
You know HomeQ is looking.
I feel like he's my new favorite mid.
Faker actually getting a good amount of free poke there. Shields down now.
This guy's a baller.
Rocket jump is
This
available.
guy-
but
this
he can't
guy's like
do
a
it with the troll
true-
the way it is.
Oh,
Ready to wrap around.
Doran.
In the mid lane, meanwhile.
Oh my god, clean. Solo kill by Doran. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Meanwhile, HomeQ.
5 when you need him most. There he is. A matchup he had
Faker's
to win.
close to
Almost
Shockwave.
800 gold already in his favor.
Holy.
Parker Lord arrives exactly when he means to. The
Doran.
head was already going well, but as Ornn, you're expected to take
He's
a bit of a
20
beating.
CS ahead,
We'll
then
upgrade it
some.
from a bit
Guys, it's a 1k
to
gold lead in top.
kind of a knockout
Doran
punch
is
here early on.
carrying.
Ornn finding the solo kill.
There's all this pressure
We'll
around
see
mid from
CFO
Junja,
answer,
just trying to get Faker
knowing that
behind, and
a lot of
it's
potential
doing
is
good for
paid 41
HomeQ, but
towards
like,
the top side of the map. They're all on recalls
rest.
as well. But they
He
do this
B1'd
pretty slowly.
Ornn.
Owner's there.
Junja looking for the root. Looking
Jace
to knock
was
up
up,
Owner,
a
taking a
Korean
decent amount of
Jace.
damage.
He
I don't
does
think
not
they have
speak
enough
English,
to
that guy.
kill
I
everyone
swear,
else in the
I've checked his
area.
logs.
Does have access to Abyssal Voyage. Moving in.
And
There are no English characters.
Reset. Oh, devastating for the side of CFO. Just able to grab
Yeah,
the
it's
aggro
only a little
away.
reset.
Now here comes Carrier.
Carrier just flashed. Missed tongue lash.
Carrier in the midst of
Yes,
the team.
smite.
Carrier with a smite ready to go.
HomeQ.
And then the end of the day.
No, they didn't get it. It's Kaiwing's smite, but he's caught.
Supports across the board.
Oh,
Kaiwing
no.
can't finish it.
Guma. Ew.
And the dragon goes to
Did he have
Kaiwing.
vision? He didn't. What was he hoping?
Smite, I don't think we noticed.
Everyone's just
Good amount of
panicking.
Flashes, but doesn't get the final auto as
Okay.
Doran Rest still going toe to toe.
Good
Nice
flash.
flash to get away. Respecting
Bellows
the
breath
potential
damage.
of Norman's level
He-
6. He's
he-
also taking Ignite
he
from the
gets
Summoner's Spellbook. Boy, I hate this room, but it's so hype.
It is. Unsealed Spellbook is disgusting.
And if you were worried
Ignite,
that
true.
the tension would be there in game number 5,
Unsealed Spellbook is back and it's staying, isn't it?
I'm not so worried anymore. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
So Kaiwing got his
Team over
smite.
the gold
Carrier
lead,
did
it's almost
not.
entirely Doran. It's on him to push this lead forward and either
Oh,
break
the
that
Guma
tower.
flash. Has anyone pointed
give
out you
his
look
lead
like
to
Aaron
someone else,
Taylor
support
Johnson?
another lane. See if he wants
I
to
went to
just
see
keep
28
the
years
pressure on
and
Rest.
realized
One of the
why the guy in there looks familiar.
Nice combo,
Oh,
pull
Shockwave.
back onto Faker, good initial dive.
Oh,
Carrier
save
coming
from
in, he's level
Terrier.
5. They can't quite finish the kill on the Oriana. Kaiwing needs
Kaiwing's
a way out.
okay.
Clean,
Kaiwing's
close,
out, right?
hold.
Tongue lash?
Trying to get behind the minions.
Ooh, if Kerry has his devoured
Yeah.
I think Kaiwing dies, but
Aaron
not gonna be the
Taylor
case.
Johnson.
Low, though. I don't know if he can afford to stick around. Doesn't have ulti, neither does Faker.
I do not look like Aaron. I do
think-
not look like this guy.
Looking at the compositions
Chat,
again,
do I
with
look
how
like
well these
him?
early fights play out. T1
okay, I don't
with
wanna look
both
like him.
Jinx and Jace actually
This
so
is- I
much
look like that
effective
guy.
range can be hard on the Zyra.
I don't look
to
like
really
that
get
guy
the
at
most
all.
Value, right? There are drafts
Nah,
where
there's a
opponents
similarity.
are mostly short range, forced to jump into you.
That's why my wife married me, because I
There's so
look like
much you
him.
can do, but this time around, Junja
I
is
don't
going to
look
be
like a
relying on
rat.
Rest and Kaiwing setting
A
him up.
worse
Kaiwing,
version. The
especially
fuck?
after that early play, you're going to be feeling good about, but Rest definitely struggling in the lane. I don't think that's
You
going
look
to
like
change
him, but
anytime soon.
older.
His
Bro,
owner
he's older
starts
than
up
me, isn't he?
The grubs here early on.
Go
The big thing is
Specsavers.
this Jace is a constant pressure point, which means setup is that much harder.
Is
We
she
know
gonna get the
dream
red buff?
situation for the
Is that
Zyra,
red buff
you
dead?
have
It
to
is.
fight into her.
Zyra.
Owner's like, not again. Doesn't even have smite.
Wants to come up. TP. Oh, they're going to contest. If Ona gets one more, he's out.
On the way. On Q on the
He's not
way.
Eing.
Carrier, only level 5. Can't
He's
save
waiting
Dave.
for
They're
E
looking
for
a little
Kaiwing.
bit.
Ona doesn't E. Okay, they get it. No. No, he gets it. He's got to die, right? He's not dead.
grubs.
You got 2 grubs.
You know, the last one taken away. I thought the Jinx got it, but
It was close, but not quite. It's Rest.
Holy.
Not able
Early
to join.
game for
Obviously,
T1
also
is
still
a
sitting on the Ignite,
masterclass
but
right
even
now.
with TP, wouldn't
Faker
have mattered.
absorbs
Doran's
pressure.
keeping him
Doran just runs away with the
locked
game in
in
a
lane.
side lane. They consistently keep
goal
Rest
close.
locked up
T1
with
slightly
this
ahead.
Jace. Like,
Krugs spots
bro, where's the
them
key?
with the
You know?
sweeper. Kaiwin goes in, doesn't find his target, and now they're forced to
Guma,
back away.
failed flash, whatever.
Off you.
Everything else,
Faker,
shockwave.
push back.
Ulti for
Flashes
ulti.
out of
Minions.
safety. Faker now on the chase.
Oh,
Flash
Faker,
goes
Faker,
up.
Faker.
One more out.
Dissonance on himself to get the movement speed for the auto.
Redemption for the
That's
first
Faker's
few
Ori.
games. Faker
He
finds
misses
his
the cannon as
form
well
in
to show he
game
doesn't give a
5. The
shit.
laning phase will not belong to Hong
My
Q
mail
again.
crushes Henry Cavill. Well, that's nice.
That's the reps on Oriana right there, paying off.
CFO needs some kills on this Tristana.
That
They
is now the
need
second solo
Junja
kill
to get
found
active.
for
Like, this
T1.
Zyra needs to find some lanes.
CFO games, both of them could not be more
If
one-sided.
T1 snowball, I'm so
Masterclasses in
worried
snowballing
about
the game.
Jace Ori. Like, they're just going to get one
And even in the
pump.
midst of the explosive
in
action
mid-game.
mid lane, it's still just Doran on the bottom
Both
side
comps
of
have
the
really good
map,
scaling, but
slowly but
holy.
surely extending
Get
this goal
Rest
lead.
out of
There's
this
just
lane.
nothing he can
Help.
do.
And for Junja,
Owners can be
there's
down.
so much he needs
They're
to
going
do.
to dive this. If
right?
Rest
Like,
falls behind again,
he
I
can't
don't know,
help
bro. I
the
think
tank. Needs to try and play towards his top side. That's good and pushed in as Rest.
Rest in trouble,
Ignite
drops the
immediately.
early.
Because of his W.
Okay, Doran took a turret shot.
That's gonna
But
be
this
enough.
wave is
No
going to be
wave right
popped.
now.
TP's going to come up. Rest will match.
Yeah, looking for
They're gonna look for a
top.
play.
The punish
Junja
would be
needs
huge
something.
here.
Carry a level 6.
He doesn't have flash.
No ult for Kaiwing.
Can't try to
Zapped.
take Guma out.
Traps.
Junja locked up. Goes through,
Kited.
good side step.
Carrier out.
Means everything's fine.
Oh,
That
dear.
hurts for CFO.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh
It's not
dear. There's no way
Too
T1.
much of a cross map.
Game
It is gonna
5.
be
Game
another
5,
chicken camp
they're
being
like
picked
on.
up by Owner here.
Bro, T1 just mucking
Because
around.
he's
Oh,
had to cancel
tempo.
the tempo.
T1 know they're in the lead. They know they've got these winning lanes, and they just want to keep pushing.
Where's TP coming from? Is that from Carrier?
As Owner. Oh.
No, it's Jace. Keeping to the lane.
Saw the ward coming.
Owner ready to go.
Where's that TP going? To the top?
Sees the TP coming
No, it's
in, though.
mid.
Kaiwing
Mid TP
on
from
the way.
Kaiwing.
Now taking
Bro,
over level
it's
6.
TP world
There
again.
isn't a flash, so there is a lot more playmaking
know?
potential here for CFO. They need to answer towards
Don't
his
look
top
top
side
gold diff.
because
I
of
looked.
the play that they found to cancel.
Me, I looked. I'm sorry, I looked.
T1 just keeps on pushing. So Junja needs
Plates,
to deal with bot
Carrier.
side because they're getting
Shared
pushed
with
in.
Jinx, by the way.
Because Guma has range advantage.
Guma is
Now
500
can't
gold
do too
up.
much. Then obviously Rest is going to struggle, but you can kind of let that one go at least for now. But then the fact that Honq with the early leads just
Jace
now got
went
solo killed by Faker
Yomu's
means
first.
that lead is gone as well.
Instead of Black
That's why
Cleaver.
the-
Yeah, that's good.
Another back
Zyra isn't
cancel.
even
You
ahead.
think his
You're
Rest
starting
just
to see
doesn't
the
have an
cracks in
army
the
yet?
armor,
But like,
CFO.
Guma?
So many explosive early games as Guma.
oi,
I'll
play
touch Junja,
checking.
good initial
Okay.
route. Ulti to
Maybe
follow.
dead,
So much
maybe
damage
dead.
now into the Jinx. Junja can't quite
He
follow up in a
ghosted.
big chunk.
There's no
Carry
flash.
immediately sprinting up to the top side, knowing
Sees
he needs
him.
to be there to defend his AD carry. Goes
Oh,
for
Junja tries to hold the
flash
wave,
out,
so it
goes
crashes
for
a little bit earlier, but he needs help.
I don't think
Guma
he
needs help.
can. Reinforcements are on the way though, and
Junja
oh,
has to be
T1.
It's
careful.
sketchy. It's
Might
sketchy,
be
but look at the
trying to
collapse.
play
Carrier
a little
coming in.
greedy here as
Tongue lash
Carrier.
connects.
Ulti,
Flash down
coming
towards
in
the
from
Time
Junja,
Kench.
sees
Boba,
the
he's going to get
Tom
eat.
Kench, but in comes the Rakan just in time.
Oh,
Guma playing
good
on the
eight,
edge
good eight,
tower.
good eight. But
Now
Guma's now
they're
isolated.
T1
Doggo
standing.
running at him,
Doggo
but he
wants
can't
to
find
finish
him.
that kill, but they can't get
He got
anything.
safety
And
under
the wave
turret.
now to
Wave's
lead,
cleared.
they're gonna take this.
Hold the knock up.
Coming in from the top.
The knock up. Kaiwing's taking aggro.
Forward. All
Oh,
the
it's a
Jinx, Doggo
it's a
first kill.
disaster,
Gonna
I
go
think.
to the
No,
wall,
no,
but
no, it's
fly.
okay.
Doggo wants to stay safe.
Sedge died in the
There's
end.
no TPs available. No one can
Kaiwing
help
was going to
him.
die.
Faker
Doggo's going to look for
contested mid
Carrier.
lane.
W's up. Oh, nice
People
feathers
dive
from
coming
Doggo.
out. Doggo has to be careful though. Carrier does a lot of
Okay.
damage. The Q healing.
Okay,
as well
they've
gonna be
opened up
clutch,
top.
but a few
Oh, I
plays
thought that
to
was
the
a
side of
disaster.
CFO.
All it took was
Unfortunately,
one more
Faker's still
stun and that
pushing
was
the
it.
mid lane.
Faker does get mid though. There was a lot of time
And what
wasted
they
up
will
top.
deny, a
Bit
lot
of
of
wave
resources
denial.
from Guma.
Guma's losing a lot.
Still feels like
But it does
a
mean
trade
with
as
all
opposed
jungle
to just
top,
a
they
win
just know
for
that
CFO.
bot is
I
free,
think they're
mid
still
is
gonna be
free.
happy about it.
The problem with
Battle
the problem with
Unless
CFO is like that play
Honq
needs to be
should be
worth it. I
fine
feel like they need a
here.
double. They need
It's a
turret
wrong
for it.
jump.
They need so
Ulti
much more.
forced.
If they
Carrier
get
put
more
down
in
one
that
pressure
play,
there.
then
Rest in
T1
one
have to
hand,
respect
bot side
inside.
matchup.
Or respect in mid,
man.
respect in bot,
Giant
but they just got
catfish
double
walking
play.
towards you.
I mean, if you hit the Q,
Look at top.
you're gonna hit the
1400. Look at Faker. He's up 400 after being bullied
Tough
early game.
situation.
A lot of minions going by the wayside here for CFO, but I think those kills and the fact that Guma
I don't
doesn't
know.
just get to run away with this matchup.
Spellbook.
Put some
What I
resources
think
into double,
Diana Yasuo
definitely
would
a
have
good
been
call
better
there
mid jungle this
from
game.
the LCP representatives.
I think
Certainly helps
Tristana
out.
lacks like
Again,
useful
range is
setup.
the
I
big
mean,
issue. issue.
Okay, wait.
How do you get
Zara
range,
actually does have useful
some
setup, but I
defensive
like
tools
with
of your
Ivan.
own?
I love
It's not
Ivan
like you wanna
Trist.
have the
It's such a
greatest
good duo.
engage options, but
Ivan
Jinx can
Trist,
keep you
I'm
at
not
arm's
sure
length. It might
what it
not
would do in
matter
this
if
comp.
Skywing
I think you needed
carry
AP. The problem
on,
was you
very
have
pretty damn tanky and
no
favor
real options for AP
Hungry blood
mid.
on that top side.
Unless you
Didn't
went Syndra.
hesitate to go
Oh.
on in the last game, won't hesitate to do it again
If you
here.
went Syndra versus Faker, maybe that's a different angle.
Rest looking for the
Oh,
angle,
Rest is
but
dead.
it's just not enough. Down he goes.
Dead again.
Speed of warfare, the rock
Owner
jam.
just bullying.
Not gonna connect.
Or the rocket. Is there a rocket somewhere?
T1
No.
starting to
Thought I
run
saw-
away with it.
dude, I'm
CFO
getting dizzy.
There has exhaust available.
looking for the return play. Well highlighted.
Holy.
Lock it too. I don't think
Okay,
there's a
Doran
dive
is
here, but
2k
CFO
gold ahead.
desperate to find something.
Is there a
Junja's
TP for
damage is
rest?
okay,
Nope.
but
That's bot
Doesn't
turret.
really
That's
handle
dragon.
these. I feel like they're pressed into this.
Carrier
On the
and
other end,
Faker
Matt
holding the
always take a
fort down
dragon.
top.
Doran is just
Goom
pushing
also
out
has a
the
rocket.
drive.
CFO, they
Faker
need
sidestep
to
big.
work.
Can we stop
Taking
looking?
their time. Junja,
Look
good
here.
lock
Look
up.
left.
Ulti
Look
going
left.
down. Carrier
Stop
staying
it.
next to Faker.
Stop
Faker
it.
not
I
gonna
don't.
get caught, though.
I
They
fucking
can't.
need the dragon,
They get nothing.
please, please.
They lose the
Please.
first turret.
Give me a full screen.
Reinforcements arrive.
Talia was banned. Talia's been
CFO.
banned all 5 games.
See T1 take a great
Have you ever heard the
trade
story about
now.
the boy who cried
Stone
mods?
Cold,
Yeah.
unfazed.
Then was
CFO still
Strocky and he
pushing.
looks like XPP.
Carrier ready to go. Doggo
Dive.
walking
Eaten.
forward. And
Carrier,
there.
nice. And he's
He sees the play coming.
re-engaging.
Doggo goes up.
He's going to
Comes
spit
right
Faker
back.
out, but Faker's not going to get
Back.
stunned.
Weapon is Carrier. Doggo goes
Carrier.
up. And down
That
he
was
goes.
nuts.
Carrier still
That was
standing. His door
fucking
is there
sick.
right in time. It's a TP
That was
in.
incredible.
But it's two
Carrier gets tongue lash.
in lane.
No
Honky
charges.
wants
Hong Q just goes into
Will
die.
not let
He
him
wants to
have
kill on
it.
Carrier. He gets a reset. He jumps out, but he never gets it.
An incredible
This is the T1 I expected, bro. That was
There's nothing
bonkers.
left in game 5 for
The
CFO.
Faker step up. The Carrier. Holy fucking
It is the
dusted.
arena
They just got
erupts.
dusted.
The pressure is relentless. Topside turret falls. Mid lane falls. The dive. A failure in CFO. They got so insanely close. I understand why they go
Oh.
for this play. Again, they're losing
Gets
on all
tongue
the other
lash,
sides of
slows
the map.
Doggo,
It's
pulls
a
out his
Hail
ulti
Mary,
because he's
but
going to get
T1
knocked
is
up.
ready. Even though Doggo's
Spits out
timing is
after
good,
the charm,
the
away from the
exhaust
roots.
means that Carrier just stays alive. Doran shows up.
Carrier,
And then
just
Hong Q feels
insane.
priced in. Maybe he can get a kill. The fact that he doesn't even get the Kench, even if it wouldn't have made the play better,
Yeah, there
that's
was a
insult to
spoiler.
injury. And
Don't worry,
Junjack
chat. I
can
saw it
only
as well. I
watch
see everything.
as his teammates
Every day? No, we
taken
haven't
down
had a real
one by
spoiler yet.
one By T1.
We haven't had a real
Fans
spoiler
erupt,
yet.
Even as Faker is stone cold. And you got to give credit to Carrier.
We've had like some fake
The
ones, but
Poppy
I think
game,
that's
so
a real
many
one.
Incredible moments. It's
And the
hard to
person
replicate that on
was
top
like-
pitch, but he was exactly where
The
he
person
needed to be.
said
The
it and was
exhaust,
like,
It's the
the
engagement
I can't wait for the
man,
Koi
perfectly
versus this
timed
team
to
matchup,
keep
you
Faker
know?
standing.
Oh, CFO though. They're not going to give up.
Certainly aren't. Lock up there. Ulti
Did we have
going in
one
on
yesterday?
Faker.
I'm not
Faker
sure.
likely to get taken down. Junja
Maybe we
will
did and I
land.
didn't see it
Shut down, but
yesterday.
In the meantime, the rest of the map falling apart. Rest in
Don't
trouble.
worry, chat. We
Doran
come
goes
down hard
1v1
on them. They get permit.
versus the Ornn.
And
Doran
that person
still
they've
just
chatted
keeps
in here
pushing
before, I
these
don't know what they were
waves
doing.
forward.
I don't know
Rest
what, like,
using
either it was just dumb or whatever. They could
unsealed
appeal
heal.
it, but like, bro.
Trying to do what he can, but there's 2 towers being assaulted. CFO, they're
Carry-
finding
Carry's
1 or 2 kills
insane.
back, but look at the difference in
I'm
gold.
waiting for finals to
5,000
spoil.
in favor of T1. They can play team deathmatch.
Wait,
all
quick
they
reminder,
want, but
if you
T1
get
are playing
banned
the
for
entire
spoiling,
map.
And
my mods
yes,
in here also work in Cagel's
Receive
chat.
the
I'll get you
bounty.
banned in there
It's
as
gonna be
well.
picked
Like,
up
no
here by
kidding.
Hong Q, most likely with
You're
the
done.
E.
You're
Although,
done. No
he
more
might be
chatting for
paid
you.
Because Junja's looking to get ahead of the play, looking to get ahead of the punish. Maybe
Yo,
just
I have
trying to
Babkis in
execute.
here.
I don't know what's gonna
I
happen
will
with the Jace
purposely
save for
run a
Hong Q, but
list.
he's stuck Dracos.
That he is. Junja also
Oh my
caught
god.
out.
He just took turret shots. He
Look,
died
he's
to.
like,
Taken down.
He got
Gets the
executed.
The
Honky's dead.
execute crucial. They're
Hong
trying to
Q not so
donate the
lucky.
kill.
No, they want a
They
Faker.
give it to Faker.
Holy crap, this is a stomp. This is what I expected of T1.
And that is not what you want to see. You do not want to see 3 members of T1
Yeah,
standing
no
in front of
one's
you while
having-
you have a blinking red health bar waiting for the appropriate
Yo,
carry
Haley,
to come get
any
the
actual
gold.
any
It
spoilers
feels
you
like the
permaban?
writing
Can you
is
put
on
a
the wall.
Can you make a list in our mod
In
chat in
theory,
Discord?
right, if Rest can get to level 13, 14, start giving out these ornaments. If Doggo can be set up by the rest of his team,
Pro top is
double 80 carry as
4,000
well,
gold
your mid
ahead.
to late
dog.
game team fights are
I
absolutely
don't think you can get away with B1
disgustingly
Ornn when
strong.
Jace is
But
up.
T1, they're just not going to let you
A
get it. And let's
Korean
be real,
Jace.
It's not like their team fight is bad.
Look at this.
Yeah,
Look at the
Rest
damage, by the way.
CC
Ready?
there. Kaiwan
Boom, he
trying
just
to make
ordered
the
once.
difference. Ulti
Maybe
going
Doran
in,
oversteps.
the Forge got called, but
Shockwave
Junja
doesn't hit
already
anything.
exhausted
Okay, an angle
once
for
again.
CFO.
The carries just cannot get their damage down. CFO still stepping forward, uncertain if they can keep this fight going. T1 happy to take the tower and retreat.
CFO holding on to the remnants of their base, knowing it's taken just
We also need something in
17
Discord
minutes in.
mods where
It's a
the people who
6K
are
gold
banned,
lead.
if they're in the
you
Discord
wished
as
for a
well,
close
the only channel they can
game
see is like
five.
a
Yeah,
chat
that's my
ban
bad.
request, and that's it.
And you're not going to get it. It would
Or they
appear.
just get kicked out, I don't
Hey,
know.
never
Don't
say
wanna jinx
never.
it.
Don't look
Never
top
say never.
gold.
I'm-
TBD,
no,
I've done it twice
I'm
now,
a glass
bro,
half
and
full kind of guy.
Glass
I've
half
seen
full.
it. I think it's pretty good.
We do
lot
need
of
some
things.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
You
needs
know?
to happen.
Some
Tank Jace is still a
some
thing.
oopsies.
I'm looking at maybe another Dragon
Well,
Steel.
he's got
Maybe
Yomu,
an
so
Otacon?
I mean,
Definitely
Tank Jace, dude, they
there-
nerfed Grasp
no,
for
there's
range.
Lots of places
I just
where people
thought
throw games.
that's why Jace
Exactly.
already jumped a bit.
What I will say is,
Is
Diving
Tank
too
J
deep on
still
the Nexus,
viable?
that's
In my
classic.
mind, it's not. Grasp in
I
range
think-
got nerfed. And a lot of the trades,
when
like
you
you
think
can
about T1,
auto and then
said
go
before,
to
they're a
melee.
team that always peaks at
But
the
a
right
lot
time.
of the
And
trades,
usually
I would
think about
assume,
it
are
as
still in
series.
ranged.
But right now I'm thinking about it as games, because in Game 5 they've been clutch. They found Junja. Nice
Holy.
McHale's coming through from Kaiwing to keep him standing, so T1 not able to find that pick.
A reset.
But they do get some major cooldowns.
G2 versus Fly will be
Just
sitting in the
waiting
chat.
in the brush. Ward over the wall, too.
We'll talk about it after this
All
game. We'll talk
there.
about
Owner
schedule.
Still stepping forward. Carrier ready to back.
I mean,
up
I think
if he
T1 are going to
needs
win this.
Shockwave only connecting
Like,
on the rest,
it's
not
a
the
6K
ideal
gold
target,
lead.
but Faker just
Bro,
the
their
rest of
comp
T1
scale's
just don't wanna let them
insane.
back into their
Top
own
is
jungle.
irrelevant.
Trying to get
Faker.
pressure on, but it's Honku. Not afraid to step forward.
Owner has
Shielding.
been clinical on
Carrier
Sejuani,
still in the
though.
area as well, still at lock,
Owner
still
Sej has
at
been
heal,
insane.
still at devour.
Our resistance and base
This is the
damage.
problem, is that
Yeah.
when you get
So
ahead
Jace-
with a composition
Jace just
with
got hurt a
both
bit.
Orianna and Kench,
I think that's why the
T1
priority's gone
can't
down.
just
It's not
have
like
someone
it's
be a
not
little bit too
blindable
far
anymore.
forward.
It's
There
not like a
is
game
so
one
much
draft. It's like
shielding, so much safety
he got left of this.
that's available here.
But I think the Ornn is
It's
disrespectful
also incredibly difficult because
because even though Ornn is the only
the
thing
exhausts
open,
that are
I
coming
would have
in
argued
have
that
double
Sejuani is a much
summoner
better
spell,
blindable
make it
champ
so
in this
easy.
draft
If anyone does
for
even manage to
CFO,
pop
and they
off,
could have
this
gone
is
somewhere
Look
else.
at the bounty. It's about the exit here, Dracos.
It is about
T1
the
playing for
exit.
the
Can they
kills.
exit or
2.3K.
carry a knock up again?
Where's the objective going to go? 1600.
Okay,
Dragon
objective
getting
might go
low.
down,
Ornn.
but call the Forge
Ornn
God. It's a
call.
one-man onto a
Owner trying
tank.
to retreat.
Jinx Rocket does a
Honku
lot of
into
damage.
the
Honku
back
jumps
line.
into
The CFO
Faker.
a little bit split. Faker about
Okay,
to fall, but
Faker
Faker
does not
remains
die.
standing.
Reset for
Crucially,
Guma.
carried
Away
to
from the
miss deep
feathers.
feathers ready to go.
Doggo
T1
wants the
continue
root.
to advance anyway. Unconcerned Doggo.
He
pulls
gets
out
it,
his back line.
so he gets away,
He's
but
behind
Faker's
him.
still here. He gets
Owner
Shockwave.
ready
Look at
to
the
go.
range.
Shockwave connecting
Junja
on
can't
the
even get
trigger,
near
getting
him.
whatever
Zap.
damage he can.
Nice.
Owner
Faker
playing with
played that
Stooge,
really
he
well.
gets low to
Kaiwing got
Shockwave.
bodied.
Massive
Oh,
damage. The
where
ulti.
was this
He
T1?
flies,
This
he
T1 is
flies.
insane.
The angle and carry is
Where
not
was
done.
this T1 in the
Buddy,
series?
calm down.
Onset,
He's in the
shut up.
base.
See, things like that, chat,
Looking
I
to
don't
break
care
it
about.
open.
What Onset does as a
Not what I
fucking,
expect to see at 20
you know,
minutes. The Tom Kench solo
that
push,
shit's
but here
alright.
we
That
are,
first
T1.
timer, he's alright.
When they find the lead, they are a Terra.
Now that it actually matters, T1 are, yeah.
Oh, and
CFO
CFO
are being reminded of that very quickly.
They're not going to be in a position to try and contest this. Otacon takes off one of the list or
Yeah, I don't mind.
possibilities
mind.
on our list. Just not going to happen. Honku close to a second item, but still so far away. Doggo has his, but he again is always going to be reliant. Zaya, when you're playing into Orianna, when you're playing into Jinx, his character just has very, very limited effective range. As Guma now sitting on his IE.
Fly are not going to 3-0 G2, bro.
Second.
He's locked in. He knows they have the damage
If
advantage.
it's not
he gets a good
T1,
ulti
if
off,
they
it
don't
does not
play like
matter if
us
he
in the
dies.
first
They
3
will win
games,
the fight.
true.
Doran.
I mean, look, really big shout out, like CFO.
Opportunity?
If it
He's
ends here for them,
5,000
bro,
gold ahead individually.
in the lower bracket,
about it a
I
bit.
think they will shred.
He could just give money
If
to
they
any one of
verse
his
Koi,
teams, they'd all
they're
be
going
an
to
item
destroy
ahead of
them.
their opposition.
They, like, if they lose the series, they're going to destroy Koi, I think.
That's an absolutely
I
insane.
think-
And more
Like, the
importantly,
ornaments don't balance this out. They're like
I don't
1,000
know.
gold
No,
worth of
no,
stats
no, no.
apiece.
I guess,
Well,
yeah.
he's also level 12. There's
I'm not
no
XPP.
ornaments. There's
I've
nothing
never
there.
been
I don't know where he
XPP.
goes to farm.
Why are you
He's
a
another
VIP in my
support.
chat, but you're Aragon's basement
Oh.
dweller? Isn't Aragon streaming? What's he doing?
Doran on the Jace.
Oh,
Poignancy of the moment. Not lost, I think, on any T1 fan opportunity now. Ready. Started with his
It's been
early
a while.
solo
Did my
kill.
email people reply?
Bolstered by help from Owner. CFO just desperately holding on. Only a game and a half ago,
I'm
it
XDX, yeah,
seemed
true.
like they were on the verge of
I'm Charlie
doing
XDX, have
something
you
that
heard
had
of that?
not been done
That's me.
in 13
That's
years.
my alter ego, Charlie XDX. Chat, this
Now
has been
it's
a really
feeling
good series, though.
very
Like,
far
it's been a
away.
little bit
It's
fucking
T1.
messy at first. I was asking
Again,
myself what T1 were
sometimes they
doing.
misstep.
Last game was
when it
so much
matters, they
fun.
always seem to show
This
up.
game, I love like a
see
clinic.
Death Cap
Yo, I
completed
love
for
going to
Faker,
clinics. I
double
like to be
items for
healthy,
Guma.
and I feel like I've been cleansed.
Just bits
I've had my
and pieces
nasal
for
hairs
Honku.
trimmed,
Doggo at
and this
least
is
has
just
2 items of his
a
own, but
great way to outlier, you know?
Again, the range. We don't even know how they walk up into this
What the
team.
hell is that? XPPX? Oh, that's me.
Even
I think
without the
G2 will
Tom
beat
Kench, these
Fly.
fights would be hard as Doggo loses
I've
so
done
much of
pick'ems
his
for
AP.
Fly, but I think
There's
G2 have
Determined
leveled up a bit.
determined to
Eaten
try
up.
and find the fight.
Watch the
Looking
last
for the
fight.
lock-up on the
Is it
carrier.
last fight?
Doran, who's been exhausted.
Doran's
Missed the
jumped
team
in
to try and work with
everything.
his Jace to
Doran
get that
can't
jump as
move.
quick as they can, but the
Okay, they killed Doran.
shutdown is good.
But Jinx
The
has reset.
Is there.
Doggo.
Guma's damn well getting excited even as the feathers
He's
fly.
popped
The
away.
knockback from Honku was
Owner's
decent.
just going to
They're
charge.
trying to hold on, but T1, they want to end it quick.
They just don't have the money.
Dude,
They don't
Owner's
have the
just
stats.
tanking.
They don't have the items. Donor is just standing
Holy
there.
Carrier. Carrier my MVP of this game.
Trying to hold on.
There's nowhere for him to go. His base
My
is falling
losing
to pieces. The
MVP,
fountain,
I think, is
the last
Honku.
bastion of safety
Or is it
in this
Junja?
game 5. T1.
It's
Only
Honku.
23 minutes
I think it's
in.
Honku.
No. No.
23 23-minute win.
Not like this, Dracos.
No, they can't end. They can't end. They'll get
3
one, they'll
seconds.
leave.
I don't think they can actually end. Junja on his way.
Oh my god, Doggo died.
TP angle, but the
It'll take another 2 minutes to end, chat.
alive
I
just
think
yet.
G2 can win, but I think FlyQuest on
At this
paper
stage
should
of the
win.
game,
I think
10,000
G2 have had
gold
more
for
time in the
T1.
tournament, and I always put value to
Would
that.
take a miracle
But they're
for
not like a
CFO
T1,
to
are they?
find a way back
Are they?
in.
Are they?
T1 will give them the respect.
Carrier
to play
Tom
it
is
safe, to play
yeah,
it
it's pretty
smart.
goated. I mean, what did we get last game that was... Carrier
But the
Poppy
map
was
is just getting
nuts
smaller
last
and
game.
smaller.
They don't get to play the game.
Carrier had a
It's
really
why we
rough
always
game
talk
one,
about
though.
When you get to this point, you just don't have the items to take
I think
anyone down
Doran
unless
was
they
the
massively
most
overstep,
consistent
T1
today,
they've been
and it's
playing pretty
weird.
deliberate as I say that.
I never thought I'd come to this
Faker will
tournament
be
talking about how
found
good
by
Doran's
Rest.
been.
Zone now.
Faker's had a better game. I mean, Faker's shockwave.
Baited
We'll
beautifully
find
on
all two.
T1. The wave on bot side might be the final.
Holy. Is Poppy
Double AD
ruined
carries
game 4?
Skywing.
Nah, he didn't.
Carrier, unafraid.
Turned 18 2 days ago and go toe-to-toe with Faker,
The
bro.
magic was so close.
Honq is a baller.
Here in
Did he
Vancouver.
have to be 18 to play in the
But it
tournament?
looks like
Can't he be
reality has
17?
set in, Draco
Or is there a
says
new
the
rule?
Nexus is
Look at
about
Guma.
to
Wait, what's the quickest game, chat?
T1
Is this the new quickest game?
Sending a reminder, you might take one game.
Holy
You might take
25-minute
two,
game.
you are not taking the
T1 just got the
series.
quickest game of the tournament
The
so
world
far.
champs reigning will move on.
Big
to the upper
series.
bracket.
T1, horrible start.
And
But
to me,
the
what
last two
summarizes
games,
this series
hot
is
damn.
Right, the faces of Junja.
Hot damn,
and Honq.
T1
They
looked good in the
devastated
last
that they
two
lost, yes,
games.
but also smiles 'cause they know
Apparently a
that
classic chat,
series
a long day,
was
a 4-game series
something
at the start, a
special.
5-game series now.
T1, as a reminder,
Holy.
blew through the
So
LCK.
CFO, we're going to look at the bracket. They're going to show us the bracket in a sec. And we're going to look
for
at a
this
quick
one.
interview. This is where we're at. CFO versus MKOI. I mean, I'm sorry to chat on behalf of myself, me, and I. I want to apologize to the person that spoiled. Bro, it doesn't matter if you're spoiling, if you're going like, if it's an accident, like whatever. But bro, come on. You know, it says it in the title. It says it in the poll. It literally says it all over my fucking lips every time we go into pick ban. Like, you know, I don't know. If you spoil, you're a dick. That's just the truth of it. T1 BLG, Gen G AL. That's the upper bracket for some reason. T1 baited. The only 3-2 came from CFO T1. They're viewership farming for sure. G2 Fly, NA versus EU. And then it's EU versus CFO, which I think CFO can win that. But I did put MKOI winning for some reason. So, I don't know. Game 3 is worse loss for T1 than when they lost to IG years ago. True. All right, post-game interview. Lots of shocks and Faker and Guma.
Congratulations to you both. But I do have to ask as a first question, Faker. Tell
Doran?
me
Yeah,
about
agreed.
that Game 5 and what do you think the key to victory was? Because CFO had a really, really good showing here today.
But now you don't know.
우선 승리 축하드립니다. 오늘 CFO도 굉장히 좋은 저력을 보여줬는데요. 5세트 승리에 있어서 어떤 점이 가장
15-minute loss?
중요했다고
Dude, chat,
생각하시나요?
isn't that 15:57? I have it in here, don't I?
미드에서의 플레이가 좀 중요하다고 생각했고 초반에 조금 안 좋았는데
자, don't we have-
중반 이후에 좀
don't we
저희가
have 15:57?
준비했던 대로 잘된 것 같습니다.
Oh, we don't.
I think the mid lane play was crucial, although it didn't really
Say
go
what he thinks
well
of
in the
T1
early
BLG
game.
and
We
Koi
were
CFO
able
now.
to kind of come back and make better plays later on, so I think it was the key.
Okay.
I mean, I think BLG can beat
Yushi,
T1.
you were quite unexpected in getting here in terms of T1. Not that many fans were hoping to or expecting to see you here. Did you have to get used to the stage, you think? And how good do you think you can play here at MSI?
사실은 많은 분들의 예상을 깨고 이번에 MSI 진출에 성공하셨잖아요. 지금 무대 적응은 완벽히 잘 되신 것 같으신지, 그리고 이번 MSI 자신감은 어느 정도인가요?
일단 첫 경기라서 무대 적응은 좀 차차 해나가야 될 것 같고 자신감은 좀 하면서 찾아갈 것 같습니다.
We just had our first match, so I think it's gonna take a little more time to get used to the new stage and everything, and confidence will also build up later.
It definitely will. Now, Faker, you were up versus Honq, who was 6 years old when you won your very first World Championship. And I know
He's smart,
that you're
he
also
understands.
one of his idols. Is there anything you want to say about his performance?
Oh, yeah, glaze Honq a bit. Go
오늘
on.
생각했던 것보다 조금 상대 선수가 홍큐 선수가 굉장히 잘했.
Today.
오늘
He understood it all.
생각했던
He didn't get a translator. Faker just understood English.
것보다 조금 상대 선수가 홍큐 선수가 굉장히
Holy,
잘했다고
that's
생각했고.
crazy.
그래서 좀 어려운
I know he speaks a bit of English. I didn't think he
승리할 수
spoke.
있어서 기쁩니다.
I mean, Honky played even better than I expected, so it was actually a rough kind of a series for me, but in the end, we had a really good game together.
Drafting in English for the Red Bull
you
event?
put on a
Really?
beautiful show. When you're here in Canada, that means you can play in NA solo queue to practice.
I didn't know
and
it was
you
that
have some
good.
experience with it, Faker. How would you feel NA solo queue is currently to make sure that you get good practice in?
또 북미를 오신
See,
만큼 캐나다에
it's-
오신 만큼
there's
북미
some
서버
deep
솔랭을
words.
하시면서 연습을 하실 것
I'm
같은데
guessing some niche
이미 몇
words.
차례
He's
해보신
fluent?
경험이 있지만 연습에 얼마나 도움이 되는지 한번 알려주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
전 항상 솔로 랭크는 도움이 된다고 생각하고
Bro, I hope
비록
T1
좀
aren't being
핑이 높기는
DDoSed again and
해도,
all that shit in
그래도
Canada.
되게 재밌게 하고 있고 또 NA
He did the same at Worlds. I think
플레이어들이
LS said he
굉장히
doesn't feel confident
채팅이
speaking it.
많더라고요. 그래서
Oh yeah,
보는
because there's some
재미가
words like he's getting translated now, right?
Well, any kind of solo queue game is a good practice. Well, although the ping is a little higher, but still, it's helping a lot. And
The ping's a little
also, one
higher.
thing that's really fun about the NA solo queue is that they chat a lot, and I'm having a lot of fun reading all the chats and having interactions.
He sees all of it. Amazing. The Wolves are a little dangerous, though. Gumayushi, even here in Canada, there are so many fans of yourself, of T1, of course. Is there anything you'd like to say to everyone here and the people at home, of course, supporting T1?
여기 캐나다 현장에도 정말 구마유시 팬분들 그리고 T1 팬분들이 많고 열렬한 응원을 보내주고 계십니다. 현장에 계신 분들 그리고 온라인에서 또 시청하면서 응원해주시는 모든 분들을 위해서 한마디 부탁드립니다.
What's wrong? The hummus?
일단은
Is it off?
좀 아시아
Ew.
쪽 시간으로는 되게 이른
we just get that?
시간이라고 알고 있는데 이른 시간에 일어나서 저희 응원해 주시는 모든 팬분들에게 너무 감사드리고
It's a dog
또
on the
현지에
TV.
찾아주신 분들이랑 또 현재 팬분들
It's a
모두에게
dog
너무
on the game.
감사드리고 MSI 꼭 열심히 해서 좋은 성적
This fucking dog.
있도록 하겠습니다.
It's all right. Chill. It's the dog. Right. Okay, sorry, chat. The dog's yapping at the.
있도록 감사드리고
What's the question?
그리고 온라인에서 또 T1 팬분
Oh, is there anything you want to say to your fans?
First off, for the fans in Asia time zone, you know, I heard they have to wake up so early in the morning to watch us perform, but I'm very grateful that so many fans are tuning in live to support us. And also for all the fans out here, thank you so much for coming down to support us. I will make sure to do my best in order to make the best outcome here in MSI Vancouver.
He's a nice
And
bloke.
there's just one more question I need to ask, and I'll ask you both. Up next is BLG, a really exciting matchup for us as fans, and they have nightmares
True.
of what happened at the World Championship. So for
Nightmares.
you both, what would you like to say to BLG? Faker first, perhaps.
이제 다음 경기는 BLG를 상대하실 예정인데요. 아직 BLG가 작년 월즈에서의 그런 악몽을 떨치지 못했을 수도 있을 것 같은데요. 마지막으로 BLG 상대에게 한마디 할 수 있다면 뭐라고 하시고 싶으신가요?
피해자와 또 만나게 될 줄 몰랐는데 이렇게 또 만나게 돼서 너무 재밌을 것 같고 오늘만큼 힘든 경기는 내일은 안 나올 거라고 생각하고 있습니다.
Well, I was actually not expecting a rematch to happen this fast. But, you know, I hope we can have a good game together. And I believe it's not going to be as tough as today.
Ooh. Oh, Faker,
Wow.
bro. What the hell?
Gumayushi, would you like to add anything, or is that enough?
뭔가 더 덧붙이실 말씀 있으실까요?
작년 월즈의 악몽이 떠오르게 해드리겠습니다.
You guys are going to relive the nightmare of last Worlds finals.
Relive the
Well,
nightmare.
We will see T1 against BLG in their next matchup. One more time for
Whoa.
T1, Faker, and Gumayushi.
Holy.
Wow.
Yo, chat, big shout out. We've been streaming for like 7 hours today. We started at 9 a.m. Sorry, technically 8:30 for the countdown. What time is it now? 3.5 hours. 3.5. 7.5 hours. Yo, I'm sorry for the internet issues that occurred a little bit earlier. I have no idea. Absolutely zero. Where did my music go? I have no idea what happened. Chat, I'm going to be on them today. Like, on them, you know. I've sent them an email. I'm going to contact them via customer support on their website. I'm going to call them again because it's just not on. It's something to do with the router. I don't know what it is. Yo, big shout out to, where are you? Nemut? I don't know if you're still here. Big shout out for the help. Obviously, it's fucking time to activate Karen mode. It is. Yeah, it really is. I'm so sick of it. It's crazy that you buy an expensive object and it just decides, nah, I'm just not going to work when a normal router would. Yeah, what's with the peace out? I'm going to rate Aragon as usual. Yo, I appreciate everyone in here. Thank you again for everyone fucking chilling about. I'm sorry again. And kind of the internet issue kind of swayed me a little bit, and I lost the pace for a bit. But I'm glad we could find it in the end. I'm surprised T1 don't look that good, but I'll tell you one thing. Versus BLG, I bet they'll level up. Both teams will level up, and that'll be a really good series. Note that tomorrow is a single best of 5. G2 FlyQuest is happening at 9 p.m. tonight, but it's only one. There's only one. So what I'll be doing... Is there only one? 4? Yeah, there's only one. There's only one best of 5, and then CFO MKOI happens at the same day as Gen G AL. That's a big pace day. That's on Saturday. So I'll be doing that as well. It's 2 normally. There's not 2. It's only 1. Is it not? No, it's only 1. It's only 1. There's no 2 a.m. game tomorrow. There's 2. What do you mean there's 2? It says Fly G2. That's it. It's bugged. Okay, either way, chat. If there's 2, there's 2. I'm here. Don't worry about it. 9 a.m. every EU morning, Berlin time. That's when I'm here. That's when you should come here, okay? Gen G AL's at 2 a.m. Okay. LoL Esports is fucked. Dude, LoL Gamepedia is fucked as well. I don't know. Maybe they're getting off them. Yo, go show Aragon some love. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the follows. Thanks for everything. Don't forget to drop them before you go. And the YouTube as well. And I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp, yeah?